Let's go. If you just let go.
That nigga fucked it up for
The Chocolate Warehouse.
The chocolate season.
Chocolate. Nope. Face ass.
We're more of a caramel macchiato. Don't leave these niggas out.
Caramel macchiato.
I don't know, man. Light skinned niggas always leave us out.
Yeah.
Light-skinned niggas is the most inclusive niggas ever.
You think? Yeah.
Says
Dark
the
skinned niggas
light-skinned
is so because they got so much, pent up frustration of all the years of getting this. But they way worse than light skinned niggas when it comes to light skin versus.
I don't
dark skin.
remember ever having
mean
like
worse?
after like
Very worse.
I don't remember having like hella bad.
What do you mean? I'm like, what do you mean in that comparison about? Like, what do you
Y'all racist against y'all people.
mean? Racist.
All right.
I love my light skinned brethren.
Ain't nobody racist.
He always
Reverb
be-
Experiment episode number 38. 38.
He gotta start. He gotta stop starting the episode like that.
Hey,
He's
let me-
trying to catch us saying some shit.
Hold on, man. Let me see what's special about 38.
Got the 38 special.
Oh.
All right, man. Happy birthday to Snoop. It's his 50th birthday.
Dog Pound Gangsta Crib.
The Godfather. The Dog Father.
The Dog Father.
All right. So you guys already know what it is. You got Genesco Focus is in the building. Got Steph.net the Queen.
What's good?
We got Rajeo the King.
What's up, guys? I'm back.
We got Photo B the King.
What's popping?
I don't know. Is he on camera today?
Cam Dad.
You feel me?
You on camera?
You feel me?
Cam
Yes,
Dad,
sir.
Cam Dad.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
yeah.
They seen me today.
Oh shit.
I brushed my beard this morning.
Oh, he did. He's been using the
2 minutes ago, I seen you.
It's still this morning.
and he's been using the derma roller because it's filling in.
You feel me?
This nigga's about to be hot for No Shave November. He about to get
Hey.
1/8 growth.
Hey,
Hey, growth is growth.
any brands that's
Progress.
listening that does the derma rollers or
Yeah.
some little cash
I
oil,
needs it.
hit
It's
us
a
up.
whole bunch of niggas with beards on this
Beer
podcast.
Beer kits,
I need
Scullies.
I need it. Yeah, for sure.
Scullies. Hey,
Well,
it's funny. It's
this
getting
was-
cold.
I be
Cameras.
talking
Coach
shit, but-
already did the
I be
thing
talking
for
shit,
me.
but
You
throw
know,
me
I've-
some t-shirts.
Coach has been sponsoring me for a year now,
Money.
so I've been getting free coach for a year. Shout out, Coach.
We all want
Hey,
Coach too,
facts.
Coach.
You know what? That's what I was getting ready to say. Maybe we need to go ahead and talk to Rosita and
Coach for coach.
talk to Coach that we need to.
Coach for coach.
The whole team should be wearing the same shit
Ooh,
though.
Coach for coach. I like that. Coach and coach sound good.
Coach, that sound like a trade.
Yeah. So for those listening, we have a special guest in the building. We're going to introduce in a hot second. But right now, we want to just thank you, the listener and the viewer, for helping us get to where we at. 4,000 streams on the audio. Hey.
Yeah.
And YouTube, I think we're pretty damn close to like 10K, somewhere around there. But we need to get to 1,000 subscribers. So if you are listening, stop what you're doing. Go to YouTube, subscribe, and hit the bell, please. And like and comment because it helps us with the algorithm. And we promise we will respond and get back to you. So today, we have a very interesting show that you want to listen to from the beginning all the way through the end.
Muy
We are
interesante.
going to talk about Willie Taylor from day 26, leaving his wife and kids. We're going to talk about Brittany Renner. She's on the prowl.
Again.
Like a Chrysler.
It's not a bad cougar to have, though.
Huh?
It's not a bad cougar to have, though. I'm just saying. We'll continue. We can continue. We can
Give him the
continue.
womp womp or whatever.
No.
Right.
Nobody was rooting for me.
Yeah, give him the womp
Thought you
womp
learned,
womp. You
son.
might get
Thought
trash
you
as fuck today.
Right.
We're going to talk about age of consent and I'm going to leave that.
We got a scenario for that.
We're going to leave a scenario. And then we're going to ask the question, nice guys finishing last.
Well,
And we have the ultimate nice guy here to talk about it. So to get into it, we're going to talk about it right now. A reformed nice guy. We got, hold on, I got to set the stage.
out.
I got to set the stage. Hold on. What? Talking about what?
Wait.
so I'm the nice guy?
No.
Who's the nice guy?
No, we listened to your album. No.
We all heard.
That was old. That was from old times.
Who's the nice
Okay, so reformed. There you go.
That's old times.
Drake Jr.
As is he? Wait.
Because we all know Drake ain't shit.
Blake,
But
yeah.
he nice.
So wait, he is
at
the
his
nice guy,
face.
or he used to be the nice guy?
He said reform.
I said reformed.
Reform. So he's now the nice
So
guy.
Yo,
he
the
is-
next
he is not
album
a nice
doesn't. It's not about being a dirtbag.
Oh, okay.
We'll see.
Well, just don't pull a Neo, please.
No. I'm still gonna tap into my.
That man
The
was
not so bad
singing
heartbreak.
to us about being a gentleman and to respect your Miss
Yeah.
Independent and treat her like and he was trashing his Miss
And
Independent.
then
that
bounce
way.
on her.
I don't
Yo, I'm sorry. I will.
And
I
what's that?
will.
After you go through heartbreak, what's that stage you go through?
That's why I left her.
That horror stage.
That next stage, what's it called?
Whole face.
What's it called?
horror
Yeah.
stage.
So this next project is called The Recovery.
Oh
Ooh,
God.
recovery.
Here we
I
go.
like that. I like that.
I will. I'm telling you, I will never forget that, dog. This man Neo had us full. This man had the hat.
All
This
that.
nigga,
Yeah.
the
He had
whole
the hat.
shit.
Why you start with the hat though?
Talking about the love songs and the
Yep.
radio and all this shit. And
Oh,
this
she
nigga,
loved me. We went and seen them. She almost fainted. You
Miss
should've seen that.
Independent had me looking for Miss Independent, and nigga, you trashing your Miss Independent at home, dog.
I mean, that's why he know what he got.
That's
Watched
how.
it from
That's
afar.
how he was able to write that song
Right.
to the
Like,
left,
man,
to the
she's
left,
so
nigga.
independent.
Derek
I was about to say
Jackson. He
his
wrote it
big
about
game go
himself.
crazy.
He wrote it about himself.
He
Derek Jackson.
Come
you
on,
know,
Miss
Zachary
Independent.
Timms.
That's
You
why I
remember
love
Zachary
her.
Timms?
Look
is,
at her.
he is the Derek Jackson of R&B.
That's facts. That's big facts.
Most R&B niggas are though.
They're
Bruh,
trash.
you gotta
Let's just keep it
Nah,
100.
nigga,
Don't just
don't
don't
be
just
Well, no, I told niggas.
pinpoint Neo.
I told niggas.
The issue
I always
is
feel offended when niggas say that shit. Cause
It's
I be,
true.
I be writing for hella people.
Name one R&B
But-
nigga that you know that's not trash.
Rajeo.
You
They
got,
still
you got your
people.
toxic
They just
ways.
to
You got your
sing.
toxic ways.
What?
Right.
Toxic ways.
Nah, we used to write for I used to write for John Hart and Rozzy and all. Well, never mind. You guys right.
Yep.
Exactly.
All right.
Let me prove the point some more.
All right. Only
Pick
nigga
the
I know
bitch.
that ain't got no. Well, and it's because we grew up in that era where there was no social media. I haven't heard nothing about John B. Have you heard any drama
I
or
mean,
anything?
other than cultural appropriation,
right.
No, but I'm talking about like
Back
in
'cause you didn't
relation.
know
And that
he was
nigga,
white.
he was
I
the,
didn't
he
know
was the,
he was white.
he was the
and
first.
I'm still upset
he
about
was the
it.
first.
19,
He was
I
the
wanna
first Adele.
I'm weak. I can't.
Adele had us hello from
I
the
thought
other
he
side.
was
I like,
mixed.
Yeah, I
Did
thought
you?
it was mixed.
Nah.
Thank you.
I
I,
knew that
thought he
a
was
white
mixed.
man
It
when
was
I first
the
seen him.
slick down hair.
He
for
said
me.
He had
niggas-
the slick. He had a black haircut.
He had the hairline.
He was-
beard,
It was his
everything.
skin tone for me. I knew that was a white man.
He said
That was a white
nigga
man.
when we wasn't
But
paying
it's a lot of
attention.
people that's black that's hella white.
John
Right.
B said
That
nigga a
is
lot.
true.
So
Did
his
he
his
did.
skin being hella white didn't.
Yeah.
And he always had like that little Instagram filter that made him look.
Yeah.
It's because he looked like Clay Thompson.
Come on now, and he ain't white. Come on
That's
now,
true.
stop playing.
That's true.
He was he was beige,
Clay
bro.
is clearly black.
Who is he?
Clay
I wouldn't
Thompson
say
is clearly-
I'm not gonna.
Clearly.
He's clearly
I mean,
clear.
if you
He's clearly
said-
mixed. He's
I mean,
clear.
but if you look at the hair,
Black.
By
yeah.
Clay Thompson.
Yeah.
You know it's some black in him. Period.
How you know?
And you just knew it wasn't no black in John B because
You
He's
just he
white.
didn't know, nigga.
That's
This nigga
why.
D-Lo on both
well,
sides.
he was
Honestly,
white.
when
but-
you look at these pictures,
thank you.
White
he
man.
for sure to go to a black
For
barber shop.
sure.
And look
He's
at
still a
look how
white
look
man
how they
in
got
black
the
barbershop.
coloring.
You feel?
They
you
got
see
the
what I'm saying?
temperature all high.
Oh,
But then you
great
go
shadow.
to, but see, then you go to shit like this.
This nigga got dressed to
Clearly a
Well,
white-
that's
NDRE.
new. That's new.
That nigga John B used to
That's
get
new.
dressed to
They ain't like
NDRE.
John
He
B.
look like
Brown
Andy
skin.
Andy Samberg.
Your brown
He like a
skin.
clean ass Andy Samberg right here.
Bruh.
I didn't know that.
Ah, this nigga stupid.
If y'all watching on YouTube, in the comments, did you think that when you first saw John B, was he white or was he black?
Come on.
Hey.
Not black, mixed.
Mixed.
Hey,
Don't
listen.
put it like that. 'cause
When you say mixed, most people think you have
That's
some
true.
black.
I look at it like this: the same way you feel about people who thought that J-Lo was saying, "Are
Right.
you ready?"
Right.
That's how I feel about people who thought that John B was black. Okay?
Whatever.
At the end of the day,
No.
You can't.
No.
What? You can't
No.
inside joke us right now.
that's
bro.
not an inside joke. Well, people like people be like, "How can you think that she didn't say R-U-L-E?"
Mm-hmm.
Like clearly that's what she said, but I was saying, "Are you ready?" for
Everybody
like 10
was.
years.
Everybody thought it was "Are you ready?"
Everybody
Are
was.
you ready?
That's
Nobody
what it sounds
really-
like to me.
Right, that is-
Hey,
I didn't
But he
hear
did say,
R-U-L-E.
"What's my motherfucking name?"
Yeah, but niggas
Are
don't
you
listen.
ready?
It would make sense that
Both-
she said
both-
R-U-L-E because
Nah,
his name
this
is Ja
shit
Rule.
that both makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Are you ready to hear my name, nigga? You know what I mean?
He don't say it. He starts rapping. He doesn't say-
Are you ready for this
That's
surprise?
just like the Lloyd shit when he said 5'2" or fine 2.
I thought it was just a rhetorical question.
No, he never even clarified.
Are
did.
you ready? What's
did.
my
He said-
motherfucking
did.
Right,
name?
if
Five
you motherfucking
years,
name,
right?
we know it.
She clarified,
I
said
can tell
5'2".
by your voice what your name is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't come in talking about you already know who it is. Like, yeah, we know.
Wait, hold on. No, I thought he said it's fine too.
No, he never
said-
clarified.
He did clarify.
He said
He
it
did.
was 5'2".
I'm about
He
to find
said
it
5'2".
in the comments. Clarify. We need some
She
research.
said she's 5'2", and I want to.
She said
I thought it was
5'2".
fine too.
It could be fine.
That's how you write a genius song.
Yeah.
That's how you read a genius song.
That's how it
That
could
song,
be fine.
that song old
And
as
that's
fuck.
why he didn't really clarify it. He said it's
That's-
whatever you think it is because he wanted
Yeah.
people to go stream
But he
the
did.
song
No,
and try
I
to
think-
figure
I
it
think
out.
he did clarify.
He said
I
it in his
think he did
Lloyd. He said it in
clarify.
his Lloyd voice. Whatever you guys think is.
Hey, we seen this
let's
man
go
live,
sing
and
a
we
song.
still said whatever the hell we wanted to say in our head.
Okay.
This nigga had half the crowd singing
Let's see.
fine
It
too,
says
the other
he
fine
answers
too.
the question. I mean, a quick Google search gone.
Yeah,
ahead,
I think he clarified it. I think it's fine too.
Which one is it, Steffi?
Hold on.
I'm
Shoot.
sorry, Steph like that.
Too much pressure. Ooh, that's
You
Is
know,
that pet
his
names?
internet be
who Jesus' internet.
your internet.
That's,
Yeah.
this is the Lord's internet,
We out here,
and
man. We out here.
unfortunately, this has to be a
Suburbs,
partial high.
ghetto.
Shut up.
We're in the suburbs of the ghetto, so officially. Unfortunately, the service
Fine.
is too good.
You said fine too.
Fine too. Mm-hmm.
I don't see it.
Hold on, we looking right now. Yeah, fine too. I got it right here.
Okay,
It's
all right.
fine too.
Okay.
Oh,
fine
okay.
too.
He answered on Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He
Well,
answered the question. It's fine
anyway-
too.
Anyway, that argument's over.
She's
What's next?
fine
Right, yeah, that was.
but
But you can be 5'2"
I feel
and
like,
fine too.
I'm
at the
about to
same
say
time.
fine two make more sense because what our height got to do?
you know we always go for the shorties.
Nah,
Hey,
your height got a
being
lot to
short
do with
was
it.
She's
a short
fine.
woman was a win, low key.
back then.
She
Well,
5'2"?
but you did have.
Shit, I'm almost 6'5".
What was that group?
Kind of tall.
Damn, what was that group? That the 5'5" of Caramel Eye. What was
Oh
that?
yeah,
Yo, that's
City
what it
High.
is.
City High.
5'5" and brown eyes.
Yeah, it's 5'5". Hey, 5'5".
That was a terrible
Anywhere
song.
between 5'2" and 5'5" was always in lyrics. 5'5" for sure. 'Cause
'Cause it
5'5" always
rhymed.
rhymed. Yeah.
Y'all
Hey,
know
look.
because it
But
rhymes.
that
look,
was a terrible song.
Lloyd was
City High.
Lloyd's 5'9", so him one 5'2" wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, most R&B niggas is very.
Hold on,
short.
Lloyd is how? What?
5'9".
He's 5'9"?
No, it's-
5'9".
it can't be.
Lloyd
I
seems
just-
like he's shorter than me.
I just googled it.
Are you like what?
He
I
might
mean,
be.
unless he
That's why
Tory
Bobby
Lanez
Valentine
did.
is
This
like
nigga gave
5'1".
himself
Bobby was so small.
he
No,
gave
Lloyd's a
himself
small John
basketball
Legend.
stats for his
unless he did Tory Lanez shit.
For his
Right,
Wikipedia,
right.
he gave himself basketball height. I'm 5'9".
All right, man. Before we get off into a tangent, man, we over here talking about
Always.
R&B and all this
Right.
other shit. Niggas being 5'2" and 5'9". So we gonna introduce. First, I gotta set the stage.
Oh yeah.
I gotta set
Here,
the
let me
stage.
play his intro music.
Oh no, I don't play that, man. We gonna get.
Right, you trying to get us flagged.
You trying to get us flagged? First, I was knocking to it. I was like, nah, nigga, we can't.
You know who that was?
No,
That's
who was that?
D-Lo.
That's
D-Lo
the
from
D-Lo
W.
Brown from
Yeah.
W.
Oh, okay.
I knew he would know what it
Yeah,
was.
yeah, yeah.
I used to use it back in the day.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
did you?
WWF.
As a ringtone?
No, on the game.
Oh,
On the game, yeah, yeah.
Oh, on the game.
All right, man. So let me set the stage, man. So
You're
we've
looking at
been.
the real deal now.
We've been waiting to have this episode. If for those that don't know, and we gonna maybe put this on the Patreon when we get that set up, we had a prep show before we even started this podcast about a year and a half ago, and this gentleman was kind enough to be the guinea pig. He was on the show. He was a great interview. He's been pushing for us to release it. We've been waiting for the right time. I think we're going to do it on the 2-year anniversary, something like that. But he has been here almost every other Saturday to support us and his wife. He was on the For Better or For Worse episode where we talked about relationships. But he has definitely always been supporting us, commenting, liking, interacting, telling everybody else about the podcast. And he has been patient enough to wait for his time. So today we are going to have D'Angelo Tyson Walker on the show. He is a legend out here in these streets. He's out here coaching. He's out here mentoring. And he's out here. He has a great program that is almost every morning where he is helping people get to their health goals. So we want to just thank D'Angelo for all that he's done for the
D'Angelo
podcast.
Tyson walking Texas Rangers.
Right?
AKA Coach D-Lo in the house.
AKA Coach D.
Coach on the D-Lo in the house.
I definitely appreciate it. That was
My
by
mama-
far my best
My
intro.
mama's calling me.
Tell her Coach D-Lo on the mic now.
Let me tell her. Let me tell her.
I'm
Hey,
weak.
mama, Coach D-Lo on the mic. He said I can't talk to you because we recording.
Good morning. Well, record on, brothers.
Okay, love you. I'll talk to you later.
I'm weak.
That was a real special guest right there.
You got the real special guest,
I'm
okay?
weak.
Yes, sir. So, Coach D-Lo, man, welcome to the Reverb Experiment Podcast for officially the second time, but the first time, that's all
Third
wax.
time.
This is the
technically.
third time.
Oh, third time.
Right,
I'm sorry.
technically it's the third time.
Third time.
Shit, he family of the show. He ain't friend of the show.
No, yeah, seriously.
Sometimes
I was
he
like,
be
wait a minute, a special guest.
Right.
I used to
Hey,
guess at
yes,
this point.
I'm
I was
very
looking.
Family.
Yes,
Family.
you.
Sometimes he be in the background
Very
hollering.
special.
What kind of
Yeah.
special?
That's what I'm saying. Very
What kind of
special.
special?
I really probably been on about 5-6 of the episodes because I really was in the background talking. They'll be like,
Oh, cameo ass.
Right, like low key.
Right.
Low
Nah,
key,
I
high
be
key.
trying to, trying to be cool, you know. I be trying to let them do their thing, but yeah, man, it's a dope podcast. It's a dope podcast. I'm definitely blessed and happy to be here, and I look forward to having some laughs with y'all, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure, for sure.
Always.
Always. So, we definitely, again, appreciate all the support.
On the table.
So,
Off.
Y'all
That's
see.
way off.
there you go. So, catch us up with what's been going on, man. So, I know that you're still mentoring, right? You're still coaching, so you're coaching the freshman team at Del Campo.
Actually, I moved up to JV.
Oh, okay. Hold on, man.
You put W's in the column?
We actually won last night.
Hey,
okay.
Victory of the year.
Okay. Who'd you win against?
We beat El Camino High School.
I hate that school. I ain't gonna lie.
Really? Honestly, I don't know nothing about the North, man. I've been trying to tell
that
people
school.
like I literally am a South Sac dude. Like all I know is South Sac. I really never been in the North like that. So being in that area, being around them type of people, and it's just a whole different vibe. So it's cool though. I mean, it's cool, but
El Camino is definitely a different type. They're like a whole different country. by
yeah, like
themselves.
it's
Yeah, I was gonna
it's
say I
wild,
don't know
and
if I would
it's-
consider them North.
Yeah, they're not
literally-
really.
No,
They're not.
I mean, anything past Arden is North to me.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
They're like parallel to Arden.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now I'm coaching JV, Davidson line coach up there. Just trying to really get my feet wet with this coaching stuff. I really like coaching football, but it's one of the things I'm trying to see if I can really make it a career. So it was nice to get my feet wet, but it was a crazy season. We had 2 different coaching turnovers. Kids quitting left and right. You know, we're undersized, so you know, dealing with all the adversity of just football is just like it was fun and difficult at the same time. But definitely glad that I took on the challenge of high
And
school.
he still got hair.
Man,
Yeah.
hopefully I can keep it a couple more years. I might have to stop coaching. I ain't gonna lie. I need my hair as long as I can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just come to the ball tide, bro. It's nice.
Yeah. We already had the discussion. We gonna,
Chill.
so we always talk and we always hear you talking about each one teach one.
Definitely.
So can you kind of elaborate on that a little bit more? Because obviously you spend a lot of time with youth, obviously with the football, and also outside of that doing like the mentorship. So why is that so important to you, and why is that so dear to your heart?
I think it's very important because looking back, if it wasn't for the mentor I had when I was 15, you know, not just tell me that I can get out of sack, but show me and get me a flight and take me to here. You know what I mean? So just having somebody actually be able to show you something different, like that's a blessing. That's a big thing. Like last night I had to work. I mentored and we went to the opening game. And the kid I went with, that was his first time in Golden One. He was like, "Oh, this is nice." I'm like, you know, so I'm like, again, here I am being able to give somebody their first experience. So, you know, that's gonna be able to, you know, stay with him a little bit longer. So,
Yeah.
I just like there's nothing that you could really like. You can't really like put a real like number to it, because this right here is really like internal. Like when you doing mentor stuff, like you get the win by just like knowing that they're talking to somebody else now about you. Like, oh, yeah, I heard about you. So-and-so told me that you were, you know, so-and-so. So it's like, it's not going to always be financial wins in this, in that interest, you know, in this industry, but you got to have a love to really help people. So
They turn into financial wins, though.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think that in your mentorship, do you think that exposing kids to new experiences is like benefit, like as far as the most beneficial way of mentoring? Like why do you think that exposing kids to new experiences is so important?
I feel like it's important because people literally get stuck. Like think about how many times or people that you know at your age now that never ever left their home city. In any city in the world, I guarantee
it's
there's somebody
crazy.
that's never left that city.
That's
And
the
you're like,
majority.
dang, you 30, you ain't never even been to the next city over.
That's the
You
majority
ain't
of
never
the
even
people.
been to this city.
Right.
You only, like say you're in Sac. You never been to Vegas. You never been to the Bay. That's an hour and a half away. You never been to Oakland.
Right.
Like that shouldn't be the case. So like I feel like it could be a hopeless place. It could be a hopeless situation when all you seeing is the negative things that's around you. So I think it's very important for kids to be able to not only learn about college, which is what my mentoring job, Improve Your Tomorrow. That's their main thing, is not only getting kids to college, but getting them through college. And so a lot of people might say, a lot of parents be like, oh, go to school, get good grades, but they don't tell you how, they don't show you how, they don't they don't give you the help you need, they don't try to give you the resources. But with this, here's somebody that's gonna be with you for 12 years. It's a 12-year commitment. Like nobody's giving you that. No after school program, nothing else is giving you that. So to know that there's a program out here for my child, whenever that comes, to be like, you can be here from 6th grade on. And even at Sac State, like they literally have programs all the way through college that's gonna help you get there. I didn't know that there's certain things you need to even be able to go to a certain college. You gotta have 2 years of foreign language, 2 years of this, 2 years of that. So if you don't know that, then all of a sudden you're a junior and they're talking about you're not gonna graduate on time. I got kids right now talking about they can't graduate from the school they're at because they didn't know they had to take this and this and that. And so it's like, and then that COVID year, man, I honestly, I feel sorry for a lot of these kids, because a lot of these kids got the short end of that.
Right.
Yep.
That COVID year of being online, and that right there really hurt a lot of these kids' grades and stuff.
counselors,
So,
no nothing.
Right. Yeah. Well, even the year after, right now,
facts, exactly.
because you're
I think
you're
that's
going
important. People keep saying during the pandemic, it ain't over.
We're still in it.
Right,
I think people really
Still
are
in it.
discounting the fact that it ain't over just because
Yeah.
we able to go outside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
I mean,
real.
I think in some cases going outside ain't the best thing to be doing right now. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I was just keying in on what you were saying about like people never leaving their city. I'm from the South too. I'm from the P, but I went to Grant, so I went to school with generations and generations of people that went to Grant.
Right.
By the time I went to school, I was in school with 6th, 7th generation high school students at Grant High School, which is crazy because you got to at least be 13 years old to go to get into school. You know what I'm saying? So 7 generations, and I saw that a lot when I started getting into the electrician field and engineering field, and we were doing all the press conferences, man, and talking to the kids. They don't know anything about anything. They basically know whatever their demographic is.
that's all they know.
That's what they,
But if you haven't been nowhere, like for me, I've always traveled young, even if it was like we had our family reunion every year. We went to different cities. So I already knew that I loved Houston before I was, you know what I'm saying? I've been there, you know what I'm saying? So I like when you go places like, oh, I like there, you know what I'm saying? So I knew that's where I wanted to go to college. Like if you ain't never been nowhere, how do you know where you want to go or have an interest in going anywhere else when you ain't never, you know what I mean?
Never been right.
it's
Never
hard.
been.
It's hard to aspire to be anything if you don't really see it.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Like if you've never seen a doctor or black doctor, you never seen a
Man.
black teacher, you never
Man,
seen
I
a black
told-
lawyer. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
You got to
I-
see it to
I
believe
told you
it.
guys how excited I was when I went back on this job yesterday, and how they set me up. But it even made me more excited when one of the guys came out that was working for me, and he was black. Because it's so many jobs that I've done over the 16 years where there's no foreman or general foreman electricians, or I've not worked with another black electrical engineer. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So the mentorship is, it's everything, bro. Like, just to go to the Golden One Center, you never been there before, and you live in Sacramento, and then nosebleed seats are $32.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And it makes you wanna
we
do
had
more
good seats,
stuff.
too. Like we out here, we literally 101 row E. Like this ain't even like we just in the building. Like
You in the
you
game?
know what I mean? Like we really there. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's just like I know how it is for me, and that's just really like my mindset I took with everything, with my business, with the fitness and everything. It's like at the end of the day, I know how it feels when you don't know nothing, and then somebody comes in and really helps you. I know how good that feels when somebody's
expanding
there in
your
your
life,
life.
yeah.
I know how it feels to be overweight and you hate how you feeling, and then you lose it and you feel great about yourself. You feel good about what you accomplished. Like I know
Yep.
how that feels, so I'm like,
Yep.
I want to give that to other people. Now, whether you ever get to however 110 pounds again. As long as you're in the mindset, I'm never gonna be fat again. I'm gonna continue to always work on myself. You're never gonna be where you were yesterday if you keep working. So it's like that's the goal. Feel good about the wins because it's everything different. You're not gonna always be perfect. So take your wins and be able to celebrate those.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like it's a huge part of the psychology. Like even what you saying, you went to the Golden One Center with them, and like I worked on that thing from start to finish. I did a lot of design for the lighting and stuff in there. So when people say they go there, that shit makes me feel good.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like you said, it's the work, bro. Like you never know who's gonna impact later on in life, and it's dope that it's a spot that you could take somebody, and it's crazy that you could be here forever. Where we got major sports teams and never go to an event.
Right.
Man, for real.
Yeah, I think that's definitely super important. I think we talked about that and touched on that during the episode with Kaifa, where we were saying that that a lot of times people don't think anything's possible until they see somebody else do it.
Right.
So if you're not exposed to anything new, then you don't see what possibilities can happen. You know what I mean? Like traveling. Like if you don't go to a different city, like you don't know that these cities exist unless you look in a book or unless you look online. But I think experiencing it is totally different because like you said, it kind of stays in your mind. You know what I mean? So like even just going to Golden One and you see there's some things that kids may catch up on that you may not catch up on. Like you may see that the cameraman that's recording the game is black. Like, hey, I didn't know that. And you're like, hey, that can be a job. That's a job that you maybe not have known. You know what I mean? Or just seeing different people, seeing different people speaking languages. Like I think the last time I went to Golden One, there was a lot of international fans.
Yep.
And it's like, dang, I didn't know we had that. Like I knew Sac was diverse, but I didn't realize how diverse Sacramento was, or that people would come to travel to Sacramento just to see something. So you might meet somebody, you might bump into somebody, you just never know. But if you in the house all day, or like you said, you don't expose yourself to new things, then you don't expose yourself to new possibilities. And even us as adults, I mean, I think that we should learn that. Like, don't always. I mean, most of the time when people ask us to go out or do something new, we always say no. It's like sometimes say yes.
Yeah. You can't really see like you said in Sacramento, like you wouldn't think that Sacramento had the money that it has and the impact that it has because you can't really see the forest when you're standing in the trees. You know what I'm saying? But amongst us, we always have the Sacramento Bay comparison, Sacramento whatever, right? But man, it's California. People are dying to get here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many people that just want to be a part of, and then you see how they're treating us here. The economy is so expensive that you can't even get a 1-bedroom apartment less than $2,100, $2,000 out here anymore.
Wow.
We're
So
definitely blessed to be here.
For sure.
Straight up. No, to be in California in general, because we're watching people by the masses move to Texas and move to Las Vegas and move to Atlanta.
A lot of Idaho, a lot of different slower places.
A lot of places where you're not gonna get the California weather. You know what I'm saying? But it just is what it is. So it's super dope that like you said, man, we really be here and we don't really know what it is if we don't step out.
And there's a lot of stuff here. I think that's a thing people don't realize. They feel like if they want to do something or experience something different, I got to go somewhere else. It's stuff in your city that I guarantee you ain't experienced. And there's stuff around, like even in California, like when people think, let me travel, they think I got to get out of California or I got to, get out of the states. But I'm like,
people are dying to come here for
it's
vacation.
so much stuff to, you know what I mean, experience right here.
No, that's true. Yeah. And I think you have to just be, that's why, I know back in the day, people was like, you have to read a book because it opens your mind to possibility, which is true. But you also got to go out and live it too. You know what I mean? Like,
that's the seed from the book, though. You know what I'm saying?
So I think you should because it makes you aware that these places are available or opens up your imagination.
Places I've wanted to go from reading the books. Like I wanted to, after reading a certain book, I wanted to go to Seattle so bad. Yeah. After reading it, just like, dang, that sound dope. I want to go there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I play ball.
It does happen. So
opens up. It definitely opens up your imagination, and I think again, if you're not paying attention, you don't know what's out there. Like. I remember back in high school, like, just think about when I was in high school and think about now, like when we used to have the state fair, like and living in
When it was a
Sacramento,
whole month?
I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
Bro, they come from
But
everywhere.
like
though.
when I talk to people from Stockton or
Fresno,
from Modesto or Tracy or Fresno,
Chowchilla,
yeah, they will
Livermore,
come
yep.
to
driving 3 hours.
Cal Expo just for
Yep.
the State Fair. I'm like,
Yep.
oh damn, maybe this is a pretty big deal.
Reading,
You know what I
Red
mean?
Bluff, you know what I'm saying? That's 3.5 hours away.
And like when you
man.
talk to people
out
from
here.
like other cities, like we don't have nothing.
Right.
And
I
I'm
feel
like,
even-
and then
even
we say
forget
that.
we
with
say
the
we don't
capital.
have nothing,
But
we got
really,
everything.
yeah. But
exactly.
really, if you look at anybody else, they really. I'm not saying anybody else, but like just for instance, like going to Stockton, good city, but obviously they don't have the resources we got. Like
Yeah,
even living in the capital, like
Yep.
I don't think people realize how many government state jobs that we actually have here.
All
of them.
Where
All
it's like
of
you know
them.
what I mean, and
All
it's
of
like
them.
we don't. And when you move. You know, you realize like, damn, like I didn't realize how good we had it living in the capital
Right.
where
Yep.
we had that
Hell of a
availability.
job.
You know what I mean?
Definitely,
Yep.
yeah.
Child,
I
I
mean-
went to Oroville for the Juvenile concert, and I was like,
What the hell is this?
"What?
yeah.
People is living here?
Yeah, no, I mean,
Like
meth,
this?
it's
And
Meth,
that's what, an
Meth
hour
City.
away?
Ain't
If you ever want to
nothing
get meth, you
there.
can go to Oroville. They got meth.
That's it."
But it's,
There was.
Crystal.
I was like,
All the outskirts like that, Rancho,
Marysville.
like all the outskirts is like that.
Rio.
Like,
it's just
Yeah.
like, what
You know,
the
but
hell?
it is. It's crazy. I mean, here we're in Sacramento. We got the river all the way around. You can go to the river. You got the North Fork. You can get up to Auburn. All the hiking trails. We got, bro. I had a mountain lion walking around my neighborhood last week. You know what I mean? They had.
yeah.
You remember that?
I think I heard about it.
It was like a block and a half away. They had a mountain lion.
I thought it was a cougar.
It's-
I thought I heard Brittany Renner's in town.
Oh.
Give him some. He made up for it.
That's good.
He made up.
Good sound.
Oh,
What?
That
That
was
funny.
Hey.
Hey, I like that one.
That was good,
I'm
bro. I'm gonna
sick.
clap it up for you, man.
Thank you. I appreciate
I'm
it.
trying to start a slow clap.
Hey, it's half and half. Majority rule it up.
You know, stuff
All
that
right.
wasn't funny.
It was cool.
Oh, she don't want to give me no credit.
So as a mentor,
hey,
so
don't
you,
do the Bill Cosby eye roll.
Yeah, get your pudding pop.
So as a mentor, you've been opening up the minds of these children, which I think is definitely appreciated.
Definitely.
So can you, because we know as men, trying to juggle different things at different times can be difficult.
Yeah.
So how are you juggling mentorship, business with your training and your health regimen, and also coaching, and also your home life as far as marriage and
Right.
all of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you know, happy wife, happy life. So
Nah,
at the end of the day-
Nah, fam.
Hey.
Nope.
Hey.
Nope. Nope.
the end of
Nope.
the day-
Hold
Let-
on.
you gotta let him
No.
finish.
No, we're
No, you
not
gotta let
letting.
him
No.
finish first. You
No,
gotta
we're
let him
not
finish
letting you
first.
finish that.
Please let
It
him
is
finish.
happy house, happy spouse.
No,
Come
bro.
on now.
Potato.
No, it's not
Look,
potato.
tomato,
No, it's not.
tomato.
No, it's not.
However you want to say, at the end of the day, my goal is to keep my wife happy first and foremost. However you want to say that, however you want to put it, at the end of the day, as long as she good, house is good, we good.
And you have some.
But are you good?
Comfortably.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, this is how I like it. Like, I was just, like, thinking about it because when you on YouTube and stuff, they start showing you, like, different little things, like, you know, knowing that I'm a trainer and I'm looking at videos, studying little stuff. They'd be like, they started showing me videos of, like, the way that you can make heck of money doing this online. And, you know, I'm like, they're like, oh, why would you sit here and train and you're training all these hours and you can't spend time with your family and all that? I'm like, I want to be busy. I'm 32 years old. I'm not sitting here to sit down. Like, I look at it like this. Like, I literally gave working for the man, working for other people 10 years. Why can't I give myself 10 years to get myself rich?
Okay.
Like, if I can give myself at least that 10 years, what am I doing? Like, why would I quit on myself 2 years in? Why not go all in? Why not really go hard and really try to get it? You know what I mean? Like, everybody try to say, like, and what I want to do as a motivational speaker and all that stuff, I gotta basically make it first and then I can get it. Like, nah, I'm gonna take y'all with me this whole ride. You feel what I'm saying? We gonna do it and we gonna talk and we gonna, you know, I'm gonna take y'all every step of the way. I'm not gonna sit here and wait till I got 1 million followers and wait till I got to be able to put out merch, to be able to, like, nah, I'm gonna do everything now and I'm gonna give everybody all of me. And at the end of the day, that's going to in turn have a happy house. You know what I mean? Because like you said earlier, it may not necessarily these little things may not turn into big financial gains at the moment. At the end of the day, I know greatness is at the end of this hard work. And I know that the financial, you know, struggles I may or may not have will not be an issue if I give myself this 10 years of going hard.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So,
sow the proper seeds, bro.
you know, that's it. Like, at the end of the day, I know, like, people always wait. Like, I've been motivated to do great for the kids I ain't had for years. I've been, like, you gotta understand, like, being a father is the most important thing to me. And that's something I've been thinking since I was young, 16, 17 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I've been working hard to do good for that. And I don't even know what's going to happen still. And married 5 years and still don't like, okay, we don't know. But at the end of the day, I got to make sure I'm right for when I have my kids. They're not going to have to worry about nothing. We're not going to be worried about banking too much money and now I can't be on the housing or none of that weird stuff. Like, at the end of the day, I always wanted to get married, have kids, raise my family, do things the right way. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, that's just it. Like, I can't stop. You know, I can't give up now. Like, why? Like, what sense do it make to go hard to do good for the sake of when you have kids to quit right before you're planning on having kids? Like, you gotta go.
But
like,
Go ahead.
One of the things that I noticed, and this is common amongst all of us, is we're all accomplished because we all know what we want. So we're all goal driven and goal oriented. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to really if you don't have a why, then it's hard to wake up every day and go hard.
Right.
If you're just in the mode of just living and I'm just doing. I mean, it's the same reason why I think all of us do it. To be honest, you know, I want my kids to be top tier. I'm trying to teach them not to be assholes because they got a lot, but.
The why is very important because, like you said, that's the motivation when you don't want to do it because you're not gonna want to do it every day.
That's facts.
And that's the part that I think people need to realize is that even if you're doing something that you love, you could still get burnt out. You know what I'm saying? If that why is not important, because that's you have to have discipline when the motivation ain't there because the motivation is not always gonna be there, and that's where the discipline kick in.
That's facts.
Because if you only did shit when you was motivated, come on now.
I was sleeping.
I'm never momotivated to do laundry. I'm never motivated. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to really think about it like, okay. you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to.
Look at Bogus face. Damn.
Hey, you gotta be disciplined. I won't say I'm never motivated to work out, but I mean, you ain't always gonna want to.
No.
So you gotta be disciplined.
Hey, I don't got COVID, man. My bad.
That's what you get
No,
for
well,
talking
this
shit.
is a fully vaccinated
Right,
podcast.
That's why we
Thank
all
you.
vaccinated.
Well, I mean, I got like one more week until they say I'm fully vaccinated. But yeah.
Man, he
Well,
will
that's
be
why he
youngest
go-
one.
Don't be
It
quoting
will
no
be the
quote no
baby in the
fully
group.
vaccinated.
Huh?
Hey, it will be
Yeah.
the baby that ain't fully vaccinated
you
yet.
know
What
what
you
I'm
waiting on, young man?
I got my second shot.
Which one did you get?
You got both shots already?
Yeah, I got both shots.
Yeah, but you gotta wait.
You gotta
like
wait
that.
the
You gotta
whole
wait.
14 days.
But which one did you get? Moderna, Johnson & Johnson,
Pfizer.
Pfizer.
Yeah, now Pfizer's the only one that's fully at this point, but we good.
Well,
No, I thought Moderna was.
Huh?
I thought Moderna was.
Moderna got a fully vaccinated. I mean,
Well,
Fully
I thought
approved.
Moderna was the first one.
FDA.
Oh, you mean FDA approved?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, the
FDA
only one's Pfizer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Pfizer one so far.
That's the one I got.
Yeah.
God,
But not to
God has fully approved me, so I'm good.
Hello.
not to get off too
Right.
So,
Why you
but
cough like that?
I think this is an important conversation because this actually rolls into the conversation we're gonna have on the internet wins again. This is why I said happy spouse, happy house.
Oh man, he didn't
Okay.
let that go.
No, I didn't
Right.
because
I got
we're gonna talk about it later.
Yeah.
Where we talked about men being tired, where we talked about things like that, and we commend you because obviously, yes, you want your wife to be happy, but
He said, "What about you, Tyson?"
yeah,
Right.
What
because
about you,
let me just lay it out real quick.
Yeah.
Fortunately, you have a wife that affords you the opportunity to pursue the things that you want to pursue and trust you in that. Because a lot of women wouldn't be like, I don't see no consistent checks, or I don't see where the return is this on this, and why are you doing this when you can just get a 9 to 5 and do that on top of that because we need money consistently.
we
You know what I
need
mean?
now, yeah.
So for somebody to see the vision with you,
Yeah.
then afford you to do that. And a lot of times when we are so busy, which again is not something that's bad, but I think a lot of times men can get lost in providing, in making the wife happy, in supporting. You're supporting kids that's not even your own. Where in that shape, when you are so busy that you're doing things for everybody else, that then you start losing who you are, and then you're not doing things that make you happy or things that are making you feel fulfilled. So that's why I said happy spouse, happy house, because you guys are equally yoked in the fact that you guys both support each other. She supports you and gives you the freedom to and trust you to do the things that you're doing because she believes in your vision.
Right.
Again, there's a lot of relationships where that's not the case.
Right.
Where it's I want to do this, but because my wife is nagging me or saying that she feels like she doesn't think that this is a good idea, I'm going to then go back to the 9-to-5 world. And that's still pleasing your wife, but then inside you're slowly dying because there's something you want to pursue, but you're not able to pursue it because you don't have the backing for it.
Is it fair to say,
That's
though?
exactly what I didn't want. That was like my main thing that I was like, no, because when he was like, oh, I'm going to do this, or somebody told me about this, I'm like, but do you want to do that? Like, that's always my question, because I see so many women that be like, oh, my man do this, he pay this, he do all that. And I'm like, but that nigga hates that. He hates that job every day. Like, I could not feel good about myself to see you go do something that you hate
every day.
Every day, or you know what I'm saying, or that you just really ain't truly fulfilled in. So I'm like, find what you fulfills you, find what your purpose is, find your why, and then monetize it. Period.
But is it possible though? Is it possible that the husband can find his full fulfillment in fulfilling his wife and just be happy with
Absolutely.
that? Right? So because that could
and
be the case.
I don't hate on them people.
And I'm not mad at that either. But at some point in time, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Because there are some niggas out there that are just like, yo,
I just want to live for her,
says,
and that's fine.
It goes. You
but
know what I mean?
in a marriage, and I'm just gonna say this because I think this resonates with a lot of people. If you in a marriage and both people are focused on pleasing one person,
yeah, but that's exactly. But this is
no, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Do you feel fulfilled in providing for your family? And I think you should.
Listening to them talk, right? They both find fulfillment in watching each other be fulfilled.
Correct.
Right, and that to me, that's the ideal marriage.
Correct.
Right. So, but I 100% agree. I can't live by happy wife, happy life. I can't do it.
Because men need to be happy too,
Yeah,
and obviously
I wouldn't.
we're not saying that that's
Right.
We all know the situation here.
Well,
is
he
that
said
it
tomato,
is.
tomato. So he obviously he
not.
understands what
I
I'm saying.
mean, maybe I'm trying to like take the negative, antidote out of that saying because I don't view it like that. But at the end of the day, like we know as men, our job is to keep our women happy, and women know as women their job is to keep their men happy. Whatever that looks like in your household is your household. You know what I'm saying? But that's the goal is, y'all should be shooting to make each other happy. If that's not the goal, then...
I mean, do you feel good when your spouse is down or your spouse is sick or whatever? Like, if I'm not feeling good, of course you're going to be like, oh, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, you always want that person, if that's your other half, to be at their height. And if, you could put in on that, you is. Like, that's going to be one of my main focuses. I want to see, how was your day?
Yeah.
How, you know what I'm saying? Like, how, you know what I mean? Like, I want to make sure that you're good. It has to be reciprocated. I think when we say these things, we assume that it's one-sided.
Yeah. And
well, happy life is
definitely one-sided.
Yeah. So the reason why, and the reason why
the
reason why I push against that so much is because whether you want to call it toxic masculinity, whatever you want to call it, is that there are people. Actually, I ain't gonna say that. We're gonna get to it. There are women who believe that a man is supposed to provide no matter what his condition is. And as long as the house is taken care of, then everything is good.
Everything's great. Yeah.
And he, again, we talk about men's mental health. We talk about, we're going to talk about it in about 30 minutes. But that situation is not conducive to your man because then he is slowly degrading or he is slowly, losing himself in what it is as society has deemed to being a man, which is just going to work, coming home, going to work, coming home, going to work, coming home. And if we say happy wife, happy life, what I'm saying is in that situation, the wife could be taken care of, happy, the household runs like it's supposed to, but that man is miserable. And that man is looking like, and one day he may pop up and he may have a mental breakdown or try to commit suicide or whatever because he's just like, I can't take it anymore and I'm not doing anything to make me happy. And again, we're not talking about Steph. Steph takes care of you very well.
Facts.
But there are some women that are just content with, I'm getting taken care of.
I actually just had a conversation with a woman that said, if you're in a marriage, all the women's problems are the men's fault. Or the man's fault. Every problem in the house is the man's fault, and so that's exactly what you're talking about, right? Where she's married to someone, right? But if it doesn't function for him or for her, it's his fault, right? There's no onus, there's no responsibility that she's taking to make sure that
well, that's because people function with that head of household, and if everything that's going wrong is a result of bad leadership, which Sometimes it is.
Yeah, yeah. But
you
if
know what I'm
he's,
saying?
if
But
he's
it's still,
depressed and
to
he's
me,
miserable,
it's still two people.
Yeah.
right?
You know what I'm saying? I think that's the part that people miss out on is they think, oh, head of household, and then that's just the leader, and everybody just follow as the wife. You a leader as well. You know what I'm saying? Like regardless,
It's a partnership.
It's exactly. You know what I'm saying? So you still have a part in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And,
Like I was like I was told once that I can't feel like a full man until I'm paying the full rent. I'm like, we got a joint account. What you mean?
I mean,
I don't know,
a
like-
lot of people don't combine their finances either.
I'm
So
like-
again, it's different. I feel like it's different scenarios and different like circumstances.
So hold on. So you're right. So let's stay on that point. Yeah. This is the exact point I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Let's say you do get somebody. Obviously, you're married. This is hypothetical.
Yeah.
Let's say that you do get with somebody who thinks like that, who says you're not the man, you're not the head of household unless all the bills are paid by you.
There's a lot
And
of
that's the
people.
type of
Say
person-
So hold on. So in your assessment of happy wife, happy life, then you could be working 3-4 jobs just to make sure the bills are paid so that she's happy, and
Right.
you burnt out.
I ain't
Right,
gonna lie.
exactly. And
I
that's
know
why
like 2 or 3
I
guys
wouldn't-
like that right
again,
now.
And I wouldn't do that. I know a partner right now that hates his job and dealing with this stuff because he got to because the lifestyle they live. I'm like, at the end of the day, like that's how I was just telling some of my other clients. Like the thing is when it comes to like men and like feeling away because one of my clients is talking to somebody and she thinks she feels away because his finances. And I'm like, the reason why most men feel away about their finances is because to most women, how their pockets look matter.
Facts.
So if I know I'm in the talking stages of talking to you and I know we're gonna be on dates, we're gonna be doing things, and I don't got the money, I'm not gonna feel good you paying for it every time, and I know you're not gonna feel good with me not being able to pay it every time. So it's like sometimes I'd rather push back until I got my shit together to where it's not a situation of now you're feeling away and I'm feeling away because I don't have it. I'm feeling away because I don't have it. And I think you feeling away because I don't have it. And then it's all this other stuff. I'm like, that's how we're programmed. We're programmed that we have to pay for everything. We have to be the ones that, you know what I mean? Like even with the dudes that be standing behind their girl when they pay, like it's
they make
always
jokes
frowned
about 'em.
upon. Like you know what I mean? It's always frowned upon when our girl reach for her wallet.
I mean, they
You
even
know what I
tell
mean?
you
No, for
as
real.
a woman, they be like, if even if you paying, give him the money and let him pay so he can still
Yeah,
look like
well,
a
I mean,
man.
I've
I'm like,
I've heard
No,
I've
like-
heard stories.
like-
I've
do
heard
you feel like
stories.
that's necessary?
Honestly, it's
Hold
real
on.
because like there's been times to where like I will go out and she wants to pay. I'm like, it's
This
not like
nigga be like, I really want you to pay.
Right,
but-
it's like I'm not tripping, but it's like
I'm gonna be
I don't want
frowned
nobody
upon.
looking at me like, oh, that nigga ain't got
Shit, I'll let her pull that wallet out in a heartbeat. but I got no pride in my stride.
It just feels weird. Like I
Go ahead
understand
and
it's not a
swipe
big
that
deal,
card for me,
but-
little baby.
I feel like that's whack. If you
Cut
feel
the
like,
check.
oh, if you paying, give me the money so I can still look like I'm paying.
That's whack
Yeah,
as
nah,
fuck. You might as well
That's
pay.
extra.
You might as well pay.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That's extra.
But again, that just plays onto how fragile the man's ego is. And that you rather have your girl give you her thing on a low or give her cash on a low to where nobody see you. Where like 9 times out of 10 ain't nobody worry about you. And if it is the
That's
one person
biggest
that is,
facts.
and if there is the one person that is,
That's
F
biggest
him. You ain't
facts.
gonna see him again anyway. So it's
Nigga,
like,
how about that? How about I don't know you,
right, I
fam?
don't know you. So what? Like I don't know you. I'm never gonna
Yeah.
see you again. So why do I
Yeah.
care?
But
Like,
a lot of men's ego care about how they look to other people.
Yo, if I'm getting my meal paid for, I'm putting my feet on
What?
the table.
hey, we ate right. We full
Top
right.
flight.
We
nigga.
finna hop in the car and go home right, or go
Yep.
where we going right.
Yep, it's good.
Why I look like giving a fuck about what some dude could have seen at table 7? Boy, get on.
We just talked
No.
about
Right.
that. We just talked about that with the Cougars, bro. They gonna flew you out for sure.
I for sure had an OG pay my rent and all that shit when I was in Houston. Like, come
on,
on, I ain't even
bruh.
touched you yet. Like, if you willing to pay my rent and I ain't touched you, I'm not gonna say no. Just like any other chick ain't gonna say no to a nigga that's wanna get you a bag or get you whatever. even
This
though you
nigga
ain't
had a
touching it.
Birkin. It was called rent.
Come on now.
A Birkin called rent.
I
I just thought about it.
Come on now.
I just thought about it.
What'd you
Like,
think about?
I realized like how real it is when it's about visual because
Yeah.
if we at the house and she DoorDash, cool.
See.
I ain't tripping.
but
I
if
don't
you
even
out,
care.
it
You-
matters.
yeah, yeah,
No,
You don't even
nigga,
think
it
about it.
don't
You don't
matter
even
to
think
me.
about it, right? You don't even
It don't matter.
think
Think about
about
it.
it. At home.
Nah, hold
But
on,
when you're
fam.
out
Hey,
and somebody see
hold on,
her paying
fam.
for you,
Next
it's
time,
Hold on,
next time I
fam.
get my food paid for, I'm taking a bow.
Yeah.
Nigga, what the fuck?
You getting dragged in the group chat.
Who me?
No, if you
No.
let your girl pay for you.
Yeah, that's you
Nah.
might.
But see, at the same
Yeah.
time too. But no, sometimes
I'ma tell you how
sometimes she already got it up.
I'm gonna tell
No,
you.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. I don't think there's
I'm
wrong.
gonna
I
tell
agree
you.
with
I'm gonna
what
tell
y'all
you.
saying.
You know how you know it's real because girls post like when he pays for your gas, when he puts the food, when he gives you when he cash apps you back for what you brought him for dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
I just want us to get to a space where men are seen more for what they are and who they are than what they can do.
No, they are
That's
exactly
I don't
seen
know
for
if
what
that's
they
gonna
are.
happen on a
They're
general
exactly
level.
they're exactly.
But that's why
seen
we're
for
talking
what they
about
are.
it now, King.
They're exactly
Happy
seen for
house,
what they are.
happy spouse, know your worth.
Hey, and I ain't gonna lie. I ain't been online all week. I went on the Reverb. This nigga talking his shit about. He talking his shit about know your worth, King. He got as soon as he knew what the podcast was gonna be about, he fired up.
Just know your worth. That's what I'm saying.
Find you somebody that knows your worth and that sees it, and it's easy to point out. I feel like, especially for men, it's easy to point out who sees your worth for who you are versus your bag.
I mean, hey,
It's not that
I'm
hard.
not
Oh
gonna
no,
say
it
that.
can be difficult.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it's easy.
It can be
I'm
difficult.
a little deeper. Find you somebody that trusts in your potential and actually meet that potential.
Meet
Nah,
it.
nigga, it's too late now. We in our 30s.
Meet it.
Can't date off
We
potential.
know
talking
what?
to he a mentor. He talks to the young ones.
Yeah,
Come
he
on
ain't
now.
talking to us.
Hey, I'm just saying,
Actually
like, at the end of the
do it.
day, you could be doing something at 20. Come on, now, how many times you
No,
was in your early 20s and you was trying to put something, your girl at the time was like, nah, you might as well just work. They ain't going to pop off. Imagine
Yeah,
you would have been
okay.
doing whatever that was
Yeah,
in
yeah.
your early 20s.
I agree with
You know
that.
what I mean?
I agree with that.
I agree. I would say somebody to trust your vision
Yeah.
Yep.
because
Well,
we
but-
always say don't be dating off potential.
But I already
Hey,
told
wait, not
you.
even just trust
I
your
already-
vision, aligns
I
with
told
your
you
vision.
that too.
There you
I
go.
told you, man. I told you the standard to be a man. You gotta have a vision, and you gotta have to have a plan to work your vision.
Yes.
And then you gotta have proof that it's working.
Yes.
This is other than that, you can't ask anybody to align themselves with your vision or to lead,
That's
bro.
bars.
You have to have proof that
That's
what
bars.
you're putting in motion is actually
Right.
yielding proper
Exactly.
fruit.
Yeah, because
Why
I know
should I follow you?
There's
Why should
there's
I
no
let
chick
you
in
lead
her
me?
right mind that's gonna follow a nigga who's sitting on the couch. You know what I'm saying? I hope not.
I know niggas that's 45 on they 50th mixtape.
You know what? It's a level of audacity that's especially with the internet now, that it be like niggas that be talking all this shit and you be thinking like, bro, you ain't doing shit. And you sit up here talking all this respect you owed, all this, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And you look at their mindset and it's like, you not even, you shouldn't even be dating.
Yeah.
You need to be in somebody's therapist
Nigga,
chair.
you 45.
No, for real.
You 45 and you got all the designer belts and you
Stop
go home,
playing.
nigga. You go home to your mom's
Hey,
house.
Ma.
To apartment
What's
28.
for dinner? Meatloaf?
Yeah, I will
And
I
that-
will
Like,
say
nigga, your
I need that
mentor
Kraft
is
macaroni
fucking 2
and
short
cheese
albums.
tonight.
facts.
Oh shit.
Facts.
Wait, you
So
said what?
Next.
Nigga, your mentor is 2 short albums. Like, you're not even.
No,
short?
on a serious note, women that are dating, because I know this show is like 80% women that be listening.
All right, go ahead.
Make sure whoever you date is a man that you can respect.
Yeah, respect
Yes.
everything.
Because for one, men, we require respect. And you can only love your man properly is if you respect him. If you cannot respect him in the dating stages, then you just need to cut it off.
Yep. And that's why it's easy.
Slice,
That's why it's
slice.
easy to lose interest. Once you know what you're looking for, we was just
We
talking
was
about
just
it.
talking
It's
about
easy to
that.
lose interest because certain things just be like, I can't respect that. And you got to move. There's no point
There's
to
no
keep
coming
going.
back. Yeah,
you
there's
know
no
what I'm saying?
coming
Like, bye.
Like-
And that's the thing about social media is because you lose respect for people when you,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
for
saying?
real.
So it's kind of like when you,
You know what?
see
That's
how
fa-
people
that's
really
fact.
think.
But you got to
So
stick
it's
to your
like-
values and your morals, because you can only respect people based on that. If your morals and values is changing forever,
Yeah.
then you probably gonna get with somebody that you don't respect.
Yeah, that's
Because
true.
you always changing it, trying to make it fit in your situation. Like, oh, you know what, I'm against this, but you know, in this situation, I can see why
Because he
did
got
that.
money,
Right,
because
right,
he because he
Yeah.
doing this, or,
Hey,
or he look
you-
like this.
You say that, but that wins all the time for a long time. But
and that's why they losing. Shit.
Well, yeah, but
that's you know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true. Because like he said, they're looking at the weight of your bag most of the time. I'm gonna just keep it a whole buck. After like 30, 35, 40, right after that age, if you don't got a bag, these chicks ain't trying to fuck with you. Because most of them already got a deadbeat baby daddy somewhere. Most of them been through the child support system already. Most of them been cheated on or strung along in a relationship for hella years already.
These
You know what I'm
situations,
saying?
entanglements, you
So
know.
when you when you bring your dusty ass with nothing to show, she's like, nigga, I got no time for you.
Well, you know what?
But
Because
when
I think it's because they've gotten to the point where that clock is ticking.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm going to fuck with a fuck boy, I'm gonna at least make sure that my shit is taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was just about to say it was just like when you were saying
The
like
lesser of two
your
evils?
morals changing
Yeah.
Let my
because
bills
of
be
a
paid.
bag. Like remember the scenario with old girl where she was like cheat response or cheat respectfully.
Oh, yeah, she
That's
said don't
like
let
you
them-
start to adopt those type of morals based on.
If
she
you are
started calling
rationalizing
audibles.
as long as you are taken care
Audibles,
of,
yeah.
and as long as it's taken care of, then I will change. I will.
My
I will.
morals.
I will. Yeah, I will change my morals or change my values just because of. Again, I think when you get to that age, it's like I see that the field is dwindling,
Yo.
and I'm gonna have to start making some.
Or
I
you've
was-
been,
I was
or
told-
you've been cheated on so many times, or you've been abused so many times in that manner that it's kind of like you just think that's just
Stockholm
everybody's
supposed
like
to be.
that.
The Stockholm
Yeah.
syndrome.
Right.
At least,
So
at
you're
least,
like, well, at least do it respectfully.
well, at least if you got a bag. Well, at that point, that particular clip, that life that she was living, she didn't really have a choice.
or polygamy.
Exactly.
They might have to
Polygamy
hit a, they
means-
might
Give
hit
me
a
like that,
photo
bro.
B.
Listen, at the
Polygamy,
end,
hey.
to me,
Hey.
women that's okay with that situation, the situation like, well, if I'm gonna be losing, I might as well get this too. Like if I'm gonna lose, I might as well get
I'm
I'ma
gonna
get
get
a
some
bag.
type of W.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, yeah, like if I'm gonna be losing anyway,
I'm gonna get an interim W.
You know what I mean? Might as well give me some cheese.
I'ma give me a consolation.
I
Niggas
might
say a
as well.
lowercase W.
I'm gonna give me a, I'm gonna give me a
Lowercase W.
consolation.
Right.
It's like
Exactly.
when the
Consolation
team
bag.
lose, but you still got a double.
Exactly.
Hey,
Like,
nigga, I
right.
was hooping.
My
Right.
stats was
I was
Right,
hooping.
like-
The rest
like-
of y'all,
like
I'm
Tom Brady in that Super Bowl, he threw for 500 yards, but they lost. He like, well, Tom Brady, they
no,
lost.
nigga, they
We don't care.
lost.
No,
You know what I mean?
but it's true because women will be doing it. Like, hey, y'all getting cheated on, but at least I got red bottoms. At least I got a big house.
Bro,
at
I'm
least,
I'm telling you,
know what I
the
mean?
culture.
And then
I
they'll
got a
turn in,
car out of 'em.
and
I got
then
this
and
out
then
of 'em.
it'll turn into I'm allowing him to cheat.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm letting him do it.
No,
I gave him
come
a
on, bro, the
what's that
psycholo-
shit called?
the
A hall
psychological
pass.
delusion.
I gave him a hall pass, and it's like now you're trying to control the madness.
right.
Right.
Like no, he doing it because he want to do
No,
it. You
no,
just
right.
you just
you want to
I'm
We
along
gotta
for the ride.
understand it.
you put a title on it so it don't look so bad to
Exactly.
your friends. You know? It's like when you put a bra on your car. I'm
Ain't
just
that
We have
crazy?
an open relationship.
You find ways to
No,
rationalize
well,
it.
that's
We're
what we said about the
swingers.
last podcast where dude was sleeping with dudes and she was still together. I said he gotta have a bag. There's no reason
You gotta
to
be big rich.
Well, and they on
Big
TV.
rich.
and they're on
And it's
TV,
a
right?
storyline.
So the perks that she's getting from that situation are good enough for her to stay with a dude who's sleeping with a
Oh,
dude.
man.
How do we be getting here?
I'm glad we're talking about this. I was going to announce it later, but we're going to have a dating coach on the next show.
A dating coach.
Ooh, okay, dating coach. I'm here for that.
Male or female?
Maybe BJ can finally get
It's
a girl.
actually me.
Me not having a girl is a choice.
Okay,
So
choice.
we having Kevin Samuels
Free
on here.
agent. Free agent.
See, this
You
is the
still-
problem.
I can't
That's the
say,
problem.
It's not gonna
I
be
can
hard for me to
neither
get into a
confirm or
relationship.
deny.
It's
When
hard.
you
let's
say
do
male
this.
dating coach,
Let's
that's
do
what
this.
popped in
Let's
my
do
head.
this.
It'll be
Let's
hard
do
for
a
you to
male
stay
dating
on.
coach, and
Hold
then
on.
the following one we'll do a female dating coach. We'll find one, and we'll have them come on so we can hear both.
Ain't
I
no
wanna-
female dating coaches. You know why? Because we don't have that kind of.
You know why there's no
audacity to tell
female
people
dating
what to
coaches?
do.
Because let's just keep it a buck, man. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
I don't know what y'all want.
We
Here
don't know.
goes,
We
here
gon-
goes our
we're gonna have
dating coach
we're
in
gonna,
training.
We're gonna. The reason why every female dating coach and matchmaker that I've listened to over the last year says the reason why you guys don't have it is because because women don't. All women want the same kind of guy. They don't really want the guy that is gonna be best for them. They all come with the same standards. They want height. They want pockets. They want this. We can pull up clip after clip after clip of all these ex matchmakers that are like, it is so hard to convince women that they have a good man if he doesn't have a big bag. That's why you don't have them. Because like we're all sitting at this table, they got standards of what they want, and they overlook all the good commodities that men come with because he's not making six figures or $80,000 or $70,000.
Well, in my experience and the people that I know, usually men have a lot of things, but what they are liars, and that's the biggest issue. Is like, and even if men aren't like, they're like habitual liars. Like they lie about the small. You know what I'm saying?
She must not know these women from 2021.
Well, I ain't saying women don't lie. I'm just saying, as far as like, that's the root issue is niggas just be liars. Like,
Women lie too.
I didn't say they don't. I'm saying a lot of the time it's dudes that on paper look good, or dudes in
Oh, you
general.
talking about
as
how they look online and shit?
Overall, they a cool person, but they're a fucking liar.
I think the stats prove that a lot of people lie. The
I
problem
agree.
is that men get caught.
There you go.
That's
Call it-
that's
Y'all
Call it
know
what you
how
want,
I had to
but
get
niggas
caught.
be
I had to try
liars.
to pop up and take her lunch to her job, and she wasn't there. She was good.
But you know what? The people will try to convince you that overall, well, he got this, he does this, he
Right.
did all these other things, but he's a fucking liar.
Yeah.
Like, if for a lot of people, that's like,
See, and I think
what is
and-
he lying
cutoff.
about?
And
what
I
is he
want
lying
to.
about?
I want to get back. Hold on.
Literally,
Let's.
like,
I want to
lying
save
about
it.
everything.
Or
I
is
want
he just
to.
lying about sleeping with other women?
Let's save that for the dating pod. Let's say that for
Yeah,
the
let's say
pod.
that.
Save it for the pod.
Save it for the pod.
Save it for the pod.
But
But I think what Steph is trying to allude to is that, and we had this conversation about preferences and standards. And again, I will say it again. A lot of people mix up standards and preferences.
Facts.
Your standards should be based off of somebody's character, values,
Yep,
morals.
and
So,
if you are a liar,
Again, your leading should be who are you as a person,
Yep.
and then your preferences should be, you know, how much they make, their height, etc., etc. Those are preferences. Those should be a little bit negotiable. Your standards are no. I'm dead set on this. I'm dead set on this. If you know, lying is a stand. I do not deal with lie. If you're a liar, can't deal with you. And it should be when you're in the dating stages, and if you've uncovered that maybe in the past, or that there's and that's what we talk about, a pattern. If there's a pattern that you've cheated on all your girlfriends, then guess what?
you probably
That means you
ain't
probably
cheated.
shouldn't be dealing with them.
Mm-hmm.
And people can be mad, like, oh, well, I'm a changed man. I can only go based off of your behavioral patterns.
That's what Visa
And
do.
if your behavioral
MasterCard
patterns
too.
have shown
And
that
Discover.
out of the last 5 big long-term relationships that they've ended because you have been dishonest or if
Yep.
you've cheated,
Yep.
then I'm not jumping on that bag.
Yep.
I'm not doing that. I don't care how much money you make.
You're not a girl, so you can say that.
Girls have bags too.
Yeah, not as much.
exactly.
But I understand what you're saying. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying if I was
Yeah.
in a woman's shoes,
Yeah.
that your morals and your values
You're
should
at
overtake
this point. You're
your
a special type
and
of
that's
chick.
why I
Yeah.
said, for my in my
At this point, you're a
experience and the
special chick.
people I know, niggas be liars, and so that's what gets niggas axed, regardless of all the other shit. And the thing about it is, niggas will lie about stupid shit. So it's like, damn, now you out
Like what?
nigga, for lying
Like what
off
kind of
stupid
stupid shit?
Anything.
jobs.
Niggas,
Jobs.
niggas
Height.
lie about everything.
Everything.
Niggas lie about.
And things that
Who
they
they
don't have to
roommate
lie
is?
How
about.
do you lie about a job?
when
Nigga,
you-
I'm
when
gonna
you
get
Oh,
to know
niggas
you.
can lie about
I'm gonna
it.
get to know you. What are you talking about?
About
lie
if you
about
talk
it.
to certain people, about, you know what I'm saying, the nature of your relationship with certain people, like, you don't even know me to lie to me, so why would I continue to talk to you? You see what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like dudes will look at it like, oh,
Why
that's
you
not
find
that big of a
out?
deal.
I need to sit down
It
in these
is.
women's groups so I can start being a detective.
It is. So it's
Nigga-
like,
yeah, niggas
like
do
you
be
said,
lying.
this was your, okay, that's a lie, regardless. Like, and I don't know you for you to lie to me,
You
so
know,
I
this
really,
is
why
your
would I
cousin?
trust you any
Big,
further?
oh, that's the biggest lie
This
ever.
was your
Biggest
cousin?
lie.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's kind of.
And niggas be acting like niggas can't look
That's kinda
and check with
corny.
your other cousins or your family.
It just,
Well,
that's why I be saying this
motherfuckers
be
not that smart,
ridiculous
though.
shit.
I feel like people really think that you ain't gonna be around or something. Like you act like I'm not like.
And that
like,
lets
like
you know.
shouldn't
Well,
be
that's the
in
thing
lie.
though. Like if
shouldn't
you
lie
if you
about
only
certain
got
shit
them
like that.
around short term, it's even better just tell them I'm only trying to smash.
That's what I'm saying. Look,
'Cause-
that's
'cause
too
she
much
still
like
gonna
right, Rajeo.
smash.
That's too
Well,
much like right. That's
that-
too much like right.
That's why Photo B always says that he keeps it up front, honest from the get go. Right?
Yep.
When
Yep.
you're a dirtbag up front, it's all good.
Oh, we gonna
But are
talk
you
about
really
that
a
a little bit later. Okay, so get back on track. Get back on track. Okay, so we talked about the difficulty of you juggling businesses, marriage, and just all the stuff that you got going on. All right, so now that we know that, now that we know that you do an amazing job of handling it, you've been man of the year for like 5 years straight.
Hello.
What else do you have coming up? Where can we find you? And what do you got going on?
All right, so I am in South Sacramento. I will be. My gym is located at the Cribbo. I converted my garage into a gym. I got almost everything you need. Getting ready to add some more equipment to it. This actually tomorrow. I should be picking up my weight set. But I'm gonna be having online classes every other Saturday.
Okay.
Starting this Saturday coming up, 10 a.m. If anybody would like to get a virtual session, it will be $15 for a virtual session. That will be next Saturday at 10 a.m. Also, Monday through Friday, I'm training every morning. I'm up 5 a.m. training, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m. You could get some work before work. If you're in the south side of Sacramento, I got you. Also, I'm going to be start doing pop-ups.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get some merch, have some business cards to where, just again, like my goal is to really just help anybody who wants to be better. You want to be great, I'm here to help you get there. Whether you want to lose weight or gain weight, whether you can find a babysitter or not, just bring them and we're gonna make it work. I'm a person for the people, and I just want to continue to help the people do their thing. So
He's the
Tuesday and Thursday, I also got an evening class, 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. And football.
Should we come watch your team?
Oh yeah, no. The team I coach, we got one more game. That's this week. I think this is our homecoming game. So that would be dope if y'all came to my that game. It's on Friday night at 5. So Friday at 5 at Del Campo High School this week for that. As far as me as a player, I got one more year in me, and I'm gonna retire. I've been telling Steph that for like 3 years, but I'm for sure gonna retire after this season.
2 more years at least.
So I'm gonna try to run it back one more again. We fell short this last year with a new franchise. I like to give every team 2 years before I, do my thing. So I'm gonna give them one more year playing. Get ready for that. Just training, going hard, just working, man. That's all the move is. Continue to push for greatness and add to it. So
Don't be pulling no Brett Favre, man.
Can I be all the way honest? Like, if football has taken my life over to, I'm like low key burnt out. Like on Sunday, he be like, "You trying to watch?" I don't want to watch. I low key don't want to watch. Like, and not to mention, you already know how the Raiders get down. But I'm like, he's like, you don't even really be watching football. Like, I'm like, bruh, it's football.
That's a therapy session
every day, all year round. Like, football season never over for me.
So let me sum this up for y'all. Because this man ain't putting no respect on the name. There ain't no excuse for y'all not to get y'all workout in. Thanksgiving's coming up. Y'all going to be eating all the turkey and stuffing.
Y'all going to be eating all the turkey.
Christmas is coming up. Y'all going to be eating all the pineapple ham and mac and cheese. So y'all going to have to get this workout in. So if you don't want to come outside because it's too cold, he got virtual sessions for $15. If you do want to come outside, then he got sessions Monday through Friday, and he even got even sessions if you don't want to get up that early. So ain't no excuse for y'all not to get in shape.
And
because I don't want to
hear
and
nothing.
let you bring your kids.
I don't want to hear nothing about y'all talking about getting my body right 2020 in July. You got to start getting your body right now because COVID is about to be a wrap and niggas going to be outside.
Is COVID going to be a wrap?
Niggas is going to be outside.
We claim it.
Regardless, we outside.
Go ahead and start getting yourself ready for the Reverb barbecue.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Start getting your body right for that barbecue.
So get that Vegas body right for the barbecue.
Hey, I want all you dad bods. I'm trying to get y'all dad bods right.
Why you look at me?
Look right at him. Talk to him. Talk to him.
I need my fellas.
That's a
to stop
stepdad bod.
Losing weight. Yeah.
Right. All these dudes feel like they could just rest on their pockets. We gonna rest on our bodies, okay? Let your girl be able to sit on some abs, okay? Next time, okay?
See, how come when I talk like that, you know what I'm
mean?
saying? People be like,
That's
yeah,
all
you
I'm
just want
saying.
too much out of your life. Nigga, I like having abs.
Hey, that's all I'm saying. I feel like we really, as men, we just got to the point where we okay with being fat and ugly because we know we can get a fat pocket.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what, man.
There's some bad built dudes.
It's a double
in skinny jeans.
It's a double out here. You got a
short,
big pocket and abs.
Bruh.
so that they belt
Ask me
show.
how I know.
Come on now. So let's
Ask me
get
how
them
I
on. It's
know.
like I got a lot of women, but I want some men too, man. Like I want us to really start building. Get out here. Let's stop being lazy. Let's stop not act like we can't get up and work because the kids at the end of the day, we could get this work.
Find a
right?
way.
And on
find
top
a
of
way
that,
to do
also
it.
it's about your health too.
Come on,
like
now, we
we
wanna
talk
live.
about the body, but it's about your health too, especially men. And as black people, stress taking us out of here.
Man,
You feel what I'm
every day.
saying? And I don't care. Working out is the best stress reliever. That's the first thing they
Working
tell you
out?
when you come in. When I first went into my therapist, that's the first thing they tell you to
Working
start
out?
doing. Go outside, walk, work out. Like that's gonna boost your mood. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's just every day around here. I walk every day, 2 to 3 miles every day.
sure.
And I'm in the gym 4 or 5 days a week.
Know
It's
your worth
important.
is not just monetary.
Man.
You got to know
man,
your value.
bro.
and you start
Because
working
we
out.
all go to these jobs every day. These motherfuckers be stressing us out,
yeah.
making us responsible for their problems.
We're gonna
You know
talk
what I'm
about
saying?
the mental health in a minute because that's part of it.
I need
And if
to
you
walk
trying to
real quick.
and if you trying to boost that sex performance, nigga, you gonna have to get in the gym too.
Come on, bro. Get
need
that
it.
libido. That libido.
Your wife will thank you.
Your wife will thank
Yo,
Coach D-Lo.
yo,
Your wife will be calling
hey,
Coach
Go
D-Lo
ahead,
like,
say it. They
Yo,
do.
Sneaky Leak will thank you.
Ooh,
I was
ooh.
rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
They love when I go to the muscle farm.
You don't want your woman.
This nigga
You don't
still
want your
paid
woman
the
saying that.
muscle form.
I'm weak.
You don't want your woman. You don't want your woman saying that.
You
If she say anything like
I
this,
was
it's a
rooting
wrap.
for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare
And so
you?
you gave her the cold 2 minutes, and then you got to hear for the next 15.
Ah.
You talking about sound like a barbershop?
Right here, right next to me. You know, you ain't gonna wait till I go to sleep.
She gonna pop out that rose on you, nigga.
Hell yeah.
She gonna pop out that rose, nigga. You gonna see that shit.
Yeah,
in the damn
I ain't gonna
Amazon
see it,
A
cart.
though.
nigga with
Sleep.
the last name
Right.
Rose.
Talking about this that new Rose. This that new Rose 5000.
Nah,
This
see,
is that new
see-
Rose my husband can't do.
No. See, you gotta use the rose at the same time.
No, let's talk about it.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say
Nope.
if she would have busted it out during, she probably would have got where she needed to go.
Yeah.
But she don't know about that, Steph.
How she
don't
not know about that?
Doing.
Nah.
She don't know about that.
Most dudes be scared of toys.
That
so
is
you
true.
can't just be
Because
pulling
I'm in
out
that.
stuff.
I'm in that. Y'all know I always talk about that black women sensuality group.
Nah, I
and
be
there's
ready.
so many
I be
women
ready. What
that
you got?
say
I'm
men are
childish.
in-
I'm childish. Where the
Men are
toys at?
I'm buying it
intimidated.
for her. What you mean?
Men are intimidated by toys.
Remember
They
what I
are.
just told you I had upstairs,
Oh, you already
bro?
know. Cause look,
I got you.
look,
I
no,
got
think
you.
about it. Think about what happens. If I'm stroking you and all of a sudden you grab a dick ring and like, yeah, let me try. I'm like, I'm gonna feel like what you trying to say. I ain't giving you what
Ego.
it need to be.
Not
given.
me.
You know
We
what I'm
just
saying?
said
Like,
big
not
ego.
me.
in the middle of it, like if we talk about it prior to you, like, hey, I got these toys I want to try. I'm like, all right, we could have it on. But if I'm stroking you like
His ego,
you
bro.
like
Why
deeper
you
and
treat
deeper,
him
and
like
you like
that?
here, put this in. I'm like, what? Like what
I
you
thought.
Deeper,
I thought you
that's
said.
all
I thought you
got.
said happy
Give me that
wife. Hold
extendo
on.
dick.
Hold on. Hold on.
Happy wife,
Hold
happy
on.
life.
Hold on.
right?
I thought.
Kill
Hold
that
on.
nigga
Hold
right
on.
now.
I thought you said happy wife, happy life.
Hey,
He's like, I'm so miserable.
My wife
with this
happy.
little,
Hey.
I can't be. I'm so miserable.
But you said if she pull out something while you stroking it, you gonna feel some kind of way.
That's what I'm saying. If in that sake of me like having sex with a woman and she all of a sudden pulls out a
What
toy,
woman?
I'm going to feel away
what woman?
like.
He ain't talking about me.
No, look, this is a hypothetical. This is a hypothetical. But I thought it was happy wife, happy life.
We about to have
That ain't
sex
my
talk
wife.
in
This is a
here?
girl having sex with.
I love this
Girl,
conversation.
love this conversation.
What's the
Yeah.
difference?
What toys y'all
She
got?
ain't my wife.
I'm saying if Steph did that to you, you wouldn't feel some kind of
I
way.
feel like what the hell?
See?
Yeah, that's what I
I'm
just
saying,
said.
bro.
Because I ain't need no
That's
toy.
not- she's
I
not-
ain't need no toy in 10 years. All of a sudden, I need a toy tonight.
Spice it
Hey,
up,
bro,
nigga.
Spice
She
it
might-
up.
she might want to try
See?
something new.
That's
Spice
what's
it
wrong
up.
with these niggas, bro.
Listen,
These
no,
niggas
I-
be
Like,
so
hey,
so
you been
regular
telling me
with
you've been doing the same
traditional-
shit for the past 10 years?
No,
Niggas,
what
the
I'm
same,
telling
the
you
same.
Have you been doing the same? Wait, have you been doing the same shit for the past
Answer
10
his
years?
question.
I ain't need no dick extender in 10 years. So if all of a
Answer his
sudden
question.
you need more inches,
Wait,
I'm be like,
wait.
That's not what we talking about. We
Wait,
talking about
when you
the
been
rose.
asking?
We talking about the
So we
rose.
asking.
No. We've used.
Look him in his eyes.
How did we get here?
Look him in his eyes.
Like
Hey,
why?
no, look
Why?
him in his
Why
eyes
is this
when you
happening?
Okay, hold on, hold on.
Let's
Let's stop. Let's stop.
Oh yeah,
No. She's getting embarrassed.
Look,
No.
Y'all doing the same
We
shit
gonna
for the past 10
go.
years.
We gonna go.
Hey,
we
I
gonna go.
can't.
All
Look,
I'm
out of
saying
all,
is-
this is the straightest way I can say this. This nigga right here, if this nigga had lackluster sex performance, I would be surprised, bro. This nigga work out. He work out so much.
He work out
He
every
work
day.
out way
He
too
work out every
much.
day.
He work
Alright.
out. The only reason why he should suck is because he don't know what the fuck he doing, and they've been
Damn.
together for 10 years.
Bruh.
I'm pretty sure he's
I
got it
can't.
figured out. I pray to Jesus that you got it figured out.
Hey, I pray for you, girl.
This nigga said, I haven't needed no
I hate
dick.
y'all.
This
I
nigga's
really
so
do.
mad about the dick extender. I ain't need no
Like,
dick
niggas,
extender.
niggas
This
sitting on
nigga,
something like,
man,
bro,
he said,
what-
nigga, I'm going to
who-
pull it out
Who
right
the hell?
now.
I'm like, who the hell you hitting on?
Bro,
All
have
of a sudden
you
need
seen
more.
those, the dick extenders? That's a real
Yeah.
thing, bro.
I didn't even know they.
That's a
used
real
Yeah.
thing.
I
It's like a
just said
dick
it. I
sleeve.
didn't know I was wrong. I
Ah,
just said it.
he says like it is a sleeve.
Oh, heck
Yep.
no. No limit. Look at that.
She like, I can't get enough. Can't
was
get
like,
enough.
She's like,
Hold
Can't get
on.
enough of what you got. Give me more.
So what is it? So does it go on the end?
yeah, bro,
Yeah.
you get a boner and you slide it on top, bro, and it gives you like 3 to 5 inches.
Depending on which one.
That's crazy.
Depending on which
You
one.
never heard of
Right.
that? You never heard of such thing?
That's crazy.
Y'all don't go to the stores.
Y'all
do
ain't been on
Wow.
Adam and Eve,
That's
huh?
what I'm saying. I'm like,
Y'all don't go to
so-
the sex
Look
store.
at them asking to marry people. Y'all ain't seen this?
Right.
No.
No.
So
Y'all
how you-
should see it.
Y'all
So
should.
how-
Y'all
Exactly.
should.
Hold on,
Y'all
hold
should be the
on,
ones
hold
who
on,
made
hold
it.
on,
Y'all
hold
really
on,
should be
hold
doing
on.
this
There's too many
shit.
people talking. There's too many people talking.
I just want to know how you feeling it. Like how you feel. Like how you gonna nut as the man if you have something on the tip.
Maybe
of your
that's the
dick?
point.
I'm gonna tell you what. I be asking. Never mind. I'm not gonna get into it.
I'm just saying. I'm like, it just,
Maybe you do it till she gets off, then you take it off. I don't know.
And
Right.
then,
I mean, because
she
that's
can't
how
feel
we
you
feel
no
like-
more.
No, I'm saying because that's how I be feeling about like when the girls use. I'm like,
When the girls,
How you
when the
like-
girls are using strap-ons.
yeah, I'm like, how are you getting off?
I'm not getting into this,
to
bro.
doing the one that you know what I mean. I'm like,
not
you
getting
ain't
into this.
I feel
I'm
like
not,
it's
'cause-
fake.
Wait, hold on.
not
Hold on.
getting into
Like,
Hold on.
Like the one that showed
Hold
me
on.
that, like, see,
Hold
don't-
on.
like,
I'm
see-
not getting into
Hold
this.
on.
'Cause I'm not.
Are you asking why do they moan when they got the
Yeah,
strap
when they got
on?
the strap on.
Right.
Oh Lord.
See,
I
all of
Basically,
us
I'm
have
like, they
all-
there's like crazy. Go ahead.
There's a
Slight
vibrator, the vibrator, and they
Oh,
got
it's a
the
vibrator
little
on the-
thing
on the
that
back.
rubs the clit on the inside.
Yeah, some of them have them that go.
Oh,
It's
there's
supposed to-
more
yeah.
It's
So-
not
so
just
it's not
a
just-
dildo on the end. It's something.
Some of them are.
some of
Depending
them are-
on. But it really depends on a woman, because some of them just got a different.
Y'all out here really raw in the sex game. I mean, the
Yes.
sex
Hey,
toys
bro,
and shit. I
nigga,
see y'all.
sex is life, bro.
Yes.
If you're gonna have a good relationship, bro,
Me and
I
Rob,
gotta
the
turn that
only
shit
holy
up.
motherfuckers over here.
Turn that shit up, bro.
We
What you
just-
talking about? I already told you
So?
I had toys for y'all upstairs.
Just
bro.
because y'all vanilla.
Never been. Look,
This
I'm
is-
gonna send
Wait, what-
them
hold on.
home
What
with the
hold on.
package
What
today.
what a photo picture say?
Vanilla.
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 This just
Vanilla.
turned into the
That means
den
you
of
ain't got no
iniquity.
flavor, fam.
Vanilla. Okay.
That means you ain't got no flavor.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
So
Man.
what?
That's the episode.
The Bible
name.
says
Right.
that you cannot defile the bedroom when you're married. So
Hey,
you
this-
guys
I'm
ain't got
gonna
no
reserve
excuses.
reserve my comments.
Bruh.
They just trying to get us riled up so they can be in our business.
No.
I have no interest in
This
what
is your husband.
Facts.
This is
I'm
your
talking
business.
about y'all.
Oh,
Listen,
okay.
listen, I
No,
was.
that's all good.
I mean,
Y'all,
he-
y'all
bottom line-
trying to get the married people.
If you-
married
if
people.
you-
Look,
Look. Y'all, he brought up some shit that brought up some really valid questions about your relationship. I just wanted
I
to
mean,
know.
it wasn't. It
He
didn't bring
said-
anything about the relationship. I brought the points that had.
That's
to do
why
with
I
our
kept it
relationship.
hypothetical. I wasn't trying to.
I
get
was talking
there.
hypothetical. Then y'all talking about some real. I'm like,
I mean,
It's all good.
hypothetical.
We gonna get on to the next one.
What did he say earlier? Tomato, potato, potato.
okay,
That's what
touche,
niggas
touche,
say.
touche.
Yeah, niggas, we don't know who be listening to this podcast. You know
It's
what I'm
okay,
saying?
man.
That's
Now
fine.
they know.
As long as they
Tyson
listen.
got-
And for sure, hey, niggas be coming up to you, ask, hey, are you rock from the river? I
Facts,
forgot who
all
it
the
was.
time.
Somebody
All
knew
the time.
Steph.
all the time.
Where was I at?
You said you was at a wedding.
I was at a wedding. And she came up to me.
You
for
was
sure.
at that wedding with that weird situation.
Yeah. And she was like, "Are you Rob? Are you Rob?" And I was like, "Yes." And she got, "Oh, you're on the Reverb Experiment Podcast with Steph." I was like, "Okay, yeah." Because sometimes you don't know why people coming up to you. You be like,
He thought he was finna get served.
All right. Oh no,
Hey.
no, my
"Ain't no Dr. Dre situation going on over here."
on everything. Oh no,
That nigga got served at his grandmother's
Bruh, at the
funeral.
funeral.
That's
Shut
crazy.
the fuck up.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
you hear me?
no.
I posted. Oh, you ain't been
Nigga, I ain't
on.
been online for
You ain't
a
been
week.
online.
The
That's
amount
not-
of disrespect.
People got to know where you gonna be at, and they know you gonna be at the funeral.
God, that's cold.
The
It's
hell?
cold.
I know
cold.
that you're mourning.
That's why you get served at
Here's
places like
some
your
more
job,
warning.
places where somebody know you.
Oh,
gonna
you didn't
be
see what
at.
I? Oh, you didn't see what I said. I was like, just imagine, like, damn. Here you go.
Can you imagine being the person that had to actually do that?
Right.
They got paid.
I know they got paid, but still, like that's crazy.
But see,
and,
that's-
and it's Dr. Dre. So it's
That's
like,
probably a bonus to serve.
you
Dr.
know what
Dre.
I
I'm
mean?
about to be like, I'd be like,
I mean, he probably been done, but like, hey, I'd be like, hey,
let me get a picture.
right quick.
Nah, that's scandalous.
Hey, y'all remember the dude who used to sack baby daddies and shit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just
Just
hella
imagine
funny.
doing that shit. Just imagine it be like that.
I don't have no time to
That
play
part.
with these
You
niggas.
get sacked at a funeral?
Uh,
Put him in a casket.
That'd be hilarious.
Take this subpoena. I'll see you in heaven.
all right, man. We gonna get onto the internet. We gonna get onto the internet once again. Let me
Wins
just
The
again.
amount of disrespect.
Oh shit.
You ain't even plugged in.
I
The
am.
internet's still undefeated.
Hey, you
huh?
need that
Yeah.
extender.
Nah,
Internet
He
here we
missed
go.
the hole. He
Still
need that
see.
extender. He wasn't in the hole all the way. Oh, there he goes.
There you go.
There
Now
you
he
go.
deep.
Internet
Now,
once again.
now the spot's
He hit the spot this time.
Internet wins again. So we talk about this for those that are new listening. This is the segment where we talk about the hottest topics that are on the internet. So the first thing we're gonna talk about is Willie Taylor from Day 26.
Yeah.
So let's pull up the
These
pull
guys-
up the clips,
These
man.
guys are incredible.
While I pull up the clips, we're gonna go ahead and explain the situation. So he
Basically, his wife basically came out and said that he had left her with their 4 kids, and of course, that started a whole bunch of backlash. And people were like, oh, my God, how could he leave her with 4 kids? But then he came out and told his side of the story. And then, in turn, she came back out and gave her side of the story. Because initially, she just came out with a post saying he had left her with 4 kids. And then once he did his live video response, she came with a live video response as well of something that they obviously could have talked to each other about, but we know how it goes. You got to bring everything to the internet.
Facts.
And that was a point that he
need
made.
those people's validation.
You know?
Yep. And they've, as I was doing my digging, I don't really know their history, but I guess they were on marriage boot camp.
Okay, didn't see that.
And in the past, he has cheated, and there's been text messages and alleged and all this other stuff. So, but yeah, she was basically saying that she didn't get a break the whole 16, 17 years that she's been a mom. She was like, if most time when you need a break, that's like a one-night thing, and he's been gone for 10 days, and she's never gotten a break as a mom. So she was a little salty, a little bit upset. So we're not gonna play her clip because it was very long. We're gonna play his clip so we can hear what he had to say.
But sometimes you need a break. This break is for me. I don't want to lose myself. So I came up to Sedona to mentally grab my piece. Everybody is taken care of. She hit me for money and the money was sent. The kids are good, but I would not go back to a toxic situation. Thank you all. There you have it. Y'all like toxic. You do.
That's true. We did.
You like toxic.
That's why my album did 10 million streams.
His views.
Yeah, so I didn't want to die, guys. So I didn't want to die. So I came to get some peace. So, Sedona. Mountains.
That elevator.
That's it, that's all.
It's kind of vibey.
You do. That's why y'all follow that. That's why y'all jump to conclusions the first time y'all hear somebody say something. You know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. As soon as somebody tell y'all something, y'all want to paint the man to be the bad guy. Dude, I did absolutely nothing, and I prayed about it. I begged about it, and there was no changes. What you want me to do? I have to leave. I have to get my mind together because I don't want things to go left. My kingdom is too big for me to let it fold because of somebody else. Yeah, so it is what it is, man. You know, so I wouldn't have never took this to the internet. I think it's really toxic to take it to the internet because the text messages were enough. But they were still toxic, but I was trying to get those to change. But since people don't get the way that they want, then they go and they bring it to you guys, which I think is very immature. And I feel like, you know, it should never be. But I'm not going to go back and forth, man.
Now look, you guys.
Yeah, we gotta stop that. Okay.
I have a saying that I like to tell people and shit, and it's just like, you are the common denominator in your life. No matter what goes on, you are always going to be in your life. Nobody else is going to stay in your life forever. They're not really obligated to stay in your life forever. You are. So on that aspect, I understand the mindset of leaving what you feel is a toxic situation to better yourself. Because a lot of times you stay in this toxic relationship or this toxic situation and you can't be fully who you are or who you meant to be, meaning you can't really provide the way you need to provide. So if you have to leave to still provide, to make sure that you're doing what you need to do, then that makes sense.
That's true.
That's just that's why I'm looking at it like that, you know.
What was that video we watched not too long ago where she was like, don't let your
Don't let your husband make you upset. Something like that.
Something.
Block
Don't
your
make your boyfriend make.
Don't let your
Your boyfriend
block
make you
your
miss out
blessing.
on your husband. Yeah. I mean, how I feel about it. First of all, I don't really like how she immediately went to like.
I hate that shit.
Pointing fingers like, oh well, he did this, he did that, he did like it makes me feel like because her response, she was definitely in the defense. He seems like he was genuine in his want to get peace. That's why he left. And I feel like as long as it was understood that it was temporary, like you said, it shouldn't have came to the internet. It shouldn't have became this big thing. If I told you I'm gonna be gone for however long to get my peace, and I let you know, and you asked for money, and I sent the money like you said, whatever, like it shouldn't have been all this. You know, if we had the conversation and again, I see you still trying to be toxic, so I then further execute myself from talking to you or whatever, then again, you going to the internet to get what you want, which is a response from me, is an immature and unnecessary and toxic thing to do.
Well, that's the shit he was talking about.
Right, exactly. So like everything that happened, and from the way she responded, it seemed like he ain't lying. Now, and I'm not saying he ain't never did no wrong or he ain't cheated or he ain't did whatever type of bullshit.
Even
that
without,
she was saying did.
regardless
What did
of how
God do
she
it?
responded, I have no reason not to believe what he's saying.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't have, you know what I'm saying? I have no reason not to believe what people is saying, but I do get what you mean as far as like evidence can, you know, sway in one direction or the other of, you know, what's, but I feel like a lot of the thing that I seen was a lot of moms that were triggered in the comments were moms talking about how they don't get a break and I don't get a break from my kids. I always got to be a mom 24/7, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
That's part of
I
the
don't
job.
think the break was from the kids though, sis. The break
break
was
was from the
from
wife.
the person that
Yeah.
he had the kids with.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, you know, it is what it is sometimes. And I think too, as women, like we have to stop blaming everybody else for why we don't get no breaks or why we don't take no breaks. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand that certain circumstances could put us in a situation to where, you know, sometimes you don't. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of people that don't take breaks. Like they, you know, black women have this superwoman's complex where that's how we literally like we're fulfilled by doing everything for everybody, but then we complain that we do everything for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And we got to stop doing that. That's why I always advocate for asking for help. Stop thinking you supposed to run your whole household by yourself. Stop thinking you supposed to do all the things that are supposed to be the domesticated things by yourself. Like, bro, ask for help. Hire a maid. Be like, you know, I ain't clean. You know what? I'm gonna have somebody deep clean my house because I'm not doing it.
You actually took the words out of my mouth.
You feel what I'm
with the
saying?
maid,
Like,
yeah.
get help
Yeah.
where you can.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and the biggest issue is that the village is gone. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, but a lot of times the village is gone because people don't want to rely on the village because they don't like what the village is telling them.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want the village's input. They just want the village to babysit. You feel what I'm saying? So it was just a lot of things for me that was like red flags. But I feel like if somebody's saying their situation is toxic and your response is you left me with 4 kids, you just dismissed
Everything that they said.
you didn't address none of that.
But that's probably like
Well, hold on. But before you go, so I just want to be fair because I want to play devil's advocate. So she had said that before the video. So the post that she posted said, going to be completely honest, I've never felt so good from the inside and out. The sad part is people don't like to see it because they are used to being unhappy. She also put, it scares them, smiling with a smart emoji. So they put you through turmoil to break you and to keep you broken. And then she tagged him in that picture. And then she also said, you can't hold me down if you tried with 4 kids because you needed a break. Guess what? They are saddled on my back, girlfriend, with the screenshot that she deleted. Then she deleted that, and then she just put up damn with a period. So it came out because of what she posted, supposedly. So, no, I just want to just be fair
No,
on both of us.
I read both sides, and I
Okay.
still felt the same way. Like, I'm never going to fault somebody from leaving a situation that they feel like is toxic. Not saying you shouldn't still take care of your kids. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? Whatever he going through, whatever he got going on, you know, 10 days, whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to, if it was a woman leaving a toxic situation, we'd be
Applauding her.
applauding her
Yep.
because she getting a break or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
You were so brave. You did it. You
Yeah,
really left.
I know
You
it took a lot.
Well, because you know why? Because they usually,
But they would take the kids with them.
Exactly.
well, if
that's the
You didn't
problem.
take the kid-
No,
And
I'm
that's why I
saying-
said women need to
I
stop
think-
doing
break.
that.
You don't
I
get a
think
break.
if it was the other situation, I don't think we would be praising that.
Wait,
I think
that
if
she
she
left the
left
kids?
and left
She
the
left
kids
and
with
left the
him,
kids with him?
yeah, I don't think so.
I think that the whole thing.
If a woman came out and said she needed a break and she said exactly what he said about needing a break,
Because the
And left for
man
10
was
days
toxic.
and left the kids with him,
all
I
the
don't-
women in the comments that was saying I don't get no break,
that's
all
facts,
the
bro.
women
She's
shaming
not
that we
wrong.
see on an
She's not
everyday
wrong.
basis,
You right.
it would be she's a bad mom.
And that's
I
the
can't
problem.
see why a mother would leave her kids. Blah 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 blah.
You
And
know,
that's the
I don't.
problem.
you know why we're having this conversation? Because she wanted us to have this conversation.
but do
keep
women don't go on vacations without their children?
They do.
I think it's a pre-discussed vacation.
But see, this is the thing though. That's the thing. If somebody comes to you and say I need a break, and she said she just thought it was gonna be one day or whatever, that's the issue. My thing is, if she come and say she need a break and take a break for 10 days, what's the difference of planning a vacation and getting a break that you need versus just taking the break that you need?
Because because it was agreed upon, and you're putting a burden on that one person to take care of everything without any
Listen,
kind of discussion.
I have a
no, it's not.
Hold on, I need.
No, it's not, because if you're discussing it beforehand, the person is agreeing to it, and they're going to make plans or adjust their lifestyle based on that. If you just get up and say, I need a break and I'm going to be gone for 10 days, that's more of a burden because you're having to adjust and having to do the things that you need to do right on the spot.
But it's still your kids, and if y'all was living together, then again, it's like.
But it's not the same
So
thing.
what?
though.
So what do you do?
So-
What do you do if you mentally you feel like you having a crisis and you need it? What do you do? Do you
No,
say
I'm
I
just,
don't
I'm
want to
just,
burden that
I'm just,
person?
point,
That's what
I'm
I'm
just
saying.
pointing
Like,
out.
I
I'm
can't-
just
I
pointing
can't
out
think
that
the man,
about
if,
burdening
if
you
a
if
woman
I'm having an
said
emergency.
I don't want to die,
No, you should. Though.
Exactly. I'm like.
you cannot tell me people wouldn't be sitting up here and being like,
That's facts,
do
bro.
what you need to
Come
do,
on.
sis.
no,
Come
I know.
on.
We're not
Bro.
arguing. I'm just saying that it's different. It's not the same as a vacation because it's not.
No, it ain't the same. It ain't. That's,
Bro,
I'm saying
this
that
is- you're
the
talking-
whole
we're-
purpose of it is the same.
But we're
the purpose is to get a break. The break.
But
you
we're
need.
talking
That's what
about
I'm saying.
people.
The purpose
We're
of it is
talking
the
about
same.
people who are
No,
who
no,
are
no. I'm responding to
multimillionaires.
what he's
I know,
saying.
but
I
we're
know.
talking about people who are multimillionaires who have resources, like you said, to get maids, to get people to come in, to get a nanny.
Yeah.
There's all kind of resources to get help in those situations. You understand what I'm saying? So if that's the main thing that you feel like you don't have help, I feel like you didn't take advantage of your resources. Number two, you made a celebrity. So if you had hella kids with this guy and he's on tour and this is what you signed up for. If you knew what he was doing before you started having kids, that's part of the job.
She didn't sign up for him leaving for 10 days.
She signed up to.
I have a
She
quick-
said, "Bro, the 10 days is it 10 days? Is she talking about she's left with the kids for 10 days, or she talking about she never gets help ever?" Because that's a different conversation.
He
No,
was
what
saying
she's
that
saying-
about as far as like being gone and being on tour and
Right,
stuff
because
like that.
but that's what you signed up for. You have options to do other things than leave her burdened with. I could understand somebody being burnt out. You know what I'm saying? I have my kids for 9-10 days right now. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I just want to go sleep, but those are my kids. I'm never gonna call somebody and be like, I'm mad because she wants to go on vacation or whatever, and I never say I gotta watch my kids. I'm not babysitting my kids. Those are my children. You know what I'm saying? It's no one else's responsibility to take care of my kids but me. Right? If I'm the one that's in the right mind, or it's my responsibility, that obligation, I'm not gonna be like, you're burdening me. If she pops up and she tells me she needs 10 days mental, whatever she's going through, I'm gonna do that because my kids need to be in the best possible situation while she's going.
I
through
would
whatever
never
she's
have
going
somebody say that they need something mentally
through. Or I'm
and be
gonna
like,
die.
"Well, you better help me take care of these kids."
Nah,
like,
facts.
I'd be like, "Damn,
Facts.
like you got to be good to take care of your kids." I feel like people forget that. They
That's
feel
why
like
I
just
would
because
take
I'm
them,
present,
right?
you know what
That's
I'm
all I'm
saying? I'm
saying.
doing
That's why I would
what
take
needs to
them.
be done.
Yeah.
But if you're not fully mentally
It's
capable,
not even a.
I'll be like, "Hey,
yeah.
do what you need," because you
But-
never know what can happen if you don't let that happen.
But people
Right.
are different because for me, I'm 100%. Even if she's not feeling good, she feels sick or whatever, she's throwing up, I'll take the kids. You know what I'm saying? I'll take it. I mean, she has resources to get a nanny or whatever, but they're my kids. So if you're not feeling good, but on the other side, it's not the same. It's not the same for me because she's like, yo, it's your turn on the 50-50. You feel sick or not, you know what I'm saying? That you need to take care of the kids, right? But I don't expect her to do that for me, right? Because I have resources to do that. At the end of the day, they're still your children. And you still have a large bag. She needed money, I sent the money. You know what I'm saying? If you need money for a maid, I'm sure you'll send the money. If you need 10 days, if she needed 10 days and you're talking about, or I don't want to die, you don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah,
that's a hell of a
that was
statement.
like, for me, I'm like, that's a big statement for people to be like, but your kids. And then we just seen, I don't play about that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if it was the shoe was on the other foot and a woman said what he said, she would get the backing that she need.
I just need a little quick clarification. He only left for 10 days and came back?
Well, we don't know how long.
Well, I don't know where he at. I don't know if he done went back yet.
At that point, it was 10 days. So
Okay.
I don't know if it's
So
longer. I don't know if
might
it's
be
shorter.
15
We
by
don't.
now.
We don't know. And I think the other thing that we're missing in this, it sounds like it's a breakup. It don't sound like
Right.
it's just no break.
And that's what I was trying to say in the comment. Like, y'all saying he just left, dipped off on his kids, and y'all making I never get a break from my kids. But I'm like, I think he dipped off from the relationship. Like, I feel
think
like
he's
it's,
gone,
you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like,
Because he said, I'm not going back to a toxic. I'm not going back
Right.
to a toxic situation.
Right.
And they were kind of being kind of coy about it, which I don't like. Like, if you're gonna address it, then just address it. The one thing, I get what she's saying, but I also get, as a man, and we talked about this. I don't know if we talked about last episode. Maybe it was off air. When a man says something, you need to listen. And this is not the first time he said that.
It's not. Definitely not.
It's not. This is him at the end of the rope.
This is
and the thing that I don't like, and I'm just speaking from personal experience, and I'm speaking from a man's perspective because I am a man. And I don't know him, so we're not the same person, but I'm just, again, speaking from my experience. You only usually get to the end of your rope when you've repeated yourself multiple different times.
Bruh,
and when you've tried everything in every avenue to get to a better place. So for me, I would be thoroughly surprised if this is the first time that she's heard that he needed a break. I would be thoroughly surprised if this is the first time that he said that he was at his wit's end. The man said that I did not want to die. I did not want things to go left. So from what I'm reading into it, it either got verbally abusive,
or physically
could have gotten physically abusive, or it could have been emotionally abusive.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he got to a point that maybe, because there's sometimes as men where you get into a situation where it is just better to just leave, because if you stay in that situation, it will be all bad. Because I know I've done it, where I'm just like, look, I need to go for a drive, because if I stay in this house, it's going to be bad. Because you get to a point where the arguments start escalating, or you get into a place where it may get to somewhere where you may not be able to come back from.
But he's
you maybe not want to see the kids see that, because
Well,
the kids may have been seeing it. So whatever it is he needed to do to get mentally right, I think that's what he needed to do. Especially if he's saying that he felt like he was going to die. And the conversation is if she needed a break, then just have the conversation. But I think it's more or less that she's scorned, because I feel like she feels like that the relationship at that point is probably over.
Right. So she
And
went
most
public.
men have been in situations where you've been in a relationship with a woman that knows the relationship is coming to its end, and will do everything they can do to kind of keep you there and grab you. You know what I mean? So that's my assessment
now,
of it.
So now that he's
And just listening to him, he wants to say more,
bro, but he's smart.
but he can't.
He can't. He's very
And
smart.
I think he expressed himself in the best way that he could.
very, very smart.
And he's at his wit's end. Because if we would have heard Willie Taylor commit suicide, then it would have been, why didn't he look for help?
right.
Why didn't he get what he
Right.
needed to get done?
Right.
So if this was a situation where right off the bat you're just bouncing, I'm gone for 10 days, gone for 15 days, gone for 20 days, that's different to me. When you're at your wit's end, you're doing whatever you can do to just kind of
Right.
get through to that actual moment. And
Right.
if that's what he needed to do,
right.
that's what he needed to do.
I think she no longer had access, and that's why it came to the internet. That's why
Right.
he said
See,
when you
because
don't
he
get what
wasn't
you
respon-
want.
he wasn't
because
responding
I
and
feel
shit.
like there was communication about what was going on.
Yeah.
But once it got to a toxic place, and he's like, I didn't come here. You know, obviously
Yep.
I came here for peace. I ain't come
Out-
here to
out
still
to go.
be.
Yep, to
you know
be
what I'm
talking
saying?
to
And
you. Yep.
obviously that's when it came to the internet.
It is what it is in so many cases, like you said, where men. You have men as we grow up, as young men. Even with, you could even see it demonstrated in like video games and toys and stuff. When we're frustrated, we destroy shit. Right? How many times have you thrown a controller as a kid, or slammed a ping pong paddle down, or threw the baseball bat, or throw the, you know what I'm saying? That's how we are.
Maybe I was just a good kid because I didn't do that. I was afraid I was gonna get
That's
my
how a
ass
lot
beat.
of men are, bro. And a lot of men, when they can't conquer shit, they
wanting
just
to, though.
destroy it.
Well,
And that's
a lot of men express anger in different ways.
right, but most men express anger and violence. Like that's how we are to each other. How men are to one
Well, I
another.
think that's the only acceptable way that we are able to express
Right.
anger, because we're expected to express
so.
anger in that
So
way.
with that being said, though, with him taking that time, like you said, it's crucial that he took that time, because he's understanding his own tendencies at this point,
Mm-hmm.
right? So the 10 days that he needs, or whatever time he needs, it's the best thing he can do for the overall situation.
For that point in time.
For that point, if he feels like he's at that volcanic point where he's getting ready to erupt,
Yeah.
and then things might be, he knows that. You understand what I'm saying? And I agree with you 100%. It's definitely not the first or the second or the third time he said that shit,
No.
right? So he's definitely at his wit's end.
Yeah.
He's definitely at that.
And I will say, with the comment that I said before, that does not absolve him from the responsibility that he played in the situation.
no,
Nope,
for sure.
sure don't.
Not
Because
at all.
it takes two people
Not
to be
at all.
toxic.
But I respect somebody that will, like, bruh,
Try to correct it. Yeah.
correct it, leave. Like, I don't understand how people can continue it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Knowing what it is and seeing where it's going. If it ain't going upwards, bruh.
Yeah, and you know what? And her anger. and again, this is all guessing. This is a podcast, so for those that are listening, this is not reporting the news. This is guessing and assumptions and reading into stuff. I assure you, from my perspective, that her anger with him is probably of, I stuck with you through the bad shit, through the cheating and the allegations and all that kind of stuff. But when it gets bad on your end, then you want to leave.
The backlash.
Yes. So it's
Of what
like,
you
I
low-key
stayed
created.
and I didn't take a break, but when you going through some shit, then you leave and you going to leave me with these kids. And I can understand. Do I agree with it? No. Do I understand it? Yes. I do understand it because I can assure you that at some point in time, if you're older like we are, in some point in time in your relationship, you maybe have dealt with something that you wouldn't normally deal with, and then you've allowed something, but then when you do something smaller or something that is not as significant that what you think of it is, and when a person kind of gets mad or blows up, then you look at it like, well, if I let you do that, then why are you getting so, you know what I mean, on me? So I think that's what it is.
I think a lot of times the relationship get to a bad place, whether if it's because he was cheating, and a lot of times dudes create a toxic environment, and then the backlash that they get, the lack of trust, the whatever, like all of the backlash from your cheating,
That could be it.
creates a toxic situation.
Yeah.
That
You know what I'm
makes a lot
saying?
of
Now
sense.
you ready to dip, but at the end of the day, you should have dipped from the gate. And I always say that, like, if somebody cheat or somebody betrays your trust or whatever, and you know in your heart that you ain't gonna be able to trust that person again or come back from
That's
it, just
my
leave,
motto.
because it's gonna be toxic.
That's my
Well,
motto.
and it's going, you know
That's
what I'm saying? You
bro,
could, you
it's,
could
it's a
try.
lot easier to
Well,
go start over in most cases. It's a lot easier to start over.
It is, but I think when you're in the moment, I think it's easier said than done because you can rebuild trust. And we've said that you can come back from that. So, I mean, and especially in their situation, when you have kids and when you're married.
And have a lot of money.
I don't think really money had much to do with it. I'm just
Has a
saying
lot
in a
to do with a
situation
lot
where
of
you
reasons
are,
why she stayed,
where you
fam,
are,
trust me.
where you are invested, you can rebuild trust.
You can.
So I get what you're saying, but I think
at the
I
cost
think-
though, focus, because some people, you can rebuild trust, but some people gonna make you live that the rest of your life.
Yeah,
Yep.
if you
No,
never
yeah,
gonna let it
that's
go,
what I'm
don't do
saying.
that.
Right, but what I'm saying is at that moment, how can you forecast the future by saying I know in my heart I'm never going to let it go? Because if you've never been in this situation, you can at that point be like, I want to forgive you and I'm working towards forgiveness, and then maybe a year or two later come to the conclusion that, hey, I just can't let this go. So you can't, I think in some
that's
situations,
what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really have to assess the situation and be honest, because this is the thing. Not only are you making that person miserable,
Yeah.
because you're miserable because you constantly wondering, you constantly unsure,
I'm
you're
telling
constantly
you, bro,
like,
it's-
that's my thing, is I know that I'm like, I can't be in a situation to where I'm unsure.
Right.
I can't be unsure when you walk out that door,
Right.
or wondering, because I'm suffering.
well, and I think it depends on how the person that committed the act, how they respond. If it's a remorseful, I'm sorry, I'm going to go to therapy, it was something that I did that I'm never going to allow again, and I'm going to be responsible and be open with what's going on, I think it makes it a little bit easier for you to do it. But if you're deflecting, and if you're like, well, you shouldn't have been going through my phone, you shouldn't have been doing this, then it makes it, that to me is what creates, the lack of accountability is what creates the toxic situation. Where if you do something, but then you don't do anything to try to regain that person's trust, and you want to act like how you've always acted.
But sometimes it is your own insecurities. Like, and that's what I said. If I'm ever with somebody and I feel the need to look through their phone, or I feel the need to question their motives,
It's
or
hard.
need to
It's hard
question
to
where
be
they
happy
at,
in that relationship.
sometimes that is your insecurities. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that person planted that seed of insecurity in you. But
Exactly.
sometimes it is your own insecurity. And I'm like, if I ever feel like that with somebody, I don't want to be with that person, because I can't live like that.
Right, but if it's you're saying if they never planted the seed and you were just doing that on your own, or if they planted the seed and you were doing
No,
it?
sometimes either way. Sometimes it is your own insecurity,
Right.
period. Maybe
But-
because of past situations or just in general.
Sure.
But if sometimes the person is the one that planted that seed.
Right,
of
but if they
insecurity.
didn't, you would leave the relationship because you felt like you couldn't be with them because of your insecurity?
Well, I wouldn't put that on somebody else. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying is you would break up with them to then work on
Because
yourself?
obviously
or-
I got some shit to work on. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like either way, either I got some shit to work on, or we got some shit to work on, or you just not. You know what I'm saying? It's
No,
not
I
gonna
got
work
you.
out.
But don't
The-
we all?
the-
But I think in a relationship, you always are going to have something to work
Yeah, but
on.
the end result is
No, I
this.
didn't say that. But I'm saying if I'm saying this is for me.
For you, no,
But
I know. I'm just trying to
that
get. I'm
insecurity,
just trying to
I
get
But
clear
the end
clarification.
result is whether whoever caused, if somebody caused it or the insecurity, the long term thing is, are you willing to deal with the insecurity from wherever it stemmed from? Because
Right,
it's
exactly.
gonna kill it for some people. So for some people, whether you caused it or they came in with it from another situation, for me, I'm gonna be honest, it's just not worth it. I don't even if I mess
If
up,
you caused it, it's not worth it.
even if I cause it and we're 4 or 5 years down the line and I've changed and then I'm still going through the same thing over and over again, for me, like that's torturous to me.
See,
So
I don't like that though,
But,
because
then
because I think in the situation that you just said, like, so for instance, if a man deals with a woman that is insecure from a past relationship where
Yeah.
they cheated on, and we say that we hate that,
yeah,
you're creating the very same situation
of course.
for somebody else
Of
because
course.
you caused the
But
problem,
I'm
and
not-
then
I'm not-
you're saying I don't have the resolve to deal with this. I'm out.
I'm not overlooking. I'm
You
not.
don't have to,
I'm
though.
not.
No, I know you don't have to.
There you go. That's what I was gonna say.
It's not. That's,
I'm not
and that's
overlooking.
the mindset
I'm-
people have.
but
That
I'm
you
not
should deal. That's your consequence. Now you got your consequence is being unhappy in your relationship because you
You
fucked up. No, no,
yes.
that's not the consequence. Like you got to
Yes,
deal with the
that's what you're
consequences
saying.
now.
I mean, the
Forever.
consequence is you
For-
losing.
for-
But nobody
That's
said you
the
had to deal with the consequence.
But that's why
forever.
you're
No,
right.
you're saying if they leave, like you cheated or you broke trust, and then you leave and you left this woman to basically take that baggage to somebody else. Like so you should stay because she can't get
Because she
over it.
can't get
Hell
over it?
no.
No.
If you thought the relationship was worth being in and you
Bro,
valued
listen,
it
listen.
and you messed it up,
Peace of mind
You
is
should
number
stay.
one.
Peace
fam.
of
you should at least try to resolve it.
I didn't. Yeah,
But that's what I
try
said.
to
That's why I gave.
resolve.
That's why I gave the example of time. Over time, if that thing is not resolved and you can't be happy, bro, there's no reason. To
Are you
stay
still
there.
questioning
Facts.
me? You
There's
still
no reason
to
to
stay all
interrogate
this
me?
time.
You
No,
still,
No. That I get.
Even
But,
if I messed up,
but what I'm
bro,
saying is,
there's-
it sounded like you were saying right there at the
No,
time,
I said-
I'm not
I
going
said,
to.
I said 4 or 5 years. I gave some time.
Shit, less than that for me, but-
well, no,
No, it's got to
for
be
sure,
less than
no,
that. 4 to 5 times in a relationship, and
4 to
you gotta
5
end it-
years?
You got
That's a
year-
long ass
you got a
fucking
year
time.
I'm
of
just-
pulling the
because-
same BS on me for me to be like,
I'm not
nah,
talking
straight.
about people doing the same thing. I'm talking about a one-time offense, right?
No. We're
I'm
talking
you
about
as a person that got
Let it go.
Talking
Yeah,
about
you
all
gotta
the
let
time. You
this
got
shit go.
1 year
To
of
keep
saying,
bringing it
you know what
up,
I mean?
to
I'm not gonna
keep-
keep dealing with you saying
And
every
I-
time
and-
let it
and
out.
I think that's
You know what I'm
fair.
saying?
I think that's
I'm like,
fair because
I'm
I'm-
gonna give you no 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, I'm
I
just
don't-
saying.
but I don't
saying-
want to deal with that shit. Every
I'm
time
saying.
I go,
I'm saying after
it is
you
what
try
it
to
is.
resolve it, if there is no resolve, then I
Bro, I
agree
think
with
that
that.
there's
Yeah,
time. I think that you have to, as a person who's the felon or the criminalist, you have to give time and you have to put in the time and the effort to do so. But I'm not staying in no situation where every time I turn around, every time I go out somewhere, I'm being questioned or yada yada yada. I know that shit takes time, right? But at the same time, I could go be with somebody else and have a fresh start.
Right, but you. Yeah, see,
Same time.
I don't agree. I kind of agree with you saying, but
But it doesn't
then
matter
but then
what you.
kinda-
It doesn't matter
because
if you agree or
because
not.
if you're
the
gonna
reality of
that's
the
your
choice.
reality.
That's the reality
That's
for
not my
everybody.
reality. To
Everybody
me,
has that choice.
if you were with a woman and she broke your trust,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And you still want to salvage the relationship.
yeah.
The person that broke the person's trust, they have to then do whatever it is that person is saying for them to feel comfortable.
Understood.
So if you're saying again, if you're talking about later down the line, I agree with you.
Yes.
But at the beginning of it is,
No,
if
I'm
it's
not,
saying
I'm not talking about immediately. I'm talking about after you have to you
right,
owe
no,
that person.
but you're saying giving them time, but you also like when people. I think the issue that we have with what most people in those situations is they're not accountable for what it is that person needs for them to rebuild the trust. They're always saying, "I'm not willing to do that. I'm not going to unlock my phone. I'm not going to do this. You either trust me or you don't. And if you don't, then I'm bouncing." And then that's what ends up happening. And then that's how people end up with baggage, because whatever
True.
needed to be reconciled was never reconciled, because people do not want to be held accountable for what they do.
I don't.
But if I did A, B, and C already, and now you want me to do D, G, E, F, G to have the trust, like, again, like, it gotta be a rhythm and rhyme to this. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and just keep doing hella shit every time I leave the house. Like, first it was just look at my phone. Now you want to smell my dick. Like, come on now. Like, I'm leaving. Like,
No, that's
No,
not
but
reasonable.
sometimes,
It has to be
but
reasonable.
this is the thing people got to realize.
That's real.
Some people don't have trust
Ever.
This is the thing. The reason why they don't have trust, because what they have is they always up that person's ass. So if I check all your text messages, if I try to hog up all your time, if I try to keep you from kicking it with your friends,
Oh, it has to be reasonable.
there's no trust.
It has to be
because
reasonable.
all you're doing is holding me hostage,
Right.
basically,
It
so
has
that
to
you
be-
can
it
trust
has to
me
be
in a
mad.
bubble that
Right.
makes you comfortable.
has
So
to
now
be
you
don't
reasonable.
so now
work.
you got me smothered and you question everything. Bro, I really
You in a bubble.
I'm telling you,
of,
bro,
of,
like-
of comfort. That person's comfort. Like, no, can't do that.
You're in the
No,
bubble.
can't.
That person.
Yeah, that's
That
unreasonable.
don't work.
Yeah.
I think
and
it has
that's
to
what
be-
happens.
It has to be
but I
reasonable.
think that most times, even before and after, I think that people in the insecurity thing, I think a lot of people are unreasonable. But I think that after you mess up, those unreasonable people become extremely unreasonable.
Right.
And I think that you do have to take onus and accountability for what you've done. I absolutely agree with that. But I do agree that you have the right to make amends, get it right, and then live a peaceful life and continue your life without dealing with that shit every fucking day.
Right. So Rajeo, you've been on record and saying that you've been cheated on before, right?
Yeah. And I've cheated on people.
And
I've done both.
what I'm saying, did you take her back, or have you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that, how was you able to deal with the trust?
I-
your
How did
trust
you
for
re-
her
how
after
did
that?
you
Like,
rebuild
how
the
did
trust?
you-
I'm gonna be honest, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a really like I'm not a phone checker. I'm not a social media looker. I'm not that. I'm probably the easiest nigga to cheat on, to be honest. I'm not really checking no pages. I'm not checking you for I got a lot of shit going on, and I'm trying to build for the cause. So I'm not that. So when I got cheated on, I think the first thing I wanted to figure out was why I got cheated on. You know what I'm saying? So when I got cheated on the first time, I got cheated on by a chick who was living in my house and I was providing for her. You know what I'm saying? Paying all the bills or whatever. So, but what I wasn't giving her was time. You know what I mean? Because I was working, I was selling houses, and I was, so when I took her back and we put it back together, I didn't start like checking her phone and that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I just went back into like, okay, we had this mistake, this hiccup, let's just keep it pushing.
Right.
And then after she did it again, you know what I'm saying? Then I was like, okay, then you probably don't want to be here like that.
Right. So
But I can't wake up every day because I'm not that type of person. I can't wake up every day and worry about somebody cheating on me.
So how'd you get to
See,
that
but I
point
think-
to be able
I think
to do
we're-
it the first time?
I
Just
think
to be
we're-
like,
I-
get to that point where
But
you're
you
just
know
like,
what
all
though?
right, what we doing?
I think, but hold on.
the
I
big thing
think
is
I think
know-
we're
I know
painting.
who I am.
I think
too.
we're painting it in like an extreme sense, though.
What do you mean?
For holding her accountable doesn't mean that you got to check her phone and go through all
No,
of her shit.
No, we're saying
accountability
that's
is
how the
this.
situation
No.
gets toxic.
Some-
is that
yeah,
the
exactly,
accountability-
yeah.
And not even that,
accountability
people
is this.
question everything. Who is this liking your picture?
Yes.
Right.
Who
I
is
don't
this?
have
This
time
like
for that.
all
No, I
that
know.
all the
No,
time.
no, no,
So
no,
nobody
yeah.
wanna deal
I
with
would
that.
call it.
So-
And you
yeah,
say
that's
men
toxic.
want peace, right?
So
Yeah.
So when you can't get no peace because you cheated before, that's
But because you disrupted the peace.
that's
Okay,
true.
okay, so-
I'm not saying that's
I
not
just
true,
looked at
but
That's all I'm saying.
but you don't have
But
to suffer
I
the
just looked at the
consequences
piece-
for the rest of
yeah,
your
you
life.
do have to.
Not
There
for
are
the rest of-
consequences.
So how long am I supposed? And that's my point.
That's
the
why I
whole
said it
thing. How
needs to be
long am I supposed to deal
reasonable.
with this?
I
I'm
said
saying,
it needs to be reasonable.
So and that is determined on the person. Reasonable to you might be 5 years.
Correct.
Reasonable to me is 6 to 8 months.
Correct.
If you saying the same bullshit to me,
Right,
I'm
but
like,
still you need to be
find
held.
somebody else.
I absolutely agree.
For me when I've been cheated on, I think the only thing that really kind of changed, like, because I've been cheated on like 4 times, right? Just for the same
Well,
shit.
knowingly, you
Working
know how it is, like, people are-
working a
I've
lot,
probably
right?
been
But
cheated
I
on, I don't know.
also knew like
Same.
when you're growing up that people are still trying to figure out who the fuck they are, so on and so forth, yada yada yada. I probably wouldn't. I would probably accept it. I would probably still be okay with it. I'm not okay with it, but I expect the worst from people. You know what I'm saying? I expect people to people. You know what I'm saying? I understand people to be normal or whatever. But for me, it wasn't worth waking up and then just be like, we had the conversation, talked about it. She hit dude on the phone, and I heard her tell the nigga that they can't rock no more. The whole 9 yada yada yada. She told dude about me. Boop, boop. That was good enough for me.
You know what I'm saying? That's
You know what I'm
reasonable.
saying?
That's accountability.
Yeah, that was good enough.
Because
for
some
me.
people won't even do that.
Yeah.
Some people are like, well, call them. Oh, no, I'm not gonna call them. I'm not gonna be
I
doing
didn't
too
even
much.
have to do. I didn't even have to do that. But when I went to her job, because I did it for 2 nights. When I went to the job, I found out she wasn't going to work, and then I watched her the next night get dressed like she was going to work. So she did it 2 nights back to back. My thing is, I didn't know how long that shit was going on because I'm working, I'm handling business. So, she was like, all right. Well, she did. She took it on herself, and she was like, well, I'm gonna just call him right now, and I'll let him know what's up. Now, that don't necessarily mean she wasn't still cheating or whatever.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? There's no point of me hassling
either
her.
you gonna accept that or you're not, and that's literally what it comes down to.
Right,
Like,
and I accepted it, but it's also because I always felt like for where I was in my age, like, you know, you living in my house. I'm making hundreds of $1,000s a year, 19 years old. I'm buying houses and stuff. So if you don't want to be here, it's okay. It's all good. Because I already knew what I was bringing for myself. I already had so I didn't have no problem with, like, I've never had a problem with letting anybody go. You know what I'm saying? I do feel like emotionally you get attached, but I never felt like I was in a position where somebody could drastically change my life. And so I think that's how I cope with it.
Did you feel the need to like cheat back? Like, would you like,
Nah.
I gotta cheat now?
Nah.
You don't want to get your
Getting
lick
his
back?
lick
Get your lick back.
Nah, bro, because it doesn't make any sense. Because then now she's gonna be fucked up too. Now it's
I ain't
all
gonna
fucked
lie,
up.
I definitely wanted to get my cheat back the one time I did it. I was like, every bitch I seen, I was like, yeah, I should get that bitch number right now. I was lurking. I ain't gonna lie, I was ready. I was like, she got me fucked
Nah,
up.
because you know why? Because that requires you letting her stay around just so you could cheat on her. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna do that, you might as well let her go.
I just need the one because she got me fucked up.
And then I think too. Also, when I was going through that shit, I was young the first time. You know what I'm saying? Super young, so I was more willing to deal with shit.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. I think it's when you are married with 3-4 kids, it's different.
Yeah, it's harder to let that shit go when you're because your lives are intertwined. You're vested heavily, completed.
That's
you know what I'm
yes.
saying.
At
So
that point, you had everything. Everything you had was on
mine.
your own.
It's always been on me. Like,
That's
bro,
all it is.
outside of when I was married, every single thing in my life has been all on me. And I feel like I build myself like that because it's safe on this side. I'm not dependent on somebody to come in and do half a shit. You know what I mean? So if you want to wild out or act crazy or cuss me out,
That's
or
basically
try
what
to
I
fight,
just said.
Yeah.
I said a lot of my friends is in that situation. So when you were saying people would be finding any reason to cut somebody off, because you're not needed.
Well,
like
but-
it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like if
I
you're
didn't wanna
doing
say it
things
like
that I
that,
don't
but
like,
pretty
No, I got it.
I
But-
don't have to sit up here and like.
But people take it to the extreme where when I say you're looking for a reason to cut somebody off, like you're like searching, looking for there's a reason. Like I want to find a reason why I'm not gonna love this nigga. Or
There ain't no way this guy's perfect.
That's
ain't
what I'm
no way
saying.
I can
That
actually love
to
him. Ain't
me-
no way I can actually. So
that
I'm,
to me is
gotta be something.
toxic.
It is toxic.
Yeah,
When you're
Looking for something?
When you
Yeah,
you
when
should,
you're-
if you are dating, you should be looking for reasons to connect, not for reasons to I'm just waiting for this nigga to fuck up. I'm waiting for it. And then
Bro,
now you're kind
there's
of like
a
you're
lot of
almost
people who do
you're
that, though.
almost
Right.
speaking
Honestly,
it. You're almost speaking it into
keep
it.
it right.
You
Honestly,
are speaking
I did that.
Keep them antennas up.
I did that.
Look
Right,
for them
waiting
red
for a
flags.
reason?
Keep
I
them
did
antennas
that,
up,
yeah.
but
Hold on,
come
go for it.
I did
You
that
got
in my
long
last.
hair. You seem like the type.
Yeah, no. In my last relationship, for a while, I was looking for a way out.
With the one we know about?
Haley.
Oh,
Okay, name drop.
Karuchi.
No. Like, and she knew. She knew. I mean, I told her. Like, I realized that I was looking for a way out, and once I realized that I was looking for a way out, I realized how unfair that was.
but you know what though? Because I know this relationship very well. I feel like you had a lot of reasons to go, but you loved her and you stayed. So you got to that point. I feel like
Well, you were in this was a long.
it was like
4.5
5 years.
No, I
bro.
think that we're talking about at the
Dating.
beginning stages. You're dating. You're
Oh.
just trying to find reasons to not date this. Like,
Well, a lot of times people sometimes when people do that and shit, they just don't know how to let a person down and shit, but they just trying to find like a real good reason
mean,
that they
nigga,
can
I'll
like.
let
People
I'll
always
let you
need a
know.
reason. Like,
Right.
You don't need it. You don't. Thank you, Steph. You don't need a reason. Like I could, bro. I'm gonna keep it a whole buck, bro. Like you can date somebody for a year and have no problems, and then you can just realize like, yo, this is not my person. In a smooth relationship, and they might be sad or whatever, but you know it is what it is.
yeah, but that's not. I don't think that's looking. I think it's more. I think some people have to realize that they have issues with connections.
No, for
and
sure.
they are guarded, and they've been hurt, they've been scarred, they've
Facts.
gone through shit, and it's easier to be defensive and not connect where you feel like, because I've dated women that we've gotten close, and as soon as it, like before it started becoming like a really good connection, it was, I can't date you anymore. And it's like, well, why? Because I'm scared of being hurt. Because last time I
They
did this,
lying. They
last
started
time I
talking
gave
to
him,
somebody else. I be knowing that's
Go ahead,
because
get the
that's
game,
always
Steph.
the excuse of, you know, that's better than just saying I'm talking to somebody else. Because like I said, it usually be a couple different niggas.
well, it
Everybody
could be, but
everybody be at
if they
different
weren't
levels.
talking to nobody after that, then
I mean, I for sure got let down nicely a couple times. I tried to pop with this girl in college, and she was like, "I gotta have the situation back home. I don't want to. I was like, well, if that's true,
That's usually
I
women's thing.
appreciate
If they
it.
talking to somebody else and
Right,
then they
I'm
start
like,
getting
you
serious
know.
with that person, you gotta let the other,
Yeah.
yeah, you gotta let the other
You gotta
man.
drop your hoes.
You gotta
You gotta-
stay in the friend zone for a little bit.
Oh, yeah, you know what I mean?
that's
you gotta
that.
hang
That's
out.
the typical
just
drop
watch the
your
page.
drop
Yeah,
your
you gotta
hoes.
watch it. You
Why,
gotta do what you gotta do,
if the
fam.
niggas' pictures is
Right, I'm
gone
like,
off the page, then
Oh,
that's
you ain't
your
been
that's
home
your
in a
green
while.
light.
You ain't been back to Cali in a while. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, so
Yeah.
I
He's-
saw that
he
you
saw-
deleted some of your
right.
pictures.
I
So
noticed that
everything
he's
okay?
never come out here to visit you.
Yeah.
But I feel like sometimes it just be really little stuff. Like I remember one time, I had went out and somebody that was talking to somebody else had they said they was going one place and then they was on my story doing something completely different. We just happened to have mutual friends and they seen it.
That's
That's cut off.
That's
like
lying. That's
You know what
That's
I'm
a
saying?
lie. Yeah.
that's
That's
cut off.
dishonest.
Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's like
Right.
was it that deep?
Yes.
No.
Yes,
it
No, I'm
was.
just-
yes, it was.
But was it that deep to lie about? That's
no,
what I'm saying.
not that.
Exactly.
But it's
So
deep
kinda
enough to
like-
cut somebody off.
Right.
No, see, the way I look at that is
Yeah.
if you
Just
lie
look
about
at
something
somebody
as small as that, then what else are you willing to lie about?
Well,
So
'cause-
that's
well,
reason
you
to me.
don't
That's
know
reason to
who
cut
you
off.
with.
You know,
That's
because
not
you
true.
don't even know me. You don't even know me enough to give a fuck about my
That's what he
opinion.
said earlier, right?
That's what I was saying.
You know,
So it'd be like little stuff that just kind of
Yeah.
be like,
See, to me, that's not little though. I think we talked about that earlier. Values. If you're dishonest right
Come on.
there, then that to me that's a big deal because you're already being dishonest before we've gotten any further in our relationship. So no, I would be like, nope. I would have cut that for that situation.
even
Listen.
even when you ask somebody like their relationship with certain people and they lie about it, and then later on it come out that they used to talk or they used to this or that. Why lie? You feel what I'm saying? Like, so it's kind of like, bye.
Yeah.
And it seemed like kind of like, oh well, we was just talking. Like exactly. So why would you lie about something like
Because
that?
you
lie
know
about
what?
that, then what makes you think that I will
Nah,
believe
well,
that
what
you?
about-
So
what about- what about-
because
go ahead,
I'm gonna give
go
her
ahead,
because
go
some
ahead.
people think that if they do tell the truth, then they lose a chance or they feel like that
Most of
that
the time
may
that's
that
true.
may mess up.
Most
the
of the time that's
relationship.
true, though.
Now,
But
no,
it can't-
but I agree with Steph. If honesty is your value and you're more, then honesty is honesty. Because who's to say? Most of the time, when people ask that question, they already know the truth,
It's already pretty obvious.
or they can verify it.
9 times out of 10,
Nah.
9 times out of 10, if a
I-
girl asks
you
you
know-
a specific question, she knows the
Nah,
answer
I'm
already.
gonna say, mate, I'll give you 9 times out of 10, but that one time out of 10, I didn't see a whole fucking lot in my life. Only, especially based off of because we're really photo B, you, and all of us, right? I've had people literally ask me about every single person on my Instagram, on my Snap, on my Facebook. And our page is popping. So if you keep asking me, I'm just like, yo, maybe this isn't the place that you need to be at.
That's true.
Maybe this isn't the place you need to be at because I don't feel like I need to. I'm talking to you all day. I'm with you all day, right? And I don't mind a couple with your relationship with this person or this person or this person, but every single comment, you going through every comment.
I wouldn't say that, but
it's a
people that
lie.
are around.
Well,
So like-
we
well,
got it, but we have to
but
be.
look,
but
but-
when we say being honest, men have to be honest. And I think in our generation, more than any other generation, there's a lot of line blurring when it comes to friendships. Because there's a lot of times where people will say,
just keep it a
there's
whole
a lot
buck.
of times
Let me
people
keep it a
will
whole
say,
buck. there's no
cousins,
there's no more blurring than our grandpas and our great grandpas. These niggas been doing
no,
this
but
shit
what
forever.
I'm talking about when we
They just
say,
did it out loud.
I'm saying when we say
It wasn't
when we
no
say
line.
that we've been friends, a lot of times we'll say, "Oh, well, how do you know this?" Or, "Oh, we're just friends." But then you don't, and we I think we said it maybe 2 episodes or 3 episodes ago where we said omitting information is a lie as well.
True.
So
Unfortunately.
if you've
Unfortunately.
dated
We
or
had
if
this. We had this.
so if
We
you-
had this at the beginning of our relationship.
if you've dated or
Unfortunately.
fucked around with somebody and then you just present it as just being friends, then if that person finds out more, then it comes across as you being dishonest. So it could just from the get go.
Look at
Hey,
the head
look,
nod.
we
Tyson, you
used to
fucked up.
we talk. We were fucking around. It didn't work out, and
Right.
now we're just friends.
You're not-
That is totally different than just we're just platonic friends.
Okay,
because
let me
then
ask you another
because then the
question.
next question
Let me
would
ask
be
you a question.
Go
How
ahead.
long ago is the next question they're gonna ask? Like, but here's the next. Here's when. Okay, so say you were talking to somebody like 5-10 years ago, and then nothing. You didn't date seriously or anything. Now you guys are friends. Is that appropriate to say we're just friends?
I always err on the side of being honest.
That's me.
I tried to date this
That's
person,
me.
but it
I
didn't
came to you,
work
I was
out.
like,
We're
hey.
just friends.
hey, just so you know, it's worth it. It's you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Like that, you should.
Oh, yeah,
I
you
don't
know what I
care.
was-
Even if I feel like you probably ain't even gonna
Right.
care.
And I was thinking about that too. I was like, just thinking about with my training and stuff. Like I train a lot of women. I was like, I ain't trained nobody. I ain't trained nobody that I used to mess with, nothing like that. But I was like, if I did, I was like, I think I would probably have to tell her.
You have
like,
to.
Nigga, yeah, nigga,
I was like,
probably.
this girl's
They
like,
come into your
I
house.
probably have to let
You
her know
have a
this girl I
choice.
was involved with it all. But I'm like, I just happened to think about
You
that.
know
earlier
what?
today.
You
I
know
was
what
like,
though? You know what though? Tyson did all his dirt in Texas, so he's cool.
And
stuff,
sometimes
you
there's
No,
information
ain't
that you
all-
should
ain't all of
offer
it. All
whether
of
the
it.
person. There's sometimes information you should offer whether the person asked or not because they might not
That's
be in
true.
the have the
Also
knowledge
true.
to ask you, but you know it's something that they should know. And a lot of people won't do that either.
I'm safe
what I'm
out. I'm
saying.
safe.
And they'll
I'm-
have you all in somebody's face.
I'm
Right.
safe. Look,
That's
I'm,
true.
look, I'm safe out here in these Sacramento
Right.
streets, bro. Anybody I bump
That's
into,
not
connect to,
right.
just friends.
Period. Nah,
I did a really
that's
good
another
job
thing, too.
of staying to myself for a long
Dang, I
time.
forgot I was gonna say again.
Come on, man.
Dang it, I forgot I was gonna say.
Oh,
It's
okay.
the ganja.
Yeah, I just think honesty is the
I'm
best
just saying.
policy, and I've been in situations where I've said that, and then it came to bite me back in the butt, where it was like, oh, I thought she was just your friend. She is my friend.
Oh yeah. That's
Oh,
what I was
well,
gonna say.
you didn't tell me that y'all used to have this, and this back in the
Right,
day.
right, right.
And I'm like, oh, I didn't think it was pertinent information. You wouldn't think that's pertinent information if I'm around her and I see her or she's commenting on your
Yeah,
page
if-
and whatever,
yeah,
and
that's
she's being
necessary.
flirtatious with
That's
you
necessary.
because
Yeah,
sometimes
that's
women
necessary.
think that they have access to you, and then because of that access, they step the line and.
Nigga,
Whether you in a relationship or not, because a lot of
Yeah.
times you may be talking to somebody for maybe 2-3 months, but you've been friends with
Yeah.
that woman for maybe 10 years. So then she feels like she has more, like I said, more of
Yeah.
access to you. And then
Yeah.
she's like, well, who is this? Oh, well, that's a friend. Well, she seems like she's doing a little bit more than just being friends. And then if you don't tell the reason, again,
Some
Yeah,
women, will purposely try to step on the toes of the person you talk to.
I'm gonna tell you. I probably think that. That's actual factual. You know what I'm saying? I got like
just
four
to push
or five,
the boundary.
I got like
I
4
don't
or
like
5.
that.
I got 4 or 5 friends that are really really close friends.
Uh-oh.
That no.
No,
I
I'm
never
looking
messed
at
with
D-Lo.
them.
He
Yeah.
looking like he got a
Four-
flashback
he
or something.
did.
No, I
just
keep
now.
remembering it. Then somebody else keep talking. I keep forgetting it. So
Oh.
I was like,
But I
get
had
it.
4. I have 4 or 5 friends that I've known personally for a long time that I've never messed around with. They comment on my page all the time and they hang out or whatever. But that's our relationship. But every single time I've ever talked to somebody, they always ask about them. You know what I mean? So I know what to expect. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, if you need to call her or whatever, if you want to meet her, I'm down. You can meet up. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? If it gets to the point to where we rocking like that, I don't have no problem with you meeting these people or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah, just
Yeah,
gonna
I
meet
was
them.
gonna say,
You ain't gonna just meet them because you asked about it one time.
Right,
They gotta just start
facts.
talking to you.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But
I was gonna say to the point of omission when it comes to information. Like a lot of dudes do that where they don't necessarily say everything because they already assume how their girl gonna react to it. Or they already
they're mostly
know
not- they're mostly
how
not
their
wrong.
girl gonna react to it. So it's like, all right, if I say this part, I know she gonna feel away. First of all, if you even mention a girl half the time to a girl, she gonna hear is girl.
Yeah.
So it's like
Well,
I know if I say
Jesus.
this, she really ain't gonna be. You know what I mean? So like I feel like
Preach,
that is what really like sparks
See,
at
you
least
preaching.
for me. That will make me want to admit certain things because it's like, well, if I admit this, it will keep the peace now. But I say if it comes out, then it'll be an issue later. But it's like
Exactly.
and it's gonna
the
be long
information-
term.
right?
And
And I
it'll
was
be-
like,
yeah.
and we're right. And so
A
that's
bigger
the
issue.
thing. But again, so like that's like the thing you got to worry about. Like you can't let the omission of the right now cloud you of the bigger picture of if I don't tell her this right now and it comes out, however it could come out, it's gonna be a bigger issue than if I would have just said, yo, we used to mess around or whatever we did or whatever. This is why she did it.
He learned that
Whatever
lesson,
the
But
case
who's
But-
more important? That's what you really gotta ask yourself.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
whose
saying?
feelings
Like
is more
Me.
important, yeah.
whose feelings is more important to you?
Right,
Like
that's why you single.
Since you oh
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, because
Shady.
I'm important,
Facts.
and that's okay.
You know,
but I mean, I'm talking about with the person.
Why we always
Like,
single shaming?
I'm talking about
just-
the
No,
person
that's why he's
versus
single.
your spouse. So
Choice.
or your
You literally can't
who
be-
you talking
your,
to.
your
It
potential
takes-
spouse.
It's
That's
like,
actually-
do I-
yeah.
which-
Man, it takes time. When,
So, you know, I'm
when girls do that, when I'm about my friends that are really my friends, when they start trying to get in competition with them or whatever, and we just talk and they be like, well, I don't like that. I'm like, sis, they've been around 15, 20 years.
Well, that's because we could peep
know what I'm
sometimes
saying?
that the women that are friends do too much on purpose because they know they're the friend and they know they got that time and
I'm
they know
not-
they they want to flex that I've been here longer and
not
I'm more
giving up
important
no
to him
15,
than
20 year
you.
relationship for a chick I just started talking
Exactly,
to.
and they push
not
that
doing it.
they push that because they can.
I'm not doing
You know what
it.
I'm saying? For me, if I've dated dudes that have friends that are like that, I'ma just do it moving because I'm like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
because if
gotta-
they already doing it already while we talking, it ain't gonna do nothing. But
I
get worse.
gotta say, if I had a friend doing that, and if I checked her and she kept on doing it, you're not my friend.
Thank you. I've always felt like that because I always have had male friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I always, even when I be texting y'all sometimes, because I'm up late and I be like, damn, let me not send him this right now because it's 12 o'clock at night. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we all friends. You feel
Yeah,
what
but
I'm
we in a group chat.
That's true. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It's those type of things that I feel like as a woman that has male friends that you should care about.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm not going to just be hitting this nigga any time of the fucking night. I'm not, you know
That's
what I'm saying?
true. They
Like,
don't really
come
be
on.
banging my line
It
like
should
that.
be,
You're right. You're
there
right.
should be a level
You're
of
right.
respect.
Just have some boundaries.
No, you're right.
Boundaries.
You know what?
And some women don't do that because
also-
they like, I'm his friend. I've
Yeah.
been knowing him. He gonna pick, like, girl.
Well,
Yeah,
because,
also, they
again,
got
but look-
they got boyfriends and husbands and all kind of stuff.
But
too.
this is why I was saying you got to be honest about maybe the inception of that relationship. You may be friends by default because either the timing was bad and you still want that man, or maybe he was with somebody when you met him and you just kind of waiting in the wings to see if you got
Friends
your
by
opportunity.
default.
So that's what I'm
Who
saying.
does that?
Sometimes that friendship is. You say it's a friendship because you are really associates, but deep down inside, she just waiting on her opportunity. Oh, he waiting on his opportunity. 'Cause I know there's a lot of men that be doing that, and I
pretty
like
much what it is.
like
Nah,
with
some
like
women
Not
just
me,
like
fam.
to flex on other
like
women.
with like
That's
Candace,
weird.
I told her, I said, hey, look, I
Waiting
said,
for
oh
nobody?
boy, I said, I'm telling you that you need to kind of keep an eye on that. She's like, oh no, he's just my friend. I said, keep an eye on that.
Keep an eye on
Because
that.
we've all played that friend zone, waiting until there's an opening, and then when there's an opening, I'ma slide on in.
And that's why I see you got to be. That's why I've always been honest because there is, like you said, friendships that the inception was talking or the inception was whatever it was, and
Attraction. Yeah.
it might be, but you friends now. But I'm not about to just have my husband over here and not be like, hey, you know, this is what it was at
Exactly.
one point in time, and you just over here
Right.
kikiing with the nigga. That's stupid.
Nah, that's one thing I do respect that you have always did from even when we first started talking again.
Told you all the niggas she smashed.
Any
and
man
you're friends
that
with them now.
any man that had any type of anything, I don't know. She ain't really get too many details, but any man
I'm
that he was like, oh yeah, that's my friend Sydney. You know, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I never met this man in my life, but they
you
was
know-
always tweeting.
you know
So
what
he's
else
like,
though,
hey,
too?
this- I'm like, so like stuff like that. I'm like, all right, cool.
But-
And so it makes you do the same thing in return. Like again,
That
like
part.
when you get it, ain't no reason for you not to do it. Like if it's a girl that I met or ex girlfriend that like, man, I had an ex girlfriend that loved Steph. Like I just want to be friends with her. She just said that I'm like, you my ex. Like we had our
She cool.
situation. But again, like it's
I think she need to come on the pod. I keep saying that.
Hey, but I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I'm not gonna force you on her or
Right.
vice versa. But I'm gonna let her know what's up. But it's like people don't have that same.
I don't
But
have
see, but
any
on the
ex-
flip side of
ex-
that, go ahead. I'm sorry, Raj.
Oh no, I said yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know about
On the flip
ex-girlfriend.
side of that, and then we'll get on to the next topic.
yeah, we burning
On the
the
flip side of that, some people cannot
But-
take honesty either.
We burning the clock.
Yeah.
Because some people will hear the truth, and then they will be like,
Yeah,
now,
right.
now then questioning,
Yeah.
and going deeper and going deeper and going deeper. And
See?
like, I already told you
And
what
then,
it
and then you
was.
know what that does? I'd be like, yo, maybe this isn't for you.
Sometimes,
that creates a
sometimes
toxic
the
situation.
Those are my
sometimes
two
honesty
favorite
can sow
lines.
the
You know
seed
what?
of
The ball's in
insecurity.
your
Yeah,
court, and maybe
that's
this
true.
isn't for you.
That's true.
Maybe this ride isn't.
If you slept with one of your friends and then she's always hanging around, then it could be like, so what are you guys
That
doing?
honesty sows that seed of insecurity when it should
Strengthen it.
Yeah, strengthen it.
Yeah,
anything.
And I think that's
This
when
is
they-
why niggas don't be saying shit.
But
And
that's
this is why
what-
women
but,
don't say shit
but
either.
see, to me, I think again, when you tell a insecure person the truth, then it may cause more insecurity. If the person at the beginning is willing to handle it, sometimes I don't know. But that's why you tell it, because then it kind of tells you what kind of person that you're dealing with.
Come on, that's what I'm saying. Some people like omit information because they don't want to find out certain things or they don't want certain things to happen. But it's like, do it and let it happen.
so you can
figure out.
dodge a bullet.
Come
fam.
on now, that's ridiculous.
Because
like,
because if you're scared to tell them the truth at the beginning, imagine when they find out the truth later on.
Right.
Oh, it's all bad,
I feel like we all want.
and you wasted all that time.
Yeah, they're gonna stay.
Self perseverance.
Yeah, but then it'll be that toxic situation.
Like, yeah.
yeah, I want to know.
And then she gonna question everything.
I wanna know.
See,
who
because that's
you
it, and I think that's the worst thing
said
about lying is that when you lie, then everything that you've ever said comes into question.
Which is why I feel like it's BS, because you can literally be the most honest dude in the world and lie once, and then everything you ever said is now freaking clouded. Like, that's so whack to me. Like, literally,
Then why risk
trust
it?
You know what they say?
Such a fragile
Then why risk it?
thing.
You know what
Isn't
they
it
say?
like that for
Lie.
everything?
Yeah, I was
though?
gonna say that's what they say at
Not
work.
even just
I don't know.
relationships.
At work, they use the term
I'm
you can
just-
get 100 attaboys and fuck up one time, and everything you've done, we got to go back and check. You know what I mean? It just is what
I
it
mean,
is.
think about, like, you can be the best worker. If you knock down all the stuff, if you're in the warehouse and you knock down all the stuff, you're getting fired. Whether you was the employee of the month for last year. If you did something drastic like that, they're firing you. You're gone. You just cost them too much money for them to keep
what's
you
the
on.
word? There's no room
You're
for grace.
gone. Like, you're out of there. So, yeah, I understand that.
That's
depends
why.
on the-
That's why you do average work and you do good work like 1 or 2 times.
Exactly.
And then
Not in
you
your
get,
relationship. Don't do that.
Hey,
No, he's
Nah,
talking about
that's bad
work.
advice,
That's all,
bro.
but we was comparing it to
It is
relationships.
work.
He's talking about work.
But we was comparing it to
Rob is
relationships.
like,
Men.
average, I do, you know.
Just do the bare minimum.
Right. You do what you got to do.
He's
And then
like-
when she's about to leave, then you just flowers.
Pick it up.
Women,
Chris.
That's
He's
hey,
like-
yeah.
he's like,
Go ahead, Steph.
Ooh.
Let them know.
women cook Alfredo when he about to leave. Bust that steak out.
Huh.
No,
Alfredo.
no,
When he about to leave,
no.
I'm leaving.
Do
If
the
you're
bare
cooking
min-
Alfredo,
Do the bare minimum.
That's what she said. She said do the bare minimum.
give her
That's
half,
the whole opposite.
Give her half strokes.
That's-
give her half
I mean,
strokes
hey,
5
honestly,
nights a week.
that's
and
what
then
Lon-
pull out that
that's
extra
what
dough.
Lon-
Giving you all head.
Get that-
All head.
Oh, don't give her none, just head.
Hey,
That's it.
honestly, that's what some of y'all do.
What? Alfredo?
Wait until the end.
Well,
Wait until it's
listen,
about to go
you
out.
wanna
Then
show-
start
You
going
know,
to some fucking
you already
word.
know who I'm talking about, bro.
Uh-oh.
Because she didn't want to step up until the door was open to go. You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden, it's,
Hey,
whatever you need,
black
I
bro.
can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. All of a sudden,
yeah, and you should have been doing
got-
this shit at the end the
you
whole
got-
time.
Oh,
Don't
you
wait
got
till shit is
superpowers
bad.
now.
This
Oh,
is
you
what
got
I've been
superpowers
asking
now.
for. This is what I've been asking for.
Like,
man.
why couldn't you do it ahead of time?
Because
Why you gotta wait until I'm
Because
upset?
sometimes you gotta apply that pressure.
I don't want to have to apply
Yeah,
pressure.
you shouldn't. you
No.
shouldn't have to.
That's-
When
that's
when
real facts.
when I'm saying pressure, I mean that some people think that they get too comfortable
Yep.
and they think that they can just do whatever they want and the
No, you
relationship will
can.
go on. And
Whether
sometimes you
might
gotta
not
check them
be
and say,
here,
look,
but you do what you want.
if you're in the dating stage or whatever, you just said that women be looking for any old reason to leave. Well, hey, you got to say, look, this is what I'm used to. This is my standard. If this is what I'm asking for, if you listening, because one of my things is listening. If you're not listening, gotta be ready to go.
Right.
And that's when I say pressure. I'm like, I self-respect. I respect myself, and I
you're
love
not
myself
listening.
so much that I'm not willing to just put up with any old thing.
My name is Robert Brown
Huh.
Jr.
Put some respect on my name.
Put some
God dang
fucking
it.
respect on my
All right,
name.
man. We gonna get on
He said,
to
if you don't listen, you can't be here.
Brittany Renner.
Brittany,
And
bitch.
what's old boy's name?
PJ?
You know what? I didn't look. Let me.
Okay, so we're gonna we gonna conclude the episode with this because we gonna conclude. I had a clip. We gonna save it maybe for the dating episode.
Okay, let's see. Michael Haugabook
Oh,
is his
God.
name.
Oh God. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Brittany Renner first, right?
Selby. Oh, I ain't get that last name to that boy. That poor boy.
Brittany Renner. So she took some flack because she was at the Jackson State.
Jackson State University homecoming, and she
Oh,
posted
Lord.
on Instagram and was like, "Hide your sons," basically, like she out on the prowl. Which we've already discussed. If the shoe was on the other foot and it was a man that was saying hide your daughters, it would be backlash. Even though everybody obviously is of age, 18 and up, because she was out of college.
Right.
But even still, with her history, she's made it clear that she basically preys on younger men, or that's what
But
she's
how
looking
old
for.
is she?
How old
Isn't
is
she in her 20s?
she's 27.
27. Yeah.
Hold on, let me.
Yeah, I'm like, people trying to
let
call
me
her cougar.
confirm
She
it.
ain't no damn cougar. She's young.
Well, I mean, the age gap in the type of.
Well,
Again, but that's what I'm saying. I'm like, even with that, a 27-year-old man with a 19-year-old girl, nobody cares. That happens all the time. Like a lot of young girls mess with older dudes that's about that age gap of 5 to 6 years or 7 years. Like that's not that big of an age gap.
But we talking about her history of how like she got with PJ Washington.
Right.
and
so she's
all
currently 29. She was
Okay.
27 when she got with PJ.
Okay, so it's 29.
She was
Yeah,
born
so
in
she's-
92.
And that's her only kid.
with him.
Yes.
I mean, period, right?
Yes.
Isn't that
But
how-
I mean, just what we know about her philosophy on getting men and getting to the bag, and she obviously goes for younger men that are easier to manipulate.
Vulnerabilities.
And I mean, when we know that about somebody, I feel like knowing that, and if the shoe was on the other foot, it would be more backlash. Knowing what we know about her philosophy.
I feel like it will. I feel like it will be more. It would be more backlash if it was a 29-year-old man saying the same thing at a campus with the exact same history. I think it would definitely be a little more backlash. But honestly, I don't have an issue with what she said. To be honest, I feel like she was probably trying to be funny. Based on the fact that everybody act like she's just out here trying to. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I think she was trying to be funny. I didn't see an issue with it, but I seen that it got all this big hoop about it. But honestly, like, she's one of them people who's going to continue to capitalize on the fact that anything she says is going to blow up.
Clout chasing.
Like, why not? Like, this is the way of the
Rob got
the
something
land
good.
now,
Wait, hold
so.
on. So I got a question. So I'm just reading this. I don't know if this is true or not. So this is alleged.
Can you
So-
check and see if that's a valid?
That's
I
why
think
he's saying.
So what I'm reading is, it says, as it turns out, Renner was invited by head coach Deion Sanders as a guest motivational speaker to meet with several JSU football players ahead of the team's Saturday homecoming game against Alabama State University. Although there's a big question as to what the team learned from Renner, it's safe to say they were happy with the visit.
Hear that?
What?
Hey,
She
you
got
know what?
hired.
Hey, you know what?
She
She
got
was there for a
hired
bag.
to talk to the football
Deion
team.
Sanders is my trash as fuck, bro.
Dog.
He was.
She got
He was
paid
my
to go to that school and talk motivation
listen,
to the football
listen.
team.
Damn.
I was hoping that you didn't find that. Nobody said that.
Oh,
So you already knew about it?
my
Yeah.
God.
Fuck.
And
And
you
Anyway, that's so.
and we mad at her for accepting the job.
Well, hold on. Here's another thing.
mad
So
at
it says
Coach
she
Deion,
also
bro.
posted an Instagram story video hugging Jackson State football coach Deion Sanders while Sanders sits on a golf court. Jackson State football players Dalen Dunn and Dimitri Jordan each shared photos on Instagram. Blah blah blah. Jordan included a caption. Okay. Jackson State is scheduled to face. Blah blah blah. Renner is yeah. So it looks like
Man, I knew that already.
oh,
Looked like she
my
did no
Lord.
wrong, man. She was just doing her job.
She was
Getting her
trolling.
bag.
But we get what she was
The
trying
post
to
is
She
imply.
tried to be fat.
Now here's
and
the
people,
issue.
You know,
Here's the issue. The main thing is if it was reversed,
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I talked about, right?
if it was reversed,
Yep.
the issue is dude would have already been fucked over. It would have all been bad already, because if he's in a position to where he thinks he control by saying shit like that, he already has that vision that he dates younger women and shit,
But
and is
in
very,
re-
very
So he
younger,
wouldn't
and
have
so
got
he already
hired.
exactly he already had
wouldn't
that
have
issue
got hired.
exactly.
I don't know, because
Nah,
I
fam,
feel like
I
she's
know.
not doing anything wrong or illegal. So at the end of the day, if
That's very
a
true.
older man was dating younger men, ain't nobody talking about Tyrese dating that young ass girl. Like, Tyrese is like 50. That girl's 25. No one cares a damn. So you really think that if 29
He's
year old,
also not with the 25-year-old trying for her money and trying to get pregnant and get a
it don't
bag.
matter. It don't matter. She
That's a
okay,
different motive. The motive is different.
So it's
Valid
all
point.
good because
The
you're
motive is
the
different.
sugar daddy instead of being the sugar baby.
The
Like-
motive, but the motive is different, bro.
What does
The
it
motive
matter?
is
You're
different.
his motive ain't no different. He's dating a younger girl because she's young. Well, young and
Because-
bad.
Well, because he might genuinely like her.
Either way, she
Brittany
is
Renner,
a child
Brittany
compared
Renner
to him.
is notoriously
She's a child
known,
compared to him.
Is
Brittany
notoriously
Renner is
known for
literally
saying athletes are dumb. If you want to come up on a bag and have a baby
okay.
and be rich,
And if you was to say Instagram models are dumb, if I want to fuck me, all I do is just like it's not like
It's not-
what she's saying ain't
I'm
wrong.
not coming up.
Okay,
He
here-
is dumb.
here's her response. Twitter user told.
I feel like
Okay, so she responded to a Twitter person. So this is what the Twitter person said, or the person on Twitter. They said they told Renner that people would be outraged if a 30-year-old man made a post about college women, writing, "Wow, imagine the outrage if a grown man, something that was 30-something-year-old man went up to a college campus and tweeted a pic of himself with the caption, 'Hide your daughters.' Shaking my head, just keep the same energy both ways." That's what you guys are talking about. She said, "Yeah, imagine someone 18 or older wanting to fuck me and me wanting to fuck them. So we fucked. Very outrageous. Call Chris Hansen now."
She's saying
she gonna keep trolling because again, I feel like she getting trolled. I feel like she gets way too much negative hype personally.
I think
I don't feel like it's that deep. Like I literally be like,
think your visit's
why y'all trip on this girl so hard? Like she
don't
any other in that girl that
You
got fame.
you
like,
don't you don't think that she that the content she puts out is what gets the negative response?
I feel like
She's capitalizing
yeah,
on
yeah.
y'all.
Like
I know,
feel
but
like-
she's looking for the negative response.
She is
Right.
looking for.
She's
it.
capitalizing
You know what I'm saying?
on y'all
Again, I'm like,
outrage.
again, just like anything else. Like I'm telling you
She's
right now,
Rebecca
if-
Black.
Well,
If the Reverb has something that always got us whatever many likes, I guarantee that whatever that something is, we're gonna do that shit every damn time.
Very much something.
Like wherever that come on now, like
And
at
would.
the end of the day, there's nothing wrong. There's hella people have whole careers off of this character that everybody hates or loves or whatever. So I'm like,
That's a very valid point.
come on now, I'm like, let's
Very
not
valid
act
point.
like she can't be feeding on to it. Like again, even Derrick Jackson and them. Derrick Jackson might again he did like everybody say he does these things because he knows what he gonna get. You know, I'm gonna get this type of reaction from this type of post, this type of shit. So it's like
There's two. Yeah, there's
and,
two
and
things.
we got that.
There's two things, right? The internet loves toxic.
exactly
Also, on top of that, the internet is not a real place.
at all.
Whoa.
So
whoa, whoa.
listen, let me explain why I say that.
Go ahead.
Let me explain why I say that.
There's been a lot of niggas canceled on this fake place.
Like that's what Dave Chappelle said. Twitter ain't
Twitter ain't
a
real.
real place.
Right.
But the internet is a real place. Go ahead.
Listen why though. There's a separation between internet and real life. You can put out whatever the fuck you want on the internet and people are going to assume that's you. But people who really know you know the difference. Right? What you put on Instagram is not 100% you. Never is, never will be, you will never want to. Right?
I think mine is 100% me.
Not always.
Nah,
you're not
mine
putting. You're,
definitely
It's
listen,
still
listen.
only bits and pieces.
Right, it's only bits and
My-
pieces. You're
my
not
Instagram
putting
is literally
everything on
only
the.
certain side of me.
You're not. Nobody's putting everything on their social media. Nobody's putting everything on social media.
But I disagree with that
On which part?
because it's the same way as when you walk outside. When you walk outside, that may not be a full perception of who you are, but you are giving the world or showing who you are to the world, and they're going to make their judgments based off of what they see. On the internet, you have a choice or decision what you are allowing people to see and what you're not allowing people to see. I think we had a discussion when we talked about dating, where we said when you're dating, you need to maybe scroll through their page to get at least of a snapshot of who they are and how they think, because you have full control over what you portray on that page. So if you are portraying these certain things, like what she portrayed with the picture, talking about hide your sons and all these other things, you are then creating the perception of what people are going to view you as. So you are creating your perception or your persona online, and people are going to then react to that. That may not be who she is. I understand what you're saying, but if that's not who you are, then if you're doing it for clout, we already said we don't like clout chasers. But the bottom line is you are creating, everybody that you meet in your life is going to have a different perception based on you, depending on how they met you or where they seen you. What she's doing is obviously creating a negative perception. She knew what she was doing. She's
Okay.
trolling, right? The same way
Right.
that Kanye trolls, the same way that 6ix9ine trolls,
Right,
the
right.
same way that Lil Nas X has been trolling. But people are going to then treat you or react to you based off of what you have put out, not what we are seeing. We're only reading and seeing the picture for what she put out.
Facts. You know what?
Media.
I feel that point, but my point to that is this: what is your response? I mean, what do you think would be the comments and the storyline if she said, "Here to speak to the football team about motivation"?
Saying,
We
people
would
be
have
like,
to-
what are
we
you
would-
there to talk
They
about?
wouldn't have
You
said
gotta
shit.
talk
They
about
have not
You
still
know
been the
why?
same type of show.
No.
We know
Yes.
about
Nobody-
They would have said the same
It's
thing.
not as big.
None of her
would've said
trolls
the
would have
same
came out.
thing.
You try to tell me none of her
Yes.
trolls would have came out in her comments and all this stuff if she
Yes,
would not have said
bro.
something like that.
Bro,
Be honest, Robert.
as soon as
They
you're
would've been
doing
like, what do you
Look,
have
see,
to
hold on, hold
Be
on.
honest, Robert.
This is what I don't like. You do all or nothing. You do all or nothing when you say, "Oh well, all the trolls could come out." Nobody said all the trolls
No,
wouldn't
you
come out.
said-
Nobody
I said
said
you don't
some of the
think
trolls
any
would come
of
out.
them- you don't think
See,
nobody
you're
would've
doing
trolled?
all or nothing. We are not in a world where there's all or nothing. It is some people may have said the same comments, but the majority of the comments would not be what they are now because she was trying to incite a reaction. Hide your
Purposely.
son.
I feel like it would have been.
Hide your
Purposely.
son. Hide your son.
Purposely, yes,
I
it
just
Sounds.
I feel like she's gonna get trolled like that, regardless of that.
No.
What
She would have got
No,
she
no,
would have got trolled on what do you have to offer? Who are you?
Period.
Why
They
why do
would've
she get
discounted
to why
her. She
they
would've said
it would
anything
it still
Right,
would
but
have been
this
backlash.
is
about her
weird.
sex
But
and
the
what she
troll,
don't do.
but the trolling is because it comes across as a predator, as I'm coming after your sons. Hide your
Exactly,
sons.
hide your sons.
Not
That don't
I'm
mean a
here to
predator.
speak after to a
No,
college student.
That don't mean that she being a predator. How many people have said hide your kids, hide your wife? That ain't nothing new. That's
Bro,
been-
we're
that
not
was a
talking.
meme.
We're not.
That
We're
was a
not. We're
meme.
not
I'm
talking
saying.
about. We're not talking
But-
about
but
sexual
that-
predators
but I'm
only.
just-
We're talking
right, no, I'm
about.
saying, he makes him as if she's a sexual predator
Okay.
by saying that. That saying of hide your daughter. Everybody been saying that. That's the old saying. People been saying that when they look good. But hide your daughter. I'm stepping out tonight.
Oh,
But hide
no.
your son.
Who said that?
You start telling me anybody. You ain't never heard nobody until then say
do.
that.
Shit, I
you
see
better
people
hide.
say it about kids.
Stop
like,
playing like people been
hide
saying.
your
Oh.
daughters. My son, like,
People been saying
I
that.
don't
This is
understand
not
why
new
they
shit. The
keep
first
saying
person to ever say hide your son because I'm here. Like, no, that's.
but we
old.
know she said
So
it
the
at a
fact
school
that she-
because of her reputation.
Because of her reputation,
not-
bro.
we were able to say it's because she was trying to be like, no, she
I think you got to look at the context. Like when somebody says,
Right.
"I'm trying to be here," like the pictures. I want to be on vacation with somebody's son. It's not.
Right.
It's not in a school setting.
It's not, bro.
It's saying
on
I
the
want to
beach.
be hugged up with somebody's son, or when somebody says like I was
Not
saying,
an actual fucking school.
Yeah, she's
not
at
at your child.
Not an actual
she's
child,
at a
bro.
college.
In an adult school.
She's at a college where there are 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, and she's saying
20-year-olds,
hide your.
24-year-olds,
She's saying
23-year-olds.
hide your son. So if a man did that, you would see no problem with that.
I don't see a problem with that.
If a
at
man,
all.
if a 29,
If-
hold on,
if he went
hold
to
on,
high school-
hold
if
on,
he went to
hold on,
Burbank
hold
High
on,
School
hold
and
on,
said that, it's
hold
That's a
on,
problem.
I have
hold
an
on,
issue, but
hold
not at
on.
college. I'm not
If a
tripping.
29 or 30-year-old man
Is
went
that a college
to,
tampering?
just listen,
Go ahead.
went to a school and he had cheerleaders in the background and he said, "Oh, I'm here, hide your daughters."
Is
You
it a
don't-
college?
You don't. Yes, you don't think that would receive negative comments. You don't think that would have a negative sentiment because it comes across as a predator.
I don't see it as a predator. I don't get the predator vibe.
I
I'm not
get-
getting the predator vibe.
okay.
I'm not getting the predator vibe.
I get both sides. I understand when it comes to about being a predator because, like, yes, right?
It is.
I also understand your side because there are some grown ass men in college.
There's
Not
grown-
playing for
there's
the football
grown-
team.
Regard,
What-
we're not talking about playing
no
for the
football
football
team.
team.
No, when
There's
you're
no-
saying
there's-
grown men in college, meaning when you're saying grown, I mean like 23, 24, 25, 26, like that, a
There's-
little bit older.
there's
I'm talking
22,
about older.
20,
I'm talking
they
about
ain't
older,
18
older.
and 19.
You're just talking about grown.
I'm talking about
Everybody
older.
at college is
Okay.
not a
You know
freshman.
what I'm saying?
Come
Exactly.
on.
Everybody
Right.
in college is not
On
freshmen,
the
so
fu-
again.
so
Right.
there's, so there's 28-year-olds playing for the
No,
football
but
team.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not.
24-year-old.
Okay,
I'm not.
There's a 24-year-old. What's
then.
wrong with?
We're not
what's wrong
talking
with
about
a
that.
freshman
We're
with a
not
senior?
talking.
That's
we're
what I
not
say.
talking about that.
Your perception of grown was different. When I said grown, I was saying I thought you were talking about older grown.
I was
That's what
talking about
saying.
anybody
is
18
there
and up.
an issue
Period,
with
that's
somebody
wrong.
28 or 29 talking to somebody that's 21, 22?
It depends on
Basically, that's what we're saying.
because we put a post that said should a 30-year-old be talking to a 19-year-old?
19, that's a big-
And majority of the people said what? No.
Yeah.
Right?
Because a 19-year-old has.
So
nothing
isn't
wrong with
that the same thing we're talking about right now?
We saw a 29-year-old
It's
saying
just
something
because it's a
vaguely
woman,
at a
bro.
school-
He been smashing
Listen,
cougars his whole life.
with a school that has 18 to 24 at the very least. 18 to 24.
I got
She didn't
you.
say hide the freshmen.
She said hide.
sons.
She
She
said
didn't say hide the
She said
freshmen.
hide your sons. But what I'm saying is she left it open.
18-year-olds is
That's
included.
what I'm saying.
But
It's
she
like-
left it open for your interpretation, and
'Cause
that
she
includes.
grown,
And
like-
you
but
interpret it how you
includes-
want it to.
But
Exactly.
it includes 18-year-olds, so it comes across as predatorial.
It comes across as she's a grown woman and she can
Oh,
fuck on
my
anybody she wants to
Lord.
that's grown. They're all grown. If it was a high school,
but
I'd
you're
be
not.
issue with it,
But
but
you're
it's
not
a
putting
college.
it. But you're not putting into the context what she said previously.
I'm
What
just talking
she's
about the
done
post.
previously, like the video about saying, "Oh, if y'all want to get up on a bag, then y'all need to
I
be
heard
dating
it
an
all.
athlete because they're dumb as fuck." Blah 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 blah
Right, I
blah.
heard
Is
it
that
all.
not predatorial?
Not in the way of
Oh,
like rape
my
or like I
Lord.
mean not in the way of like
We're not
sexual
talking about
predator.
rape. We're not talking about rape. We're not talking about rape.
I'm saying, like when I think
When
predator,
you
I
say
think somebody
predatorial-
that's like lurking on people trying to like. That's when I think of predator. That's why I'm like I'm not seeing predator out of her.
Predatorial
saying
means that you are seeking out somebody that is vulnerable.
Yep.
That's what it means.
And it don't have to necessarily mean that they're under
underage.
18.
They don't have to be a minor.
You pick out people that you
That
feel
you know
are
you can take
vulnerable, that
advantage
you
of.
feel like you could groom to do
Yep.
what you want them to do.
Yes.
So that's still a
Exactly.
predator,
She's still a
whether
predator.
they're of age or not. There's still people that prey on vulnerable
Yes,
population.
same
You look,
way
you
that-
look for people who have, maybe dad issues or mom issues
Yes.
or
Right.
you know what I'm saying.
The same
You
way the
look for
Bad
those
Girls
type
Club
of
plays.
people
Remember we talked about
on
that.
purpose, so because you can
So you can
exploit
capitalize
And
on
she's
it.
and she
Yeah.
uses her sexually explicit content to also be a predator as well, because she
Facts.
knows that those young men are impressionable.
Facts.
Which is why I'm kind of confused on why they even had her there. But maybe they requested her. I don't know. Dion should have. If that's true that Dion had her there, Dion he needs somebody to advise him. I don't know what kind of what kind of speech she could have gave him. I don't know. I'm not even gonna judge it.
I mean,
to me,
from
it
what
comes across as predatorial because we just
for what we know.
from what we know, from what we can see. Because the same way that a 30-year-old man, I would not I would not sign on to a 30-year-old man, again, doing the same thing and looking for 19, 20, 21-year-old women because, again, it is putting – I look at it as it's predatorial because they're vulnerable. That's just the way I look at it.
But they're not all vulnerable.
Not all of
Yeah,
them. No, I'm
but
just
I
saying
feel like
in the
general,
caption.
in general, most a lot of the people that do that do it for a reason. But at the end of the day, could it be that you happen to go to a campus to motivational speak and you meet somebody that is cool or whatever? It could happen.
Could be, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it wouldn't be wrong.
Could be, yeah.
Exactly.
It would not be wrong just because of the age difference.
Right.
I feel like there's other factors that make it predatory.
Predatorial.
It's not just the fact that you're this age and they're
Exactly.
that age.
So,
Right.
That's
exactly.
not.
maybe
It can't
could
just be that.
Maybe if she tried to talk to his particular. Maybe she tried to get with Deion's son because that's Deion's son. Then I could be like, yeah, that's predatory. But just to say in general, hide your sons. I'm not saying why. I'm not saying
in
which
general,
son.
without the
I'm
rest
not
of the
saying.
context.
No, yeah, and we're not- yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Again, we're just talking about that post who blew up again because everybody went off.
But there's
everything else.
context behind it because she's also preyed on athletes, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, but
So that's
what,
the
what
context.
groupie girl
That's-
didn't? What groupie girl don't? This
Bro,
is
this
a
is-
fact.
there's
But
a difference between
hold
being
on,
a
but it's
groupie
still
and a predator,
But it's still
dog.
no, but it's still. I
Why
wouldn't even
not?
say. I would even
I
say.
feel like that's the same.
No, it's
It's the
not,
same type
bro.
of origins, right?
Psychologically, bro, if you at the age you are right now, if you dated an 18-year-old woman right now, you can manipulate her into being whatever you want her to be. That's the
Right.
predatory action. That's what Brittany
Right,
Renner
right.
is doing.
And when you're doing it because you know you can.
And because you know, so the reason why, even in those videos when she says that athletes are dumb, you can do this because she knows that she can get a certain action out of them, a certain response, and she can get them to do certain things
That
by
means she
being
grooming
sexual.
them,
Let
though.
me ask you
Not
this.
like
That's-
grooming them.
that's-
that's
It's
predatory.
I think it's
manipulation, bro.
so let me ask you this: why is she not going after older athletes?
Because they ain't fucking.
I mean,
with
she
that
probably
shit.
has. She probably has.
And
fucked
Because
up.
Kaepernick
they're not-
made her buy her own
because
ticket.
Kaepernick knows better.
But
So
she was,
after that-
but she was still online with Kaepernick. And she probably still fucked the nigga. So
But
it's like
what
it
I'm
ain't-
saying is, so then why the switch now? Why are you now only going after younger
ain't
athletes?
no only we heard of the one baby
From
daddy.
what we've seen,
and then she
from
went to
and then
college.
and then the video that she made, and then
talking
now
about
she's at a
athletes in
college
general.
talking about hide your
Everything else
sons.
in general. Nothing else was age written except
Ba-
for
based
the fact
on
that
what-
the other nigga was younger.
What she put out,
Nothing has anything about age.
she's
though.
at a college.
So what? There's plenty of people in college. Like she in a high school.
They're not older athletes.
They're not older.
There
athletes,
are
bro.
older athletes though. So I'm saying, I'm like, you act like everybody in college
Yo,
is
is this
18,
what you
19.
do with that home?
Everybody,
This what you do?
everybody
This,
talking
this
18,
argument not
19.
gonna stop. Like
Yeah,
it's
this
just gonna
what
keep
you
going
do
back
with
and
it.
forth.
We gonna go to the next part of this
Right,
about
I'm
age
like,
of
cause y'all
consent.
said the same thing.
Age of consent.
we're
Yeah,
all
pretty
saying
much.
the same.
Age of consent. Let's talk to old boy. That
Nah.
we gonna see what D-Lo thinks about this one.
Yeah, let's see.
All right, on this one we got 61-year-old Michael Haugabook.
Wait, he's 61 now?
Yeah, that's what this says.
I thought he was 47 the other day.
Look, they said he's 61.
He lied about
He
his
went
age.
through a he went through a metamorphosis.
The original post, the original
black
tweet
nigga.
said he 46, 47. So I don't know.
We don't know.
We
It's
don't know.
all alleged. We
all
don't know.
alleged.
We
So
don't know.
allegedly,
What difference does the 47
he
and the 61
married.
make? According to Tyson, it's all the same shit.
No, this is way
after
different.
18.
Hold
All
on, we
different-
Allegedly,
those
he
situations.
he married his 18-year-old goddaughter, and it came out online. It says this girl is 18 and she just married her godfather who used to date her mom. He's 46 or 47. They have a 2-year-old daughter and he has 3 other kids. He's been dating and grooming her since she was 14. I'm sick to my stomach. That's what the original post says. It says while the tweet claimed that he was in his 40s, other online claims say according to his 2014 arrest, he was 54. So that would mean he's 61 now. So that's where people are getting that information from. And then also a photo emerged of him holding her as a toddler. So hinting that, you know, he's basically been
Grooming her.
in
since then,
in her life. And then also it says there's old Facebook posts that show him referring to his goddaughter. Wait, hold on. Okay, so basically it was said that when she was 17, she admitted to dating somebody but kept their identity secret until she turned 18. And then it became a trending topic online once they got married because people felt like he groomed her. And then also Kodak Black tweeted about it, and I think that's when it really went viral because he said, my daddy did the same shit, left us to start another family with his goddaughter. I was about 9. But ain't nobody judging, though, to each his own. It could be true love. So then that
Oh Lord.
further made it go viral because he tweeted about it. So I feel like this is definitely different because she was underage. Ain't no telling when you started. You know what I'm saying? The relationship with air quotes, and then the fact that you have a 2-year-old and she 18, so we already know you was at least fucking with her from the age of 16.
This is your goddaughter. I would never touch my goddaughter. What?
That's crazy.
What?
Your goddaughter turned 18 and
Your
now
goddaughter?
married?
Stop playing with me. You supposed to be there for in case something happens to the parents and you get with them after getting with the parent. Like, stop it. Like,
Yeah,
that's some real country BS right there. I tell you that. That's some real. They gotta be in Alabama somewhere.
Florida.
Yeah, they gotta be in a Huck city out there in goddamn Florida. Cause that's.
But I did see a live with them where they came on and they were denying that the picture of him holding the holding her. Yeah, he said that was his daughter. His actual daughter. So I mean, ain't no tell, but at the end of the day, ain't really no way you could slice this one for me. I'm sorry.
I don't have anything to say. This is self-explanatory.
He's trash as fuck.
Yeah, like there's the math ain't mathing.
Yeah,
Okay?
it's not
Like
mathing.
there's no reason why any of this is okay. There's no. I don't see anywhere anybody can come to his defense in a logical, like, okay, that makes sense type of way.
When I made that post online and I said, fellas, a lot of y'all friends is going to pop at your daughter when she turned, not even when she turned 18. I ain't even gonna say when she turned 18.
Are you doing it?
When she getting her teens, a lot of your friends gonna be the ones popping at your daughter. And
Saying
it was
little-
crickets.
Oh, I remember when you was this way. Look at you growing into
It
yourself.
was crickets, but I'm telling
little
you.
slick shit. Oh, girl, you developing just like your mama.
Ask any woman that you
got-
dated if her dad's friends have talked to her
I wrote
inappropriately about her body.
I wrote
and
a
it will
post-
be your friends.
I wrote a
Come
post
on, I'm
not too
telling
long
you.
ago that said if you're partying at Faces or the Flame, you are the prime example of a generational curse. Hanging out there up there with your mom and your dad's friends from high school and they hitting on you.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
I'm just saying though, ask a woman. Ask a woman if her dad's friends has ever.
One of my clients had said she wanted to party with the OGs after seeing Snoop and them partying, right? And I was like, yeah, you just gotta make sure it's some OGs you don't know, or it's gonna be all your mama friends popping at you, like. And she's like, for real, like. I'm like, again, like the fact that every woman could relate to the fact that a older man who knew them as a child has then tried to talk to them in a sexual manner is ridiculous. Like, it's so and it's disgusting. I hate that it's an issue with men, and it's been going on. Again, men been messing with young women forever. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, think about, like, man, my dad was 39, my mom was 24. They was dating when she was hella young too. I'm like, that was such a big thing in the 60s and the 50s and stuff. Like, back in the day, they didn't care. Like, they was dating these kids. I'm like, and now they were trying to get away from it. It's just like, it's just still so much of that that's in the atmosphere. Like, I just can't. Like, I cannot. If I see a girl on TikTok or whatever and I can't tell she over 16, I'm skipping. Like, if you look too young to me, you literally have no interest in me. Like, I can't do it, bro. Like, I cannot do it. Y'all are kids. I don't have no type of.
If I don't see no tattoos, if I don't see no,
Bye.
I don't see no
I need
picture of
to
you
see-
holding a bottle at least.
But
in
I
the
feel like
club.
the different dynamic is of watching them grow up.
Right, that's out. Like, you literally watch this girl grow up. That's what I'm saying. You watch this girl grow up. Like, I literally raised my goddaughter. I remember when she was a kid. I remember when she didn't have no teeth. I remember when I can't even imagine touching her inappropriately, being with her inappropriately. Like, what? Like, that, it just blows me, but I don't understand how people could do it. And then for them to be black. Like, that's how you know, like, you don't, black, I'm like, black folks, we ain't supposed to do this type of stuff, bro.
Oh no. See,
We ain't supposed to be doing
we
this
ain't
type of
supposed
stuff.
to, but
We ain't supposed to, but obviously, again, times is different.
It's getting out.
No, it's
now.
not even time.
It
No,
ain't times
no,
is different.
it's-
It's getting out.
yeah.
Right.
That's
yeah,
the thing.
I was gonna say that it's been going on.
Been going
I
on.
just watched
Molestation.
I
all
just
that
watched
stuff.
not
Yeah.
too long ago a black veterinarian that was posting videos of him having sex with the puppies.
Oh, I posted. Yeah.
Oh man.
I think that
They
was.
out
I
here
think
doing it.
I think that was Florida too.
Florida,
That
always.
was definitely Florida.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm only touching down in Miami, and that's it.
I'm
I ain't
I'm
no
not
other
even-
parts of Florida. I'm cool.
Tiger King, all this. It's like Florida.
Florida,
Wow.
yeah, Florida needs to be its own
It got to go.
country. It needs to, somebody needs to get the saw and just cut Florida off
For
and just
real,
let it
they
just be its
got
own
to go.
island.
They would never survive.
Because Florida, I don't know what's going on in Florida.
Is Florida trash as fuck? Is that our trash as fuck?
Florida's
I would
trash.
say so.
Totally disgusting. Everybody say what they needed to say. I will say this though. I will say this, that we have to, the same way, I forgot who said it, the same way that we said that older men be making inappropriate comments to younger women. Older women be doing the same shit. Calling them handsome and you grown and this
my
and
little
this and that,
boyfriend.
and,
Yeah, no.
That's to be the
you know
one.
what I mean?
I've
That'd be
always
the
thought
one.
about
And-
that.
That's out. I'm tripping on you for sure. Don't
And
put myself
as
like that.
men, I think because we're looked at when men look at sex, we look at sex differently. Like it's kind of like men are, or parents are scared of, I think, of their children being gay. So and especially they're men. So when sexual stuff comes up, it's kind of like it's okay. Like go ahead and do it. You know what I mean? Like the little boosie kind of comments. Like it's okay for you to do that, whatever. And we have to realize, like until I started having older conversations, I've talked to multiple men that have had babysitters that have done inappropriate stuff to them, or I've had men that, again, like when they kind of get to that 17, 18-year-old age, some of their mother's friends have said some inappropriate stuff, like, you know what I mean, like hinting at sexual, but it's kind of like, it's kind of warranted. And we are proven, like, that basically, not proven, but we're kind of taught that the more sex we have, the more masculine we are. So some of us don't take a second thought of it. It's like, if any woman finds us sexy, then that's a plus. But it's like, bruh, like, if it makes you feel,
I've seen it myself, even in his comments, because he deals with a lot of young men and stuff like that.
Players, yeah.
And I've seen it where I be in the comments like, this out of line, because even when they try to, like, your players try to add me on Instagram and stuff like that, I be kind of like, why they want to add me on, Instagram or whatever. I mean, I don't necessarily care, but just looking at their pages in the comments, and I'm just like, this shit out of line.
Yeah.
On young men.
Right.
Well, yeah.
14, 15 years old, and you in the comments commenting on their body and commenting on, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I don't get it. I don't even like when I see women talking about their own sons like that. Like, my son's so fine, and look, all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, why do y'all talk about y'all children like this?
Yeah.
He gonna have all the hoes and all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't understand that.
Because for men, it's
Even
almost,
if it is
That's
true.
weird.
Don't say it out loud.
because for men, it's almost seen as a badge of honor.
Right.
And
you
we
you
look
grooming
at
them
sex
from a little.
And,
Right.
and when men have sex with the women, it's almost looked at like we conquered her. So as a younger man, when you have had sex with an older woman, it's kind of like, it kind of notches your game up, because you like,
No, it
I
does.
was able to bag, I'm only 19, but I was sleeping with a 40-year-old. I was sleeping with a 30-year-old. I was sleeping with a 35-year-old.
You remember those
So
videos?
The thing about like this is like, when you look at an older girl, an older person, you be like you look at them like adult, like, when you that like, you be like, man, it's like, so you don't even think it's really possible at first. So when you actually, you be like, dang, that's crazy. Like, I slept with an adult, like a real, she this old, like, that's, it's definitely different.
all them teachers sleeping with all them students.
Yeah,
I've never
that's
seen.
wild to me.
I've never seen
ain't
that.
never-
Seen so many teachers getting caught sleeping with
Bruh,
students.
my thing
You
fall in
had
love
your hand
with
up, photo. You were gonna say something
Nah, he was just putting his hand up,
Oh, yeah, I was
talking
just
about he's
about
happy
the babysitter
about
thing?
being sexy. He likes being
Oh,
called.
that's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. Nah, I had
That's
two.
all.
My
But I was like, yeah, we love that shit.
yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
nah, now that I'm with the shits, my favorite thing to do is curve.
Yeah,
See,
I
and it's
love
even
that
crazy.
shit.
Like, we gotta even look. And I think one day we're gonna have this conversation. We just need to have the right guest to have it on there. Even in pornography, some of the titles and some of the things that are
Hell
put
yeah.
out there
I don't know
are
Oh, you talking about all the
like
taboo shit?
All the
Step-
taboo
uh,
shit. Stepbrother
stepmom
came
sleeps
in.
with such and
Right,
such.
They don't even be
Teacher
Babysitters.
sleeps with that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's kind of like fantasized. Like,
Right,
oh,
right.
you slept with your babysitter. And it's
Gets
like,
lucky with stepmom. Just
yeah, gross.
You know all the titles, huh?
Some people
And-
need that visual.
yeah.
I'm just saying, like, people read that title and
can
that
ne-
visual.
They be like,
I could never.
I
get
stay away
into
from that
that.
shit though.
I can
like,
never
it's
get
like
into
it's
that.
I can't.
I
It's a
hate when
big
it-
red flag.
I hate when they act like it's they own kid. I hate they be like I've seen titles
That's what
where
it
they
be
act like
saying.
it's mom and daughter. Like, why would you sleep with your daughter? Or like twin sisters sleep with and they kissing and eating each other out. Like, stop it. Like, why would you do that to your sister? That's gross.
Hey, if the clips look really good enough though,
There
I mean,
is-
I dissociate the
can't
idea.
I can't believe that.
You gotta
really this-
disassociate.
this-
disassociate the
Yeah,
title.
like-
Disassociate the title.
Yeah, I'm like,
I'm not listening
why
to
would
the
you do that?
conversation. I'm watching. My shit's usually on mute anyway.
Can't nobody hear nothing.
Next
I got
topic.
it.
Y'all,
Right.
next.
Look, I was gonna say something important, but it made me go out.
What?
Next.
Hold on. No, we can't just skip over that.
What?
That's him. That's his problem.
Hold on, dog.
We had 3 hours already.
Never mind.
I ain't going there with y'all.
We gonna tackle that.
He
on
watches
the
his
next
porn
day.
on mute.
No, that's not what he said. That's not all he said.
I thought that was normal.
No, he did say
No,
that.
that's not what
That
he.
is not normal.
That's not the. Ask him for the reason why it's
You gotta
on
at least
mute.
have it on low. You gotta
Oh
hear
yeah,
something.
why is it on mute?
It really ain't. But
How you supposed to hear the
I'm just saying.
You be listening to the man modes?
That's no. Ask him for the reason why.
The reason why what?
That it's on mute.
Oh, I'm not listening to the conversation
Well, why would you not want to listen to the conversation?
because I'm watching porn.
I'm gonna let him finish. No,
Okay, honestly, no matter what,
there was a specific genre that we were just talking about.
taboo.
Yeah.
You don't want to listen to the conversation because it's between who?
A mother and a kid. Or a father.
That's
and a
because they
daughter.
portraying a mother and a daughter or
because I know they're not.
So why?
I know they're not.
So you
That's
just
not the whole idea.
Out of all the title, you just scrolling and you just stop on a mother's.
No.
mother eats out daughter.
Oh no. See, no. You
said
missed
the
that.
visual.
You
He said
missed
he
that.
doesn't-
You
he said
missed
he
that
doesn't watch
part.
it. I asked him.
It's
I
the
asked him.
visual.
I can't get past.
I
that.
said if the
Maybe.
clip is good,
the visual.
cool. But if I
the
usually
thumbnail.
most of the time if I read that shit and it says shit like that, I usually skip that shit.
I usually.
I usually skip that shit.
Usually.
But if the clip looks really
I ain't
enticing,
gonna lie.
If the thumbnail popping.
I might give it
if
a
the
slide.
thumbnail popping, I already
that
know that it's not a
thumb
real
right.
relation. I know it's really not a real family.
It's gonna do what it's gonna do.
You know it's not a really
I
the
know it's not a
delivery
real.
man. Like, come on now.
Exactly.
like, hey,
Exactly.
man,
We
it's
know
that.
it's not. We know
They
it's
even doing
all
that.
fake.
But
You
I
know it
think
ain't
I think the
Amazon.
problem,
Right.
even the problem with that is the video that they're trying to make the younger woman look like an underage woman. And
Yeah.
you're
Even though
still-
those
and
I
you're
hate.
still, and you're
Those.
still watching that,
Right.
and that's what I'm saying. It's a
Yeah.
representation of
I
it,
don't
but it's
even like
fine.
when it- I don't
I'm
even
not
like when it
judging.
makes-
I'm not judging your porn.
I am.
You know, they
I
do
ain't
make
judging
them.
your
I just wanna make sure- I just wanna make sure that, you know, I just want to make sure that shit was clarified before Steph decides she want to clip this, that
Oh, it's about
part.
to
You
get
know what I'm
clipped.
saying?
That's why I looked at the time.
I'm skipping right over. I'm not coming. I don't want to hear this conversation again.
Oh, my God.
I don't want to hear it again.
Thank
So
you,
you ain't got to
Steph.
worry about me.
If
Thank
Photo
you,
B
Steph.
is not on the next episode, then you know why.
Because he likes to watch moms and children.
Moms and the daughters.
Why you guys kept saying children?
It is,
I mean,
isn't it?
That sounds
hey, listen,
terrible.
If the girl looks like she's underage in the clip, I'm
Whoa,
not
whoa,
watching.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, no. Braces,
they
no.
have one, like,
Pigtails,
girls look
no.
like-
Well, you know
like
they not
backpack,
let that
no.
make 'em
That's
look
what I'm saying.
that.
Like,
I don't
I
like
was like,
that
yo,
shit,
you
bro.
look like a
That's
little kid.
weird,
Like, if this
bro.
girl look like a little kid, I'm
Hey,
like, hell
first
no.
off, why are you okay looking like a little kid having? Why?
Because they know what it is.
And they probably get paid.
They know exactly what it
They
is.
know there's a
That's
lane
why
for freaky men that like kids.
That's
Yeah,
not
they
freaky.
capitalize.
no, well,
That's
they
not
categorize
freaky.
it.
That's
They
freaky.
categorize it as teens.
So hold on. So how do y'all feel about this? How do y'all feel about the for like Halloween or Zone Ball or things like that? How do you feel about older women dressing up as schoolgirls?
It's different.
It's corny.
On Halloween. I
It's
mean,
corny.
yeah,
It's
It's
fucking
corny.
old
It's
shit.
a whack. Yeah, it's a whack costume if you 50.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
I'm just
whack
saying
as
because
fuck.
usually, when you foreplaying whatever, like
I don't like that either.
you
No,
guys,
I mean,
you guys
if
feel
we-
some kind
Nope.
of way about
if
that.
we
in
I
the
just-
process?
If
Fuck
college
it.
though, you guys could go back to college.
Well, the thing is though, is I honestly do not know where the whole schoolgirl shit originated from. I'm assuming it's from the whole like when they had the uniforms and the skirts and shit like that. But it's like I don't give a damn about that. I don't want to go back to school.
Facts.
Yeah, I'm cool off the school girl.
So
You know
I'd
what I'm
rather-
saying?
So I'd rather you come as a maid.
Or
Damn.
Don't be no schoolgirl.
A lot of that shit I still don't give a damn about.
I don't want you. Don't be putting on that damn cop outfit.
Right.
Hey,
Wait,
listen.
I ain't about to be
Yeah,
all
we don't need no Miss Officers, nigga. We been getting our ass beat.
And I'm a fuck loud.
I'm gonna have some damn PTSD seeing your ass in that cop outfit.
You never wanted to fuck the cops?
No,
Me
nigga.
either, bro.
No.
Yeah, it
No,
ain't never
no.
really.
I ain't never seen no fine ass cop. I seen a couple of fine like correctional
Not in person.
officers.
I
or
saw
like
two.
security guards.
Because you're on a
never
bike
seen
and
no
you
fine
be, you be moving. Hey,
I actually ran from the police like 3 days ago on my bike.
that sounds about right. You would.
Right.
Because you
You
can.
were a law-abiding citizen.
I was,
So?
but I was doing like 110, and he was sitting on the side.
Yeah, so you were not.
You keep
abiding the
going.
law.
I wasn't.
You not love the ball. You're
No,
going to keep on going.
he turned on the lights, bro. You're at a dead stop.
You're not moving. He's not gonna no.
Nigga, on some real shit, nigga. Be safe out there, man.
Yeah,
Don't be going on 110, man.
I'm always safe.
I'm always law
I
abiding.
know too many people that damn
You know,
that
you
have
know-
to put their bike down and end up killing themselves.
You know how American Canyon is? That thing wide open, bro.
No, I know. I'm just saying. Just we would hate to see or hear.
No, let's not even have this conversation. I speak life.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying that we appreciate you. We don't want to see nothing happen to you.
Yeah.
All right, man. Speaking of Raj, we gonna go to the trash as fuck, man.
Well, we already did. Deion Sanders. We're letting Brittany Renner be around them boys.
Well, we don't know if he did or not.
Oh,
That's what it say.
Well,
If he did,
if he did, then he is.
that's it, bro. It's that. I don't.
thought you said
You don't have anybody else? That was it.
Nah. I was gonna do Brittany Renner, but I didn't even know. I forgot we were gonna do her as a. But we already had a whole conversation about her.
Right. Okay.
And
So
Tyson
no
doesn't think
Kanye?
she's trash as fuck.
No, yeah.
I
but
don't.
Oh yeah.
I don't think that
Yay
post is
is
trash,
yay.
but I mean, I guess.
You don't think that Brittany Renner trash is?
I really don't. I really don't.
how you
Honestly,
take that? How you take
Right.
it there? He said, "I don't think that post is." You don't think Brittany Renner was?
No, I was asking. I was clarifying.
But
I didn't know what post you were talking about.
Nah, thinking deeper about it, because again, like I've listened to other stuff. Even that point when she was talking about dudes, I'm like, that's facts. Dudes be stupid. They don't use covers. They like. I don't feel like she was speaking any wrong in the things that she's saying. The thing is, people don't want to hear right. People hate hearing right, especially about themselves. So I feel like some of the shit she was saying, she got a valid point. Like, niggas sit here and mess with a bad bitch because she got A, B, what's the difference between girls saying I'm dating a nigga because she got A, B, and C? I don't have an issue with that. Will I date her? No, because that's not the type of girl I want to date. But there's plenty of women like that. There's plenty of men that's like that will date a woman because of A, B, and C, or you know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't feel like what she's talking about is wrong. Like, she's stating facts about how she feel about rich niggas. And I agree, most niggas are tricks. Most of them rich niggas are like, they don't care. They be like, I'm not surprised. A lot of them, like, I don't feel like she's wrong for stating that.
So all athletes are dumb.
I'm pretty sure most of them are. Most of them be in situations and be in shit. Come on now, Kobe had an issue. Shaq had an issue. All the like Jordan lost half his shit. You know what I mean? Like, come on, all the greats had issues with this shit. I really feel like athletes should not even get married because you know you're gonna be out here. you know you're gonna be out here fucking around because you're gonna have hella groupies. Why? Because you got money. We already know if you got money,
But when
you
you're a
can
good
have bitches.
athlete,
Again, the nigga that just got Brittany wasn't a good athlete. That nigga barely in the league.
he in the league.
NBA.
He's in the league.
But like I said,
Okay, but he's
like
in
I
the
said,
league.
You said
That
I'm a
nigga
good
made it.
athlete.
He made it.
That don't mean that he's
No,
made
he's
it to where
good.
he gonna get
He
some
ain't the
money.
greatest.
He
made it.
he was good enough
How y'all
to
restart
get
this
a bag.
conversation?
The point of the matter is,
He made it.
ain't
I'm just
nothing
saying.
wrong
I'm just
with
saying.
getting what you looking for or
Oh,
what you
man.
know. So I don't have an issue with the shit she be saying. I said, as far as just an outsider, I ain't trying to fuck with her. Would I try to mess with her as a single person? No, because I know what the fuck you talking about.
Why
I
would
know
you not?
what you want.
Why would you not?
Cause I ain't no trick. I ain't about just giving you all my bread.
But
I'm not
all
about-
athletes are trick. That's what I'm saying. We gonna
most people,
Honestly, look,
most people
I'm gonna
with-
get
with-
this
most
conversation
people with money to me is
because
Honestly,
Right?
yeah.
listen, this is the thing.
And wait. What's your definition of a trick?
Yeah, don't be offensive because
a nigga that's doing for a girl that's giving you nothing in return but a conversation or a little bit of time. That's a trick. Like how Drake was saying
them
you
niggas
know,
is
it's the
smashing
girl
Brittany.
and
Well, they got
you know
well,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Right.
So, like,
Brittany.
And they have a kid together.
They're
so.
Right.
He wasn't tricking. He was smashing.
Once you get to a certain amount of,
oh, he
once
got tricked because he got married and that shit. Obviously, he got tricked into the whole. He fell for the whole trap.
So she's a predator because of that or no?
And is he stupid for messing with her?
He's a bit for messing with her because this is not new.
no,
So-
this-
so hold on,
no,
so look,
no,
you
no,
see-
no, no, no,
Hold on,
no.
hold on. No. See, look, this is what I don't like. This is what I don't like because we had a whole conversation about victim blaming, and it sounds like you victim blaming.
Facts.
You calling him stupid for her
Yes.
tricking him into whatever it is that he did.
Because you know why I wouldn't fuck with her? Because I'm not stupid enough to fuck with her. That's my point. I wouldn't fuck with her because I know what she's about. If you know already she's
So
about
where
that,
are you going to put the onus on her?
She put a book out though.
come on
Yeah,
now.
and we said that, and we held him accountable. But what I'm saying is I have heard you say nothing negative about her. You've said everything about the athletes, about him, about anybody that mess with her. You say you wouldn't mess with her because you smarter than mess with. But where is her accountability in what she's doing?
She's
You can
doing
still say
what
she
she
wrong
can.
and say that people.
But
were
he
stupid
hasn't.
That's what I'm saying.
I
Okay.
ain't say he did. I'm
She
saying
does
this
wrong,
to him.
and niggas are dumb enough to do it still.
So what exactly did she do wrong?
That's what I'm saying.
On a regular,
I don't feel like
to where
she
that
did
nigga should have
wrong.
known not to fuck with her.
Again, How she talk? Like again, like think about what like like you ever heard Young Miami and them talk like ghetto girls? Like I know I don't like ghetto girls, so if I meet a girl that's talking like a city girls, I'm not gonna talk to her any more than that.
Okay.
Or things I see from them. So the same thing. Like if you from what you seen, first time I see Brittany Renner, it was in the porn. She been in porn on this shit way before she even. So again.
That's the first time you saw her?
Yes, I seen her for the first time in porn. So
I didn't see that video.
So
I didn't see that video.
So
You
the
paid
fact
for
that
it?
now she's like blown up
paid for
as this IG person. This bitch was a porn star already. So again, you should already know what you're dealing with. I can't sit here.
I ain't
and
never seen
listen,
her.
I can't sit here and act like young getting married. She just put a song out talking about how she got $100,000 for a spending spree, and I can't act stupid. She look at me like I need $100,000 so I can go spend it. I don't got that, so I'm not gonna go talk to your ass. I know I'm not gonna be able to give you what you want. I'm not gonna be sitting here giving you. I'm not gonna be your trick. I'm not gonna be sitting here. I don't got that. If you wanna, a lot of dudes with money want to flex the fact that they can. I got it, so I can. So I'm gonna do it because it's nothing. And then they be mad that they tricking. Well, this is what you provide, right? Money.
I mean, a lot of
spend it.
See,
Why you complain about it?
A lot of the people who are tricks don't care.
Exactly.
They're just tricks.
So
They're doing this because they can. They want to.
About him for being tricked
because he did not get in a relationship with her based on that assumption.
Why y'all keep saying the same thing?
Because it's a conversation.
Come on now, that's I'm like.
I'm just trying to get some.
I'm
just trying to get some clarification.
And now she's an IG model, but you know.
I thought she was. I
people
thought she
don't
was
do
on
their
IG first
research,
and then became the.
Honestly,
I thought she did a video.
Honestly, we already know. Knowing who you dealing with and getting to know who you dealing with only really truly applies to women. As far as like, you know, it being on you to figure out who a person is before you mess with them. And if you get tricked, that's your bad. That really only applies to women, not necessarily to men.
And I'm saying that it applies for men too. And he's trying to tell me no, basically.
Wait, what? The same person that said that you need to get and take time to get to know who you dating, you now saying that is not that the same thing does not apply to men.
Me?
I'm saying what he says.
No, he never said that. That's what I said. Mm-hmm. You do need to get. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that when you're saying you're victim blaming, I'm saying that people do that to women all the time. So actually knowing who you dealing with and getting tricked by somebody who is obvious. I mean, there's obvious signs. If it was a woman that got with a man that has a past of cheating and doing this and videos out and all of that, and you still got with him, it would be like, well, why you still? You know what I'm saying? I feel like
I don't know why you mess with him. You should already know, but it's the same thing.
You know what I'm saying? So it do gotta go both ways.
Right, but that person will still be held accountable. But I don't.
And that's all I'm saying. I'm keeping the same energy that they would have had if it was the reverse of a girl messing with a dude who's a habitual cheater, knowing he ain't shit, knowing he got all of it, and then you mad that he in the streets. You know you knew he was in the streets when you see him on the corner. Not, you know what I mean? Like I can't. Like I don't know.
I mean, sometimes we would keep the same energy, but I feel like for certain people, context and different scenarios and different things make it different for each situation. For some people, they just keep the same energy across the board. Simple as that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We all good? Anybody got anything else to add?
Hell no. It's been 3 hours.
Right. All right. That's a wrap. Appreciate y'all. This camera.
Nah, so yeah, we're going to wrap it up. We can find you on Instagram at...
Yes, please follow my Instagram at Coach Dlo49. That's Coach DLO49 on Instagram. Please follow. I got all my workout stuff. You're going to see everybody dying, including me. Okay, so we're going to all get work. You're going to see me getting work. You're going to see my wife getting work. You're going to be seeing everybody that rock with me getting work. So come be the next one. Hello.
All right. And you'll post all the for the virtual training and for the local training on the Instagram. Yes,
definitely will be posting my flyer. I already had the flyer ready. I will post that flyer for the virtual session this Saturday at 10.
Got it. All right.
Nice.
So virtual session this week at 10, next week at 10, Monday through Friday. Get your workout in before the holiday, before you eat that peach cobbler, turkey, all that good
peach
stuff.
cobbler and cheesecake that you're about to buy.
And the
Raj's
cheesecake
dessert
from
bar.
Raj. Make sure you get the Thanksgiving special and the Christmas special.
It's about to be some sweet
And the
potato
New
pie
Year special.
cheesecakes, some pumpkin pie cheesecakes. It's about to be all
For
kind
the
of
unmelanated people, yes.
yeah. Oh, a lot of black people been asking for it.
Surprisingly,
Black
a lot of
people
people do
eat
like
pumpkin
pumpkin.
spice?
Yeah, they do like pumpkin.
I can't do pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
It don't taste like nothing to me. But okay. But I'm sure Raj's will be
I got
top-notch.
it, bro.
Okay. All right. So thank y'all for listening. We appreciate y'all. Episode 38. Make sure you tune in to episode 39 where we have a dating coach on fire.
Let's go. If you just let it go.